Bangsat.
Bangun tidurku terus mandi.
Tidak lupa menggosok gigi. Babi.
Ku tolong ibu.
Jelek banget ya odds anjing.
Tempat tidurku.
Kencang banget lu anjing amat Raffi bangsat. Ana anjing, Ana Raffi Dian Kusuma bangsat. Ana mau main nih ler. Gue gak bisa ngeliat draft ini cok. Iwan kemarin-kemarin menang 10k mulu gak sih? Oh iya anjing. Fuck. Tapi Tiwan lawak anjing, tapi hari ini mainnya ngeri anjing.
Bangun tidurku terus mandi. Tidak lupa menggosok
Paket bro, let's go Tiwan bro.
habis mandi.
Halo Apis. Lagu lu gitu banget. Kan baru bangun. Feeling gue sih Tiwan ya, hari ini Tiwan on fire sama VP ini trigger cok. Sumpah, lu kalau ngeliat ya VP itu kalah 2-0 sama Liquid anjing. Ini VP trigger nih cok. Semenjak kemarin kalah sama tim NA. Jalah Tiwan 10 kill sama game winner lah. Kopium lah. Kecil aja game winner 1 dulu cok. Ngeri cok. Tapi yang pasti dapat 1 game. Harusnya dapat 1 game. Gue percaya Tiwan dapat 1 game.
Bangun tidurku terus mandi.
Bisa lah Tiwan dapat 1 game lah insyaallah.
Menggosok gigi.
Menang gak mungkin kayaknya. Kita nonton Tiwan aja ya, gak usah nonton yang lain Aler. Yang lain gak tertarik soalnya gue Infamous. Secret Navi ini udah sama-sama udah di udah lolos. Udah upper bracket. Polaris Tempest tier 2. Masa lu nonton tier 2 Dota enggak? Jadi kita nonton Tiwan aja cok. Anjay Singapura. In Kaisang Wistras menang Tiwan. Boleh game winner Tiwan. Ini kalau kalah ini apa? Kalau menang 1 aman. Nggak bisa kalah. Tapi kalau kalah ya udah kalah. Shit. Tapi feeling gue 10k Tiwan anjing jujurnya ini. Nggak tahu ya draftnya gimana. Belum keluar anjing. Masalahnya jarak stream sama B365 cuma jarak 30 detik, cok. Sama in game jangan lupa anjing gue buat.
Jangan lupa subscribe.
Kenapa gue masih pakai ID bos? Yakin. Request lagu pon sok atau gue matiin Nighbot bentar nih. Gas. Liquid udah pasti upper iya. Udah. Bangsat. Kenapa nggak lu mau ini aja nih? Masukin ke Nighbot bangsatnya apa lagi? Bangsat. Siapa anjing Gumpo Chicken?
Ya, asap ya. Ya, lamanya padi yo. Tuhan, ternyata dia lesbian.
Blind bet coy, oh enggak.
Ku di sini udah gak kuat nahan. Tuhan, ternyata dia lesbian. Padahal aku di sini udah gak kuat nahan. Aku ini anak sapi, kalau nenek langsung dari sapi. Aku ini
Enggak, lu nemu dari mana anjing lagu kayak gini bangsat? Halo Abang Kusa, halo Giri.
udah
Lu nemu dari mana anjing?
Aku ini anak monyet, kata papa halus disilet. Aku ini anak ayam, kata nenek.
Ada ya anjing media Rusman emang ya bangsat.
Tuhan, ternyata dia lesbian.
Gak apaan anjing. Lu yang bener anjing pagi-pagi tuh lagunya yang begini nih gue tunjukin ya. Lagu pagi-pagi tuh begini cok kayak mana playlist pagi gue bangsat. Bagi-bagi enaknya dengerin apa ya? Gue bagi-bagi nggak pernah dengerin lagu sih, yang jarang gue, Cok. Lagu bangun tidur tuh, oh ini nih, jelasin nih. Vibes pagi-pagi ler. belum ini. Oh, udah draft anjing. Primal Beast Veno. Wah ini kalau ini, ya kan? Lagu pagi-pagi nih.
Biarkanlah diri ini untuk mencoba
mendekatimu. Asik. Song Primal nggak tahu. Primalnya siapa nggak tahu. Tapi agresif, kalau udah megang Primal Beast tuh agresif, Cok. Nggak bisa main pasif. Jadi harusnya 10 kill, Cok. Win nggak tahu gua. Ya udahlah, semoga lah 10 kill lah. Udah ngebet juga gua.
Berikanlah hati aku dan keadaan yang engkau mampu.
Karena memang jelas Saper iya harusnya. Gak tau kalau Kuku main Venom ya. Gue gak ngerti lagi dah kalau Kuku main Venom. Amat Dian, Amat Raffi aja barusan, Cok, main Dota.
Hati ini takkan bisa lebih lama untuk
Gue watch your face ntar dibaring Syawik. Ya maaf, ntar gue watch your face buat main face dulu.
bicara padamu, ku katakan aku cinta kamu. Empat mataku ingin bertemu untuk ungkapkan isi di hatiku. Berikanlah aku waktu dan keadaan yang engkau mampu. Empat mata yang ku mau untuk katakan cinta padamu. Oh, hati ini takkan bisa lebih lama untuk memendam rasa. Empat mata bicara padamu, ku katakan aku cinta kamu. Empat mataku ingin bertemu untuk ungkapkan isi di hatiku.
Gak seger gue ler. Aduh, Veno lagi. Terakhir gue inget Veno kalah ya. Apa Venonya T1 nih jelek anjing. Salah, Venonya Kuku nih jelek anjing. Siapapun yang main Veno di T1 nih jelek soalnya. Seingat gue terakhir ngepick Veno tuh lawak. Atau saya Veno aja tuh, bro. Karena liat game hero lagi, gak tahu. Kemarin tadi liat game hero apa? Gue gak begitu ngeliat tadi.
Hati ini akan bisa lebih lama.
Tapi tadi win sih. Cuman I don't know, man. Game 2 di respect band lo, Primal Beast berarti. Cuman gak tahu apakah VP punya ininya. Apa VP punya solusinya buat Primal Beast. Halo Bisnet, kontol. Ngapain gue nonton ini anjing? Mau nonton ini banget. Saya ngapain, Cok? Hello Panda. Asal ngernya Saper bukan jalan Kuku, ya. Tadi yang main siapa? Kuku apa? Saper.
A couple teams have been going for toss into this primal beast, into Venus especially, and already, but now that T1 are, I mean, they've already shown their off lane for a while. Is there anything VP
Enggak,
could be looking for?
lu bisa menang 2-0 sama XG itu jago anjing.
Set the Dark Willow.
Just saying, bro.
Interrupts roots as well.
Saper tadi.
Wait, what do you mean?
Kuku NP, oh ya, Kuku 2 game NP.
For T1, it's been mostly for Kuku. I believe so.
Because I've seen the Hops play a lot.
Weh, main morphin jam. Enggak. Kan udah nggak bisa ya? Kan udah nggak Gimana sih ini, kan udah nggak bisa anjing? Kan udah nggak bisa ngambil temen anjing, ngapain bangsat? Matiin, jujur gue nggak peduli analisa, jadi gue mending dengerin lagu ler. Mending matiin analis ini, nggak peduli, gue pengen liat grafik doang. Gue nggak demen, Enggak, maksudnya Morphin Dark Willow ini apa, Cok? Caranya mau combo. Nonton in game, delay 10 menit, pantai nih. Bentar, gue mau login dulu. Dan bapakmu baik. Ya makasih bapak gue. Lagunya gitu Cok, kan gue dari lagunya nih. Dia buat counter T-Rex. Bullshit anjing. Tahu nggak kenapa Dark Willow nggak counter T-Rex? Diinjek mati bangsat. Nggak guna skill 2 lu bangsat, lu diinjek mati Cok. Dewi Support nggak salah juga sih. Bener sih lo, Dewi Support tuh nggak bisa salah memang. Dia jadi core juga dia. Delay 10 menit anjing in game. Kalau kenapa? Alay. Rootnya BG, rootnya iya. Tapi enggak, kalau udah BKB kalau dia main core enggak. Bangsat, numpah anjing, kayak kotak kontol emang. NP lagi. Bangsat kuku nggak bisa main hero lain anjing. Iya paling. Ya.
Makes sense. Curious what Ana will play. He's the games I've seen, he's been playing Gyro, and then he played an Ursa too. So,
Ursa into a Morphling Undying. That'd be another tombstone hitter for them. Not like Nature's Prophet does too poorly at that himself.
Lu mau sedikit rahasia nggak?
The lane versus Disruptor seems
Ini,
doable right into a Doom.
Kalau misalnya T1 menang game 1,
damage, and of course
VP
Ursa's going to run into
nggak
some
bakal
sustain
menang game
issues,
2.
but at least the catch shouldn't be too much of an issue there.
yeah.
Karena VP ini isinya
maybe
pemain-pemain gampang trigger.
Maybe an Ursa is a fair hero.
Ramses,
Otherwise,
Spike,
I'm guessing Slork is
dua
bad.
core-nya VP.
So maybe
Kalau udah dapet bad game,
maybe Slork is a decent
mainnya
pickup
tolol
too.
anjing.
And Void has not been banned either.
Pokoknya kalau udah dapet
I mean,
bad
no one's
game,
gonna pick Void
terus
here,
lu
I'm guessing.
tip-tip gitu, lu kasih chat-wheel
Yeah, I haven't been seeing
trigger
as
aja.
much faceless
Tilt
Void
up
as
aja.
I really thought we would in this tournament. We haven't had to cast a game of Void yet. I think we've seen it banned a handful of times over on the B stream yesterday in the Tempest matches.
Kayak game satunya
But so
lawan
far,
wildcard,
uncontested here
kayak
in
gitu
this
anjing.
draft, as the TB is going to be last ban here for T1. EP looking like
Yang
the
game
new
satu
mid
yang
laner.
mereka kalah
Will
lawan
be
tim
the
NA
Ember.
wildcard tuh. Itu gitu anjing.
Solid.
Late game nih, harusnya menang nih late gamenya.
No, every time
Tapi
I
gara-gara
glanced
mereka
at that,
trigger,
I see
sangean
Void.
maju-maju
Yeah,
terus
so-
anjing. Gak ada buyback, kalah yang kocak banget
I
kontrol.
mean, Doom is a decentish hero.
Tiba mengingatkan lu pada liquid ya 7. Ya.
Maybe they're feeling
Disrupt,
fine with that.
Teno.
Don't need to
Cuman
ban.
dulu TI7
Not
nggak
too
ada
scared
Primal
of the
Beast, Cok.
matchup. For
Dulu
T1
Primal
now,
ini
I
kalau
feel
di
like if they
TI7
can get
Primal
a
bisa
decent
ganti
start in
Earthshaker.
this mid lane in the Primal versus Ember, or if they decide to still
Oh,
flex
enggak.
Primal. Disruptor, when you're playing
Kalau
ahead,
TI7 ini-
feels amazing versus Ember Spirit. When you're
Iya
playing
sih.
from
Kalau
behind,
nggak
though,
Earthshaker,
that's a
IO.
whole different story, of course.
Yeah,
Up
no, for
shaker
sure.
tadi biasanya.
No, that's just Disruptor in general. Like when you're running at them, you feel like the best hero in the game. They cannot escape. But when they're running
Gak
at
ada
you,
di tutor juga, gak main di tutor.
yeah, you can't do anything.
Di tutornya ganti.
Quite useless.
For T1, they're likely still looking for that Ana hero, as you
Gak tau,
mentioned.
serah ganti apa lah.
Let's see here. Into the Doom might be an issue, but they've got a hero, and it is
I want-
going to be the Slark, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, whenever I check the bans, if Slark or Void are not banned, it's like a high likelihood they'll be picked. Especially when you see the Morphling too. I mean, I think that's the only reason Morphling is not picked way more. Is because the other two, like, really
Tapi
strong
dia
carries
unban.
are very good against it.
Kan udah kelar masalahnya.
Slark and
Udah nggak
Business
trending
War.
lagi, bro.
Yeah, in terms of just
Sabar di
how
sini
good
masih
those
peduli sama
heroes
perang Rusia
are
Ukraina,
in
nggak
their
ada.
viability and whatnot. I also still kind of really
Gua
like
juga udah nggak
T1's
peduli.
lanes when we look at them. The Snake
Dulu tuh lagi trending topik dan seru anjing dibahas, makanya di band
that's going to
apa
be
pakai
lots of
acara
range
ngeband
damage.
dulu.
Shouldn't be too
Sekarang
much
udah
of a
enggak.
problem as well with
Nanti kalau
Lakota.
naik
He's
lagi di
gonna
band,
kind of
ya.
struggle to 1v2 versus those two ranged heroes like Undying normally would really like to. They can deal with
Ntar
his
kalau
team
ada
pretty
berita
quickly.
lagi apa?
I'm kind of like what T1's showing here.
Berita
I'm not so sure about this
Rusia
Primal
ngebom
Beast
ngebom
mid lane. He's
Ukraina
still that
nuklir
hero
gitu.
in general,
Terus
a little bit of a
trending. Nah,
question
itu
mark
baru.
for me.
Di band
But
lagi
if
ntar
there's
berubah
anyone
lagi jadi
that
outsiders.
can really make it shine with a unique playstyle, it's certainly Thompson.
I mean, I think that he's gonna have complete freeform.
Okay, Thompson.
It's
Thompson
it's one
Primal.
of those heroes. Whenever you're playing one of these spirit heroes versus primal, especially if you're not like you haven't played it that matchup that many times, like you might just die. Like there's so many weird things that can happen. You don't expect how much you get slowed by his E spell. So many things. It's
Agak
quite
berat
an
kalau
annoying matchup.
Morda
And he also
agak
has like 30 more damage than you.
Nggak bakal
Yeah,
aganim
that's
cepet.
always a little bit problematic in terms of just securing
Ada
creeps
Primal
and
Beast
whatnot.
yang ditabrak-tabrak
Any rotations
pasti.
to
Ini
mid,
kenapa
you can see
blur ya?
likely from VP to maybe put a little bit of a thorn in the side here of the Primal Beast. And perhaps if he goes diving, it can get a tombstone, but maybe Yamech a bit more likely on the Dark Willow to rotate mid.
Yeah, I mean, the Willow will probably show up for runes. I don't expect the Primal to die. Like it would be... Like, if anyone dies, it's a mistake, but it's way easier for the Ember to die versus Primal.
And are you giving like an edge? Is there a certain draft that you prefer that, you know, might be able to get a better start here out of lanes especially?
I think T1's lineup is supposed to perform better in lanes.
Apa sih
But it's,
ngepost terus
like,
G anjing
but
nggak
they're
jelas
not,
banget
like,
entot.
what do you say, like swingy enough? Like the advantage not big enough that you can't, like a few mistakes and you get outplayed, and then the lane is even, or you're even losing. Because like this Furion versus Morphling, right? It can be horrendous for Morphling, but if you mess up a little bit and you let him get a few waves for free, like he will start waveforming on top of you, and he'll be the one like putting pressure. And then the game is completely different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's also interesting, you see this ward they got out there. Like, he just ran up and placed it. Even though T1 were smoked. I guess it won't make a big difference, but quite annoying.
Speaking of wards, T1 committing both of their wards, their first two in the shop to kind of the top lane area. Checking for
Kapan tuh T1
stacks in
ganti
the
hero?
jungle, and then
Nggak,
of course
tunggu
making sure
kalah.
that they can defend what
Kalau kalah
might be
ganti
their
nih.
own stacks that they'll end
Tuh.
up getting.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Don't-
looking at
apa?
balances here. I don't know. It seems like
If it ain't broke,
both
don't
teams
fix it.
understand
Kalau nggak rusak jangan
they don't want
dibenerin.
the Morphling versus Furion matchups. So you can see. Oh, that's why they both got these wards out. So they'll see each other on these wards now. Let's see what Ramses does, if he commits or... Yeah. Yeah, he sees the Furion running top there. Now he goes back.
But-
and then,
but what's-
they see them. you
Yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
they see them too.
So they're
So
both
that's
just watching each other, turning back and forth.
Meanwhile, Thompson not too interested in playing musical lanes. He's, of course, securing range creeps and basically almost the entire first wave. 3-0, so good job for him. Only two heroes showing bottom is Ana and Yamech. So if this continues for too long for musical lanes, then I think T1 are going to be heavily favored. It seems like DM's going to commit to top, and Ramsey's slowly walking down bottom. Cuckoo is going to be here to meet him, however.
No, this is two heroes that don't like doing this.
Atau
Both
cewek yang
Furion
draft
and
beda
Morphling,
kuku
they
pakai
really
BA.
just wanna be in the
Itu
middle.
kuku pakai BA sumpah tuh bener-bener nyoba anjing.
He's gonna jungle here.
Oh, why not? There's 3 T1 heroes currently down bottom, getting the job done. Ramsey's already taken harass from Whitemon, as Yamech did pretty decently here. 3-2 versus the Slark in the first couple of waves in their 1v1. So he held his own there quite nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look, yeah, Slark is only... It's not even level 2 yet.
Yeah, he's going to make the TP and head into this top lane.
Oh, Morphling TPing top, there we go. And now they can get the lanes they want.
There it is. Ana committing the TP first. Didn't want to waste any time playing musical lanes. His first wave of quote-unquote uncontested farm without the carry in the lane didn't go so well for him. But we'll see now.
Coba
if he
nonton
ends up
YouTube
making
kalau
another
BH
change.
offline. Bukan BH offline anjing.
Oh, okay.
Lebih ke BH sama ini. Oh mati Thompson.
PK?
Yeah. Maybe in trouble. They need one more auto
Like what
attack.
this?
Sleight of Fist on cooldown for 6 more seconds. The water runes, the bottle delivered
Gak
last
selamat
second here as well.
anjing.
Actually, is going to deny
Bocah,
GPK the
hoki banget
opportunity for
kontol.
first blood.
Interesting. GPK is going 2 points in Searing Chain. Yeah, he's definitely played this matchup before.
Thompson, though, is going to be more or less on
Gua
bottom.
kira
He
force
gets
blood anjing.
both
Itu
bottle
BH
refills,
ini anjing,
slightly
BH
interrupted,
Enchantress yang
but
diincar
actually
kemarin tuh,
find
bukan BH
himself here
offlane
in
ya.
pretty good HP, and so good enough that he's actually going to trample up to the high ground. Bottle delivered for GPK, though, means that this kill's a bit too difficult.
Yeah, I'm just looking around. Like every lane is like.
Ya,
Oh,
goblok.
God,
That was
Ana.
fast. Sorry to cut you off there, but a quick little adaptive strike into a solar rip and decay, and they burst right through Ana.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say every lane is really aggressive. Like everyone is auto attacking each other. So like these type of fast kills can happen in any of these lanes.
And through it all, Kukus CSing very nicely as well on the sidelines. He did get a couple of jungle creeps early to start off this match, but now he's chugging along pretty nice versus this Doom. Thompson as well continuing to be aggressive as he'll actually go ahead and steal the Radiance Bounty Rune for his refill. As top, Ramses just playing this one on edge. The 1 point here in attribute shift and now adaptive strike. So he doesn't have waveform if he does
Ya
get gone
Allah.
on, but
Sumpah
when
aneh
he does
cok ini game
Hakodas,
cok.
he's just going to get right clicked down by Zephyr.
Yeah, he was trying to deny himself to the creeps, but quite managed.
Uh-oh. Here they go onto Ramses. The 1 point in the shift as he's almost maxed out in the strength. Still has a fairy fire. Slowed
Mati
by
itu.
the venomous gale. Anna will
Mati
give
itu,
chase.
habis.
And it's going to have to be the right clicks
Okay.
alone that get it done, and it's going to be the kill for Zephyr.
Poggers.
Yeah, I mean Zephyr's happy right now. Unfortunately, Ana lost like 4 creeps under tower there, but I mean he's still doing fine.
Yep.
You take that.
And he's
Oh,
maybe
tau
lost
gak dramanya
his full
GPK
creeps,
sama
but picked up his
Parker?
first
Iya,
stack
yang
in
itu
terms
yang
of
di-
agility, as now he's got the
yang di
essence
pub
shift
match itu.
operating.
Yeah.
Karena nggak dapet sih.
I don't
Nggak
think
dapet
this
kill.
lane is easy for Morphling and Undying. Yeah, look, here they keep going.
Yeah, Tombstone is committed. Anna not really too concerned with it
Jangan
yet.
maju.
Has a couple
Jangan
of zombies
lompat.
trailing him. Hakoda, not enough mana here for the kill or move speed even. With
Yang
the
sama,
venomous
iya
gale flying.
yang PL itu. PL apa ya? Gue lupa hero apa.
Thompson's doing a good job here. He's always lining himself up mid lane to make sure that whenever he
PL
does
kas-
trample,
iya,
he's committing
PL.
for the range
Bener-bener.
creep as well as always
Tapi
harassing
mereka
the
nggak
ambush
temu,
spirits.
nggak
Nice
ketemu,
2
nggak
for
satu
1 there.
grup anjing.
Yeah, it's very. I haven't seen him do this build before, like skipping uproar completely. It's quite interesting.
He's looking to actually move top.
Oh,
This is a
satu
level
grup
5 gank, and he's going to find Hakoda with only a mango and brown boots. No, it seems like his sets are side.
Kapan main?
There he goes. Okay, he's going to commit for Hakoda then with the trample. Lots of HP here on the Undyne, and it's not going to be enough. Thompson with that last
Satu-satu,
auto
anjing.
attack reaches over and will claim the
2-0
kill.
deh kemarin.
Yep.
Kagak di pick PL ya.
Kuku seems very
Mana
experienced.
anjing?
Like the thing they changed with Fury, right, is they improve this base attack.
KP Infamous.
Fine, which
Kagak main
means that-
PL anjing.
Yeah, I mean you just lasted way better, and you were already a strong lasted. So
Top,
getting
Ramses?
this all Ramses again.
Wow.
Gue bilang apa Ler?
That's
T1
a difficult
aggressive,
lane for him.
10
I'm
kill.
not sure. I was about to
Real
say he
shit,
did get this
anjing.
morbid mask delivered. I wondered if that was going to make a big difference in terms of him being able to sustain himself in this lane.
Asal
But
Thompson nggak
2v1,
mati, di mid
Zephyr and
aman,
Ana
Ler.
are just really starting to snowball a bit in this lane.
Yeah. No, if you hover over that waveform, like you're
Ya, itu sih
barely.
kayaknya banyak drama
You think
budget
you
ya.
can
Ya
escape,
itu,
but you're barely
karena
moving.
pemain-pemain
When you're
mereka ini
Gale,
pemain-pemain
you're
gampang
still so
trigger.
slow, so.
Sumpah.
Going in.
Ini Ramses mati sekali, 2 kali
T1,
lagi.
they're not really looking to let up
Sekali
the
lagi lah,
aggression
dia
here
mati
anytime
sekali
soon. They planned out a
di
pretty
lane,
deep
terus kan
observer
dipindah
in lane,
jungle.
without any
Pas dia pindah
TPs.
jungle mati, trigger anjing. Kayak langsung tilted gitu, Cok. Pasti, Cok.
Damage beginning to stack in the triangle. That'll likely be, of course, for the
Ini
Ember to take.
pemain-pemain gini tuh pemain-pemain yang gampang
T1 should
trigger.
definitely be
Ini kalau
hard.
mati,
Oh, here they
ini
go.
kalau mati trigger nih, sumpah. Ramses
Oh, I mean,
bener-bener
he might.
trigger anjing.
Yeah.
Loku's
There
here.
you go.
From off screen, enters Thompson. Can he get this enough damage in onto Ramses? The shift trait's not nearly going to support him enough.
GG, bro.
Thompson as
Udah
can
kelar ini.
easily tank the
GG
tower.
udah.
It's the second time he's ganked here, only on level 5. Almost now enough for that pulverize, but 2 rotations and 2 kills for
Sumpah.
Thompson.
Enggak.
Yeah,
Pokoknya
it's very
kenapa?
well played.
Kenapa
What
T1
happened,
bener-bener
like, GPK didn't
ngegas
have TP there
atas?
because he TP'd home to heal up.
Soalnya itu anjing, Ramses tuh gampang
I don't know
trigger.
if they knew that, but that's stopped any counter aggression. And here they go again.
Yeah, and that's an easy kill then onto Yamich. Keeps himself alive a little
Sumpah.
bit longer there in the Shadow Realm.
GPK sama Ramses nih
nih
dua core yang gampang ditiltap anjing.
We'll see if GPK
Sama
can get
kayak inilah,
anything
sama
done now.
kayak
He's gonna
siapa?
rotate with
Queen,
his
Queen.
first point in Remnants. And
Queen kan gitu
eventually
juga.
right click down Zephyr.
And they're hitting Doom right here.
Yeah,
trying
they
to
are.
get a kill on him.
Good. Nice Sprout here is going to end up locking
Nice.
DM, and he will perish. Nice little Thunder Strike
Tahu
there.
tahu
to
Queen kan
ensure
lo
that they
ini
have
mid
vision
lane-nya
for the kill.
Sonics. Mid lane-nya Undying.
Ramses is level 3, by the way, mid lane.
Queen bacotin dari
He's
bocel kemarin. Iya.
Literally slammed against the ground. by
Bocah-bocah
Thompson.
gampang trigger tuh.
Very,
Queen
very
terus
good animation work on this new hero.
artizi gitu-gitu, bocah-bocah baby inilah.
He's gonna
Baby
pounce,
Rich.
but it was a pounce ultimately to try and escape. GPK rewarded with a second kill after he limped
Amar juga gampang trigger. Pokoknya yang orang-orang gampang trigger ini, kuncinya tuh di trigger di game itu, udah dia nggak main, Cok. Langsung kayak lawak gitu mainnya langsung.
That's never
Otomatis.
That's never something that feels too good there for DM. You only make that mistake once though, and now they know Glimpse is on cooldown. So in comes GPK.
Yeah.
But he's alone.
Yeah, he just tried to defend, but I think this tower is gonna go down here.
And Thompson's actually meandering
Langsung
on
ngawur
over from
mainnya. Iya,
the
langsung
mid lane
dia
as well.
mainnya udah langsung nggak mikir, langsung
Okay,
kayak
has a remnant
gas
back in the
terus,
mid lane.
nggak peduli.
See here, Thompson moving in, has pulverized. GPK is going to remnant away in time. He's
Ada,
not taking
secure
any
tower.
chances.
Oh, this is a really
Rata-rata
good
para
tower
carry
to
nggak juga sih.
Kuku is almost level 6 as well. 3.5 kill. Yeah.
Beberapa carry
super
enggak,
high.
Ame itu enggak tuh. Ame itu kebal
that's
anjing.
for
Gue nggak
the
ngerti
game.
kalau Ame, Cok. Sumpah, Ame itu kebal, Cok. Lu mau bacotin Ame siapa ya, tiba-tiba dia balik ke kill lu, terus dia yang ngir doang anjing. Memang udah ada skin ada baru keluar kemarin susah.
And go right back on mid onto Ramses. Still level 4, but finally at least 2 points make that an attribute shift. Didn't get the shift
Oh
off
my
here.
God.
Oh, is he dead? No, okay, he gets the waveform away. Whew. 3 stick
much
charges as
damage.
well. I think he was probably okay.
Yeah, he was fine, but it's still scary.
Ame itu dingin
So
percuma,
he's
ya itu.
still, you know, in the air. He might make
Ame,
another play.
Ana dead face, Ana
Trample.
juga.
Onslaught
Ana nih gue nggak
probably
ngerti
ready to
anjing,
go
kayak
again,
hidupnya
but
diem
the
mulu.
ward.
Sepi banget hidupnya. Ana,
Difficult for him to really get the surprise.
Ana tuh.
Yeah, and now it's oh, you're an ulti. Spooky being a morphling this game.
It's real sets. There he goes. Thompson again, just securing CS, pushes the entire wave under tower. But meanwhile, top lane GPK, he's going to leave a remnant top. Ana as well, not moving into the jungle quite yet. Probably would like this Falcon Blade for the mana regeneration so he can actually farm with the Dark Pack. But here comes GPK.
Aman.
Ana's going to navigate the
Depan
Bramble
kamera
maze
kalem, nggak tahu di belakang
successfully.
kamera.
That means they probably can't connect a
Tapi
kill onto him.
dari
Yeah,
apa?
at this point in the game for VP, it's
Dari
quite,
lu kalau nonton ini,
it's really
nonton
hard to
apa
kill anyone.
terus psych di
especially Ana.
Ana tuh
The thing is,
diem
press-
di.
if
Ana
things
tuh
go
emang
bad,
diem.
just press a shadow dance.
Kayak
You don't
kalau
have
udah
any
kalah,
stance.
oh
You don't
gitu-gitu.
have
Kayak cuma
any weak
ngeluhnya
damage.
tuh ngeluh gitu, tapi ya tetap lah lu semua orang pasti ngeluh. Cuman nggak banyak bacot tuh, aneh Cok orang itu, Cok.
Job done. I'm not sure how realistic that is against the Slark, but it is fairly limited. Definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, no, right now they need
Ayo, bro,
levels.
3 kill lagi,
They
bro,
need
bisa,
level
bro.
6 on their Dark Willow, they need 6 on Undying. And like Doom is
Nggak
not
ada
gonna
semangat
run
hidup
again.
dia, anjing, kayak
He wants
lemas,
to
but-
smite us. Gonna sit down here.
Balik kuku.
And he's going to receive a little bit of support as VP supports are smoked up and making their way down
good.
bottom, but Cuckoo reads the map well and is going to TP away. He was out of mana anyhow. Going to go home and TP back out to another lane and continue pushing.
Tau gua Ana tilted di TI 8.
They try their best. But when you're level
TI 8
5 Dark
apa
Willow,
major ya?
Undying,
Lupa gua tilted dia pokoknya. Apa gara-gara
tiny with a blink dagger, you know, it's
gara-gara
not that
mainnya
easy to
jelek.
catch
Oh,
people.
major kalau nggak salah,
Sure.
major masih di mid soalnya dia mainnya.
One Invisorin for Thompson. He's going to appear out of nowhere to pulverize and now kill Yamish.
Nice, 9.
Dakota as well.
Satu lagi.
Literally ran down by Thompson. Couple of auto attacks, trying to deny
Nice.
himself, but the creeps
Satu lagi.
primal beast.
Major ya,
Again,
di
dying
Kiev major
is
kalau nggak
2
salah.
kills
Dia
for
trigger
Thompson.
anjing. Gara-gara kalah lane
So
mulu.
far T1 has played this.
Allah,
It's,
bisa ngeluh anjing orangnya
He's
bang.
still finding farm here on the Ember Spirit. Looks like he wants BKB, so he's at least not being shut out of this game too hard, but he's just obviously not finding the same amount of impact as Thompson is.
Yeah, no man, he has no heroes to like. I don't know. It's just hard for him to do anything. Like the Morphling just wants to hide. Like he doesn't want to show. He just wants to farm anywhere he can. And the Doom is like, yeah, if you click him, he basically has starting items plus a Midas. So it's not that easy to make plays with him either.
That's
But right
very
now
true.
they hit level 6 on Dark Willow.
Ayo
and,
bunuh Ramses sekali lagi, cowok,
Undying has
sumpah.
level 3 Tombstone, so
Kalau
if
nggak
they
tabrak
group up,
Ramses
they can
terus
possibly
mati
beat
kena neutral creep. Wah anjing.
Okay.
Di
See,
situ.
I suspect VP might be more willing to use that a bit defensively if T1 go diving, say, here into the triangle, for example. They might be tempted to do so now after they've claimed the Tier 1 mid. They're starting to really close and shut VP out of the map. The prediction game out from Thompson is going to force Yamich to pump fake the terrorize, but just getting into the head there.
Ramses kalau mati sama Kobold GG cok, sumpah langsung nge-call. Gue yakin 100% ya.
Oh, there
Misalnya nih
is
lagi
so
gali-gali nih, nyawanya lagi low nih, tapi dia gali nih. Terus tiba-tiba
This is
keluar Kobold
where I
dipukul
always
sekali,
really like
gitu,
watching
mati.
these, no pun intended,
Di-call
tier
anjing,
one
gue
teams
jamin,
play, right?
di-call
They're
anjing
just
sama
gonna sit
Ramses.
on this side
Gak
of
mau
the
main
map,
lagi dia
continue to
pasti.
apply pressure to VP, really limit what kind of farm
Mati sih
they're
ini.
They're
able
going
to
for a
find.
kill bottom at the
Cepetan
same time.
sebelum mati, sebelum datang temennya.
I think he can TP out now though.
Ah, nggak ada ini cok.
Yeah,
Nggak ada
he's
pawns.
away. In the meantime, there's a smoke play towards the mid lane as well, where they've caught Zephyr
sih,
pretty
Zephyr.
far behind enemy lines. He runs into 2 brambles, which isn't going to really help his case. Does get off a venomous gale. It seems like that'll be a kill here for GPK.
Ayo bro, 10 kill bro, satu lagi bro.
And Whitemon, oh, he tried for a solo kill top onto Ramses here. That was a bit cheeky. There,
Yeah.
T1's really feeling themselves, huh?
Might as well go for it.
Langsung dipanggil Putin buat masuk militer. Iya anjing.
I mean, if you catch him there,
Yakin
you can
gua.
get the Fury and TP.
Langsung kamu daripada
Oh, yeah,
main Dota
definitely.
ya, nak gak guna kalau main
No,
Dota
he didn't
penting.
have
Very little
TP,
risk.
so
Dah,
that was
berangkat
just
ke
a
Ukraina,
pure-
babi.
That was a pure solo kill. No
Anjing.
TP
Okay.
ready on Fury.
Oh, the damage with the haste reactive now for Thompson. Hakoda, he's in a lot of trouble here, but he is going to manage to heal himself.
Thompson, kill aja bangsat!
But had to pop Flesh Golem just for that.
Gua butuh
extra
10
HP
kill,
to make sure he didn't
babi!
die.
No, very like you're standing under your tier 2 tower and you're still scared.
Babi.
Like one hero, it's almost killing you all. But at least now Ramses is kind of farming on the side, and the Doom has completed his Midas, so the comeback train has started.
Ada tuh, ada
There's
backup
a
tuh.
tear
Ya
down
mati
to
udah.
Thompson. That'll leave him with very little HP. Bedlam, not enough. Good Venomous Gale from Zephyr is going to reduce his move speed.
Dan
to
cok malah
almost
Whitemon sing
nil.
mati cok. Ayo,
In the meantime,
Sito
Yama's forced to settle for the
satu
onto
kill.
Whitemon.
Ya Allah, jangan sampai di comeback anjing.
That's really good. That Shadow Realm hit. Ana going for the diffuse.
Lu berarti gerakannya Primo udah kayak Slark ya emang
Even
gitu.
more
bro.
because this is the Ramses. Okay, they're going for Ramses.
Yeah, they're trying. Just never making him feel safe. That's one less camp farmed here for Ramses. One more for Thompson.
mati lagi,
So it's not
Zephyr.
like Thompson's being inefficient with his kills either, as GPK picks
Nah,
up
cok
one
dari
himself.
93 cok.
When
Dari
I Doom
93 loh cok.
bottom.
Anjing
Should be huge.
97 cok.
Downwards Doom killing the start.
There's not a lot of support here. Ana, he's already lived through half the Doom, but DM is keeping pace with him.
He's
Oke aman.
fine.
Yeah, seems like he'll be a-okay. DM's even going to move on to farm the creep wave. It's a smoke in the meantime by T1. Pressure and action all over the map as they look now for the kill onto Ramses. That time they push him out.
Nice!
Damage from Thompson with the Wrath of Nature.
Aman aman aman
Perfectly
aman aman
executed by
aman.
T1.
10 kill aman ler, 10 kill aman, 10 kill aman. Dadah
No, I
aman
was
aman
gonna say
aman.
this is the
Sekarang
classic
menang sekali dah
Ramses
cukup dah.
build. Just,
Menang
you
lah,
got
menang
Midas.
menang satu ya.
Loves doing this on most heroes.
Dah menang
Juggernaut
menang menang.
on
Sip.
Faceless
Dah,
Void.
sekarang
I guess on
dari
both lanes.
dari early game yang bagus ini sekarang kamu menang ya T1 ya,
Now you have
menang.
a Doom Midas and
Menang, menang.
Morphling Midas, so.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's the classic recovery Midas, but one thing that Midas allows you to do is, you know, farm much more efficiently, right? You get a lot more gold and experience out of much less. What would otherwise be
Pas time
less.
kill bet berapa?
Compare
Bet
that with a
3
second
anjing,
Midas
gua nggak
on
berani
your
bet
team and
gede,
a
Cok.
Doom who already has one with Devour.
Gue cuma
Maybe
modal
you can start to
8.
see, you know,
3 tuh udah
the
sisa 5
track
ini.
speed,
5
like,
ini
for
gue
the comeback
bagi-bagi
train, like
jadi
you're saying for VP.
game winner.
Yeah, there's potential. There's also potential to just get ran over, right?
Enggak sih, gue
If the
sisain
Slark is gonna
2 tadi
defuse
kalau nggak
and
salah.
your Manta is gonna be even later.
Iya, gue
So,
sisain 2.
we'll see.
Oh, gue sisain
It's one of
1.
those, like, it might
Nanti
work
gue
out
nanti
and
pakai
it, might not
7.
work
Gue
out.
ngebet 7 total.
Yeah, for sure. Thompson, you know, basically is the lead of that run you over train here with all the onslaughts he's been showing off the brand new
Ayo
Immortal.
bunuh
as well
Ramses
for
lagi di
Primal
atas.
Beast.
Bunuh Ramses lagi guys.
VP have at least
jangan,
been able to
Cok,
find
ntar
a
GPK
couple
yang jadi
minutes of
anjing.
farm now on their cores. GPK, one component away here from the BKB.
Sepernya mati, seper.
And like you
Yeah,
said,
break smoke,
Ramses with the Midas.
Oke, atau nggak ada yang
He's
mati
trying to
juga
get up
apa-apa.
that Manta as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's not gonna be fighting at all. So it's basically gonna come down to GPK.
Lu lihat
with,
mukanya Ramses anjing udah trigger tadi,
Undying
Cok.
and Yamich here
Udah kayak
to, like
entot,
3 on 5
game tai,
basically,
game tai,
try to
game
take
tai.
some decent fights. I mean, I'm guessing like Doom is kind of close to BKB, and then he can start helping out too. So they do have some timings coming up. It's
Yeah.
not complete despair yet for them.
They're definitely going to need that Manta and maybe even another Dispel for Ramses. I mean,
Paling
you're
masih bisa
playing
ngancurin
against
Ward,
here,
udah
this
nggak bisa,
Venomancer,
anjing tuh,
right,
udah
so
lama,
even with
anjing, udah
Shard
lama
is
banget,
annoying
Cok.
even with the spells, but he's eventually going to upgrade his empty urn into a vessel, and that's going to be quite threatening for him. Percentage-based damage, of course, on the ulti and on the talents, so this guy can get really scary here for a Morphling.
Oh, it's something interesting. Whitemon has already picked up a gem. Oh, cuckoo,
Oh,
mid there.
There's an
kuku.
Orchid. Look at that, right onto GPK they go. Can they get
Dar,
here with the pole
dar,
blast? Seems
mati,
almost
nice,
guaranteed
good
as
kill.
the soul burn
Di samping.
damage doing work. They
Willow,
kept
Willow.
damage as well out of the
Tabrak,
fight
tabrak.
as he's trapped inside the
Ya,
kinetic
ada.
field and static
Yeah.
storm combo. And now they're going to distract Thompson here, the Primal Beast, with a yummy little
Gak
tombstone.
apa-apa, good
Oh,
kill
but that's
GPK.
really bad. They literally bought the gem at 14 minutes and lost it. Like Yamich picked up the gem. That's almost 1,000 gold.
It's a pretty big swing. Is anyone holding it? Has it
No, he
gone?
just put it in base. Like they don't wanna carry that. It's too scary.
Okay.
He
Uh,
can, maybe Doom will carry it later when he finishes BKB.
Tuh, Ramses udah lempar
That's a
mas.
big deal,
Mati
right?
sekali
'Cause like
lagi,
you're
Cok.
saying,
Ayolah.
with the Slark
Bunuh
especially,
sekali
and
lagi
it
lah
seems to
Ramses.
act as a ward detector.
Trigger dia langsung,
You can
Cok,
just
salto
move around
ntar.
the map and basically immediately cut vision from enemies and removing a lot of plays for them to make.
Yeah. Oh, very unfortunate.
Hobson's about to get his BKB online here just with this last creep wave. That might be a Go time here for T1. Slark still with Diffusal, Falcon Blade, and one component of Axe Scepter. Might not be super eager to fight, but with Thompson fronting for him, it should go decently. Although, Terrorize onto Thompson now. Whiteman's going to keep him at bay with a static field.
Ooh, nice.
And Thompson's going to be able to navigate through the Bramble Maze, so no lasting damage here from VP.
Tunggu Thompson BKB, Ler.
I mean, it's not that simple for T1 to just find a fight, you know, like VP are already basically playing on 20% of the map right here.
Right.
They're all sitting around their tier 2 tower mid, and Ramses is hitting Ancients. So like, what you can do, you can smoke into the Ancients and hope.
Exactly. But what they've really done, I think, surprisingly, is you take a look at the gold graph, and they've kept this line, this 2K lead, pretty stagnant. In fact, now it's starting to slowly creep a little bit more towards even every single time Ramses gets off a Midas and every time DM uses his and devours. So they're keeping it pretty close, especially after that gem.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's because, I mean, DM is earning twice as much gold as a normal hero of the same stuff, right? With his Devour and the Midas.
Plus one.
And the
Ada
Ana
kuku,
is
ada
keeps
kuku.
pushing in this lane. Okay,
Thompson.
they're going for a kill here.
Yeah, he's looking for kills, and
Nice.
with Kuku here to assist him. That one's just about guaranteed, but now Ramsey's showing up to play here. He's going to go for a kill on
Ramean,
Kuku,
anjing,
rooted
empat,
up by the
anjing.
Brambles. He will fall. Thompson as
BKB,
well, being
Thompson,
given chase.
BKB, nice.
Forced to use the
Teriak, teriak,
BKB here. Thinking about going back in, because he's got Ana now to support
Nice,
him,
good
and
kill.
there's going to be the Pulverize onto the
Balikin
Willow.
satu. Oh, nice.
Also now trapped inside of Ramses. He's not pushed outside here either of the Static Storm. Oh, he is actually out of the kinetic field, but he got off already. The shift, turning and fighting, leashed up
Mati
by
tu,
the
Ramses.
Pounce, and there's going to be the Vessel applied. He might
Boom.
just tick down underneath the tower. He will. In the meantime, GPK still fighting, will be able to
Ada
take
mana?
down
Nice,
Thompson,
good
but he's
kill.
up and out of mana.
Nice.
He's easy pickings for Ana. T1
Itu bukan
really
BKB dari
cleaning
jauh.
up.
Ya, doomnya anjing. Gua
I
nggak
was
ngerti
about to
kenapa.
ask, you know, it feels really awkward for T1 right now to kind of force an objective, but when it comes to fights, it's really quite easy for them. It looks easy anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if they get a fight going like that, for sure.
Gak ngerti gue anjing dia
I don't know
lawak.
if they got to drop the tombstone. Because I was gonna say the opposite here. Oh, never mind, Ana going for a crazy play. Bottom.
Shove
Balik.
there, baiting out the War Stomp, so
Oh, gas.
Dark Pack's a bit early. Kinetic
Nice,
field.
dipulangin
Ramsey
anjing
sent
Ramses.
back as well by the glimpse. Is going to allow this dive to continue. There goes the tombstone that we were missing last time. As the Terrorize does hit onto 2, but Ana's already there with the Dispel. Whitemon dies to the tower, but it's Ana who's still fighting 1v1. Now 1v2, Hakoda and DM with the damage up there. We'll get the job done. We'll also get Kuku for free, who TPs under the tower, and that's a 3-for-0 trade.
Kuku call anjing.
Yeah, they tried. That was that does not feel good, because now during you're dead, right? You're just clicking around. You see these Midases.
BKB.
You're not feeling too good.
Lah lah lah.
And here's how that last fight,
Lala.
previous to this one, kind of kicked off. We're looking for our Tombstone.
Ini
Yeah,
apa,
you're right.
Cok?
Tombstone didn't get out. He simply was just doing that one.
No, because that's the point, right? Like, if he actually gets Tombstone off in that fight, I think T1 get wrecked. Like, it's not that easy to run into these type of heroes. Like, just the Doom.
Ini pro. Ini tier 1 Dota anjing, bukan Herald yang kepencet BKB anjing.
Like, you have the entire map, but you can't really farm it that efficiently.
Kenapa
these
dia?
static
What the
fights are gonna
fuck?
go real well for VP, at least for
Kenapa
now.
dia BKB, cok?
Yeah.
As GPK finds 2 on the route, Static Storm, but he BKBs, and that's going to condemn Whitemon. Zephyr as well here is going to be taken down. 2 kills for GPK there on the first usage of the BKB, and he's already halfway towards Maelstrom.
Yeah. No, so I mean, VP have definitely.
Ya tapi
Like you say,
ngetro
like,
anjing
weathered
mati
the
mulu,
storm,
cok,
so to
babi.
speak. Like, right now it's a very evenish game.
Ramses and Thompson exchanging, contesting for farm. As Thompson's
Ngapain
actually
anjing Thompson
going to
diem,
get that
bangsat?
one. And with the haste rune, I don't really think Ramses can catch up to him unless he wants to morph and
Mau
chase
dipukul sama
after him.
Thompson, malah nggak bisa anjing goblok.
Just trying to remove any efficiency. Ana still claiming that top berth here for net worth, but DM and now GPK not too
Nggak,
far
tapi gue masih nggak
behind.
ngerti tuh
Ramses
kenapa tadi
still
doomnya
definitely
BKB
recovering,
anjing.
but he's almost got the ultimate orb now.
Kayak,
Another 1,000. He's got
Bro, gue
full
nggak
mana,
butuh
so-
bro BKB 8
Yeah,
detik,
no,
gue cuma
VP
butuh BKB
definitely
6
is
detik bro. Dipencet sama dia bangsat.
They're getting quite decent farm. The items are coming, and T1. I mean, you feel a little stressed, right? Because yeah, you're looking at this Roche, and you were hoping during all that map control you had 5 minutes ago you could have killed it, but it would have been too slow, and that's why they didn't go for it. They don't really have the heroes that like destroy that Roche.
Is that the objective right now to you for T1, or should it be like them looking, you know, to get Roche and start actually taking towers here, you know, bolstered by that Aegis to make sure you can actually get Slark onto towers?
I mean, they definitely want Roche, but no, I don't think that's what they They should want to just kill them. Like that
Okay.
should still be the goal. Maybe if Venomaster went for Wraith Pact instead of Spirit Vessel,
Break smoke.
they could have tried
Nice.
to force Roche a bit. Or if they hadn't changed Nature's Prophet's talents, so he had those big treants still. But no, they should just try to kill them.
Shit.
Find a fight.
Bad fact sini kalau misalnya.
For a fight mid. I see Ramses as well with hitting Plague Wards. Whitemon from behind. The pound sets up for the kinetic
Nice.
field static
Mati
storm.
sih
That's
itu.
a great jump here.
Nice.
Thompson's gonna
Lanjut.
go ahead and jump in to finish the job. It's already a 4v5 fight and VP scattering, but they're gonna turn action. There's gonna be a duel on a
Doomnya
Thompson. The
kena.
glimpse as well is gonna be shrugged off by DM. Down goes Thompson, and Anna now is gonna be caught by the Terrorize. Into the Bramble Maze he goes, but he's covered by the Shadow Dance, so they can't actually do any damage.
Red
One
satu
for
buat
one
satu.
trade then.
Yeah,
Udah cok, cukup cok.
VP will stand their ground.
yeah, they take that for sure.
Sorry, I'm just looking at how Cuckoo is being annoying with these treants, just planting them in the spawn boxes and looking to block all of the ancients and all the creeps in between.
Yeah. Okay, so now there's no Doom up at least. So you can try thinking about like pushing some lanes and then dive a tower perhaps.
Karena buildnya apa ya? Ini nyala nggak ini?
You
ya?
have a lot of
Open that
plays
build
here
down,
for T1. And Cuckoo just finished. Yeah, he finishes BKB. It's quite
Okay.
strong.
And for VP, when do you
Sumpah
when do you
Doomnya
think that
demen
they
mencet
start,
BKB anjing.
trying to
Nggak ngerti gue
take
kenapa
back
Doomnya
control of
mencet
this
BKB
game,
mulu
and
cok.
when do they become the ones to start making aggressive moves?
That's probably okay. Wait,
Okay.
here you go
Uh-oh.
again, Rams.
Oh, the Manta. It's not done yet, and Anna to jump on in. Yep, an easy kill there for T1, who have 4
Aduh
heroes
lompat
lingering
kemana
in the
anak
area.
goblok.
Thompson's gonna miss, and that might allow Hakoda to live.
Nice
That is,
cleanse.
unless they were playing against the Disruptor, as he's brought
Nice,
back and
nice.
killed underneath his own
Aman,
tier
aman,
2
aman,
tower.
aman.
And now with 2 heroes dead, T1 are actually starting to siege up.
Yeah, this is nice.
Mati lagi anjing
Now
baru
there's no
nge-spawn lo
Doom,
si anjing lo.
so Thompson does not have to be scared.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
okay. Sleight of fist dodge, but is that going to
Nice.
be enough? Anna's well into the Shadow Dance he goes. GPK continuing to fight as he's really losing
Whoa,
this, and
he
he just
died.
dies to the
What?
right of Cuckoo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the essence shift right there. You don't
That's
expect that
some
much
pop
damage.
shit. Nice.
Static Storm as well. No one can escape here.
Nice.
Anna looking for now his 9th stack of permanent energy is going to be delayed by a second thanks to the Yule Scepter. Shadow Dance now.
Woo,
Sorry,
hampir.
Bramble coming out. That was almost a kill there.
Yeah.
Valiant effort there from Yavich.
Anna had that depth shroud ready though, so.
Gua nggak tahu anjing tuh trigger banget sih gue jadi Ramses gue udahan anjing. Jujur aja nih, gue jadi Ramses gue udahan
I
cok.
mean, can they try to? Nah, Doom is still 20 seconds away. 2 heroes dead. I think they just have to give this up. And now T1 can finally smile again, you know?
Yep. Thompson returning, giving a bit of a shove to his teammates. And Anna here still, of course, with those 78 agility stolen through Essence Shift is going to get through this Roche eventually. And that'll likely be A just for him.
Lanjut fight lagi cok. Udah ada ulti.
Just an
Gas.
immediate smoke as well by T1. They want to keep their foot on the gas here and make sure that
Udah mantap
they
belum
can close
Ramses?
out
Oh
this
my
game
God.
sooner
Udah.
rather than later. Is that a
Cuckoo.
TP in? Cuckoo, you madman. Onto the Undying. He's going to actually block him there with the Sprout, but good damage
Itu,
from Ramses.
itu,
He's
pegang.
committed though. They force out
Pegang.
him away from his team though. Oh, the shift
Nice.
up. He's killed off as he's picked up and
Gua nggak peduli
pulverized
anjing
by
kalah
Thompson,
fight.
covered by
Yang
the
penting gue
BKB.
demen anjing liat
But the
Ramses
losers
mati
from the
bangsat.
backlines as Cuckoo is finally going to perish for his a super aggressive TP on in. Thompson, he might be next as
Gua
well.
ngapain
As he
lagi
is going
di
to fall.
slide-nya,
Nice hook stop
bangsat,
as well
bangsat.
out from DM. He's going to stun up Anna.
Cabut.
Who's simply just going to pounce
Gua nggak
away
peduli
out
anjing
of
kalah
this
fight.
fight. Once again, they get Ramses, but it's been pretty costly here for T1. That is until at least Anna jumps in a second time
making a
around.
player.
Hakoda as well continuing to fight.
Shit.
And with the damage amp, they've actually got a kill here.
Dep shot.
Okay,
Dep shot.
still fighting versus
Dep shot,
Zephyr,
anjing,
but he's
tolol
gonna
banget,
go
Cok.
for another kill. They've doomed him here already. This is the second life as he continues to try and get the Essence Shift up.
Nggak di
You
depth
lose
shot,
all your
anjing,
stacks
kalau
when
gua-
you die, and he's lost him now a second time as GPK
Kenapa Ana nggak
gonna
nge-spam depth
slide a
shot,
fist on in
anjing?
for a kill. 4 dead immediately after taking Roche.
Yeah.
Sumpah kerjanya
Oh,
T1
it's-
gitu
it
anjing.
should be fine
Menang
around
fight
there.
bagus. Nge-throw.
Yeah, no, that's not. That's good for VP. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. One is going in, but they keep fighting. GPK
And he's
knows.
at BKB, so he'll be away. Cuckoo can't get in there fast enough with the right-click damage. And
Nggak
Ramsey's
depth shot
back to
anjing.
farming. Now he's
Kalau
got
di depth shot kan nggak bisa di doom ya. Terus dia bisa lompat anjing. Tadi kan ditutup apa nggak ada yang jaga atasnya cok.
Onto the wagon.
Lompat aja.
Not onto the wagon. Okay.
Nyobain.
There, it's onto the wagon. He just wanted to beat it up a little bit.
Okay, so here we see Cuckoo tipping in. He already is at half HP.
Yeah. Did you like the move from Cuckoo? You think that's the way to start fights? Just go for any fight possible right now?
Udah salah lompat balik ke Doom, iya. Maksudnya oke lah lu salah lompat balik ke Doom,
I
tapi
think it should
tadi
be
sini
okay.
nyoba gitu loh pakai depth
I don't
shroud,
know what happened.
pakai shardnya taruh shardnya,
I didn't see. I guess he
taruh
used-
shardnya kan nggak bisa di Doom.
Right
Kan lu
there
tinggal
very
lompat
early.
anjing sekali lah nyobain.
So,
Kalau misalnya
you
tetap
also
mati
have
ya
to
udahlah,
give
at
credit to
least
VP, like, he
tried
did that
gitu.
very well. Because I mean, Ramses kind of fed himself away to like keep them there, and GPK didn't hesitate. He just went in and he killed 2 people by himself. And awkwardly, Slark couldn't like really hit him. So like it was really well fought by VP. Like that can turn out completely fine for T1.
Yep.
So, like I don't hate the move that he did there.
It's just that I think when the fights start to go a bit longer, well, it's hard to say that against the Slark, but if Slark's being kited around and controlled very well, then GPK, especially with even more, stacking Sleight of Fist after Sleight of Fist in these fights, getting Maelstrom procs left, right, and center, eventually the damage is going to really start to amp up.
Yeah, I'm also like just wondering about the Spirit Vessel on Vandermaster. Like if this was the, because if they have a Wraith Pact in these fights, it's just, yeah. I have a feeling like Wraith Pact would have been the better choice here. He's also just walking around with 0 charges right now.
Yep. No, he's got a couple of those, but this game has felt like for T1 a bit of feast or famine. Right now, a bit more famine as their smoke will swing a wide. VP get a whiff of that one and TP away in time.
I mean, let's be honest. Like if you had a heat map of this game, like VP have where they're sitting right now, like that's where they've been.
Yeah, that's a good point. And T1 very likely just almost always across the river, at least Thompson. I don't think I've seen him in his
Enggak,
jungle
orang
once.
tolol mana?
No.
Orang tolol
That's-
mana
that's why Kuko is
nge-scan
picking this
Rosan,
hero, like,
Rosannya
his team
nge-spawnnya
is
4 menit lagi
On
anjing.
their side, and he gets to farm.
Lu nggak
everything
ngitung waktu
back
apa
into base.
gimana, Cok?
Richest share in the game right now. Full AC now completed, so the physical damage is going to really begin to amp up. I want to take a look at VP's itemization, though, specifically now onto Ramses, who's still, again, on the recovery train, but already halfway towards that BKB, and Slark makes a really nice target to grab.
Yep. Oh, for sure. You nerf him down a little bit. But at the same time, like Slark, it's not the highest base stats. He so you gain quite a bit, but Slark doesn't mind as much as some other heroes.
That's true.
Get Terrorblade and stuff.
Okay,
Hey,
Thompson. And he's going in for another fight. This is a fight that is under a VP ward, however. That's not going to, of course,
Wih,
convince
jago
Thompson to
juga.
not go in deeper.
Lewat.
Although eventually he's going to be rebuked.
Finishing Ags on GPK.
Jing,
And
50-50,
Doom,
Cok.
Yeah, he just got a
Gavin
shield.
berkata 50-50.
No, everyone is strong here. Except Ramses, yeah. I mean, Ramses, he'll get his Ags soon enough. Then he'll
Again, I
join
mean,
the strong boys.
You look at the gold graph, and it's still not super as one-sided as T1 have, really played on their side of the map. There's a fight breaking out, though, so we'll look at graphs later,
Nice.
but it's Ramses in trouble and just
Yeah.
dead. And now DM trying to salvage his fight as he BKBs up, has a Doom, but against 5 is going to go ahead and save it for the next fight.
Yeah. I wonder, how did they see him there?
That was
I guess he was just walking by the...
Good shit, good shit.
I mean,
Good-
you
good
look
pick
at the
off,
death
good pick
summary
off.
by Dota Plus, and you can just see basically all the status effects applied at once. Every single hero there having a hand in killing Ramses.
Hey, VP are
Oh
going
my
in
god,
hot.
bak. Utangina, bak.
Yeah, and that's GPK making an aggressive jump. He's
Bak,
gonna
tangina,
burn
what the
right
fuck,
through
bak.
Zephyr. Maybe looking for more as well. Whiteman, though, he's got a Glimmer Cape, which will make this difficult.
Bak.
Sleight of
Bak.
Fist is
Oh
not
my
going to
god.
avoid the glimpse there.
Oh my
DM
god.
Again, looking for more. Whiteman trying to keep him at
Oh
bay,
my
but
god.
Field is not going to stop GPK from getting a second pick off.
No, nice smoke, nice smoke. No BKB on Thompson. No Shadow Dance up. You
What
can go
the
for him,
fuck,
fight.
bro?
It's fine.
Ramses, though, I mean, he's always the one that has to die at the start of these fights. It's felt like
Cacok
for
T1
VP.
T-nya throw anjing.
I mean, it would be so
T1
nice if you
kepanjangannya
could
throw
live
one
through this
anjing,
on
bangsat.
time.
Yeah, right. Just wants to see the end of the fight, but he's usually the one to be initiated and jumped on here by VP. But really good cleanup duty by the rest of the VP, especially as you
Kasihan
say,
anjing sampai dikasih buku,
identifying the
Cok,
lack of
Morplingnya.
BKB.
Tapi balik
Gonna
anjing
go
nih
on a
Morpling
smoke
kalau
break.
kayak gini
GPK now, by the
ceritanya.
way, with a full
Jadi
X
tahan
on
sama
the Spirit.
Embernya.
I mean, you have to be fair to Ramses too. Like after every time he dies, usually VP get a nice fight. Like
For
that's
sure.
why they're only down 4k gold.
Yeah.
Because he's not dying in like really dumb spots most of the time. It's like he's literally outside his base, and they're just diving him like
Yeah.
crazy people.
He's farming right next to his tier 2 tower, and they jump in. I mean, that's the way it is, right?
Telat
That
banget,
T1's been
Cok,
playing this
kelamaan.
game, and I mean, again, like that. My statement was not meant to fault Ramses, but it's been VP who have been responding appropriately.
Ntar lagi
It's a
agak dikomboin
frustrating
sama
game, I'm
Dewe.
sure,
Lo
for-
tahun
okay,
berapa anjing?
Ramses, he had enough now. I think he's changing.
Tahun
to
berapa
getting
lu,
BKB.
bangsat?
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be a nice one. Is there an ag queued up for Whitemon? There is, but he's still less than halfway there, which for a Disruptor is not nearly fast enough to be of a concern right now for VP, but that'll be on the horizon if this game ends up going late enough.
And very interesting talent is the 20 on Nature's Prophet here, the Sprout Leash. It's very good versus Morphling and versus Ember Spirit. Goes through BKB.
Now, you need a Force Staff to get out of that one.
Yeah. They only have one. They have one on Undying.
Okay, so he's going to need to be in position, ready to use, which for an Undying is maybe not the hardest task in the world. Thompson goes for an onslaught on the mid lane, and he's going to be doomed for that. DM looking for the lockdown as GPK joins, and that's just a kill onto Thompson.
Yeah. At the same time, I want to like keep
Thompson
aware of
throw
this stuff. I'm
anjing.
impressed because they do kill the bottom tower.
Agak dia maling
and,
stop, iya,
it
maling
forces
stop.
out a Doom, and Roche can spawn in 20 seconds. Like, so they might have Doom on cooldown now when Roche spawns. Like that might be what would you say, like a Giga Brain play?
Giga Brain, yeah, absolutely. Very wrinkly brain for Thompson. Two times TI winner, trying to get qualified here. Already T1, of course, sitting pretty good in their groups. 3-3 compared to the 4-4 of VP.
2 menit
T1 still
anjing,
with
hoki
1-1
banget
match to play
kontol.
versus Wildcard following this match. But of course, they're going to be.
Oh, they're
looking
after
for-
Ramses again. He has BKB
Yeah.
now, though. Then there's no
Big
Thompson
ol'
alive.
Jump and a good Force Tap's going to break the leash. No more pounces for Ana.
Yeah, I think VP are
Back,
gonna
back,
chase
back,
this.
back.
Yep.
There's no Thompson.
And they've got vision here onto Whitemon. GPK unaffected there by the static storm as Ramses picks up the kill, snipes him with the adaptive strike. Cuckoo as well, now BK being up, and he's going to be on the run. Ramses, of course, doesn't copy the talents.
Sumpah,
So he's
jelek
not gonna
banget,
sprout him
anjing.
there, even if he was level 20.
Yeah, and Roche, okay. He'll have Doom up for Roche.
It's a long one. It's 80 more seconds until he's up. Cuckoo keeping his treants in the pit just to see as soon as it does spawn up. But yeah, I mean, actually, that might have been a play to have made. I think the somewhat less connected jump top lane onto Ramses is a little bit unfortunate as an immediate follow-up there from T1.
Yeah, no, it's very impatient. They have to wait for Thompson to either respawn or almost have respawn.
Yeah.
Then they can do stuff like that.
But,
And it's funny, I just saw a GPK dewarding here with a gem, and that gem has a long history in this game. Goes back over 20 minutes when they picked it up from Whitemon.
Yeah, exactly. And I know we don't have a heat map, but, you know, just even where Ramses was farming, you know, he wouldn't have dared to venture that far 10, 20 minutes ago either. So the state of the game is shifting. You can see VP moving with much more confidence, at least still on their side of the
Ini gara-gara
map.
Embernya
With the gem up
jadi,
as
anjing.
well
Kalau Embernya
here.
nggak jadi, nggak bakal
Be, in
segininya,
a
Cok.
pretty good position to finally regain some semblance of map control.
I mean, at least now they can definitely contest Roche. Like, that's for sure. There was a long period of time where, like, if T-Bomb wanted to do Roche, they could have. But, like, if they had
Oi,
like,
oi,
different
oi.
items. Okay, they're gonna smoke.
Halo,
up.
Arga.
And GPK now with the full upgraded Gleipnir, so keep a lookout for that one as some way to control through Depth Shroud.
Ya
control
elah,
through
salah
Shadow
baca,
Dance.
bro.
Smoke on smoke action here. T1, they're going to go right down the mid lane and sneak into the enemy triangle, while VP at the same time are moving into the enemy jungle. So the classic high ground swap.
Yeah. Okay, so they'll see this courier, so they see where it's going, so they know. But yeah, but now both know. Now they see them dewarding. All right. But this is awkward though, because the mid lane is pushed in. So I think, yeah, Yamich sees this. He wants to cut the wave. No, they won't get it. Yeah, because now when you're VP, you're feeling a little awkward.
Is it just because of the lane equilibrium?
Please,
where it's at?
eksekusinya yang bener, anjing.
Yeah. And that's an advantage that T1's seemingly always going to have, right? With Wrath of Nature just passively pushing lanes. Not to mention Cuckoo can just TP in and do it himself.
Because, like, what are you doing now with VP? You're just standing there.
Yeah. And
Okay,
it's an
GPK
ominous
balik.
wave as well. 2 wagons.
Anjing,
On the
dibalikin,
GPK
bangsat.
is sent back
Okay,
by the glimpse. Big ol' sleight of fist, though, means he's going to be able to avoid it. And has a remnant to rejoin the rest of his team if necessary. T1, maybe they'll go hunting for a remnant here. Well, they're not likely to find it, at least not without
Okay,
meeting
they saw
resistance.
Cuckoo TP bottom. He has TP in 15 seconds. VP are just backdooring the mid tower.
Fortified
Forti apa, Cok?
out. Roche has respawned, of course, second Roche with Aegis and now Egg Shard.
Baru habis game ini lihat
Game
DMDC,
coming
oke,
to a bit
Rat.
of a standstill here. Feels like
Ingetin, Rat.
very
Gua lupaan.
tense, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's not easy right now. Like how you go.
And I've really got to commend GPK. He's been the one that they've been sending around the map here, really going through these TP scrolls at quite the rates, but keeping the lanes at least decently pushed out, which is, I believe, high marks deserved for him against a Nature's Prophet. Not an easy task, especially without bots.
No, for sure. T1 might go for this tower. Okay, second smoker by VP.
Yep, and Anna's got a basher now at the ready. It's still on the courier though, so it's not here. Keep your eyes on that mini map there, as the courier moving next to the dire tier 2 tower is his. If VP managed to intercept it, that'd be a pretty big swing in their favor.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're gonna see it. They're gonna see the courier. Oh, it's
Kill
got
it.
basher on it. Is Ramses gonna wait for him after it? Oh, they forced that
Oh,
with the
level
cliff.
20.
Okay, and I was standing still, microing the courier, but he's gonna get the basher delivered in one piece.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how you can do these fights here. Because, okay, they get the tower. Because if you, both teams have buyback.
Cing, ini nongkrong doang anjing dari tadi cok di
If you
haki
run into
bangsat.
the, because each team is on the other side of the map, right? Then you can just, yeah, you can do like an 8-on-5 fight with buybacks and TP on shrine.
Rosan anjing
Hey,
cok.
they're just hitting high ground. Half HP on the tower. Anna manning up.
Nice dispel. Of course, you cannot block Gleipnir or any other AoE abilities with the Lincolns.
Because look at this Venomancer, right? I feel like he can just run in and start placing plague wards. If they commit too much to kill him, he can buy back.
I mean,
But at the same time, maybe you don't want to risk it. Like, it's really hard to know if it's
Bangsat
worth it.
nongkrong doang anjing dari
Yeah,
ini.
just to show you
Nongkrong
how long
Rosan
they've
cok,
been
gak
in
dapat
this
Rosannya
game. This
anjing.
ward planted by Hakoda here on the dire cliff is already at half duration. They've been just camping this ward, but now maybe it'll kick off. The power rune's a bit of a boring one. It's only the illusion rune, but now they're in here onto Thompson. Is they're going to make the jump. The Lincolns, I think, is going to block the Doom. There
Double
goes
Doom
the
keluar.
Poison Nova. Anna as well jumping around in the fight, but Zephyr's going to be the first to fall. Has buyback here and is going to commit it. Ramsey's stuck inside of the Static Storm, but he's going to eat through now. Whiteman, who does not have the buyback in
Yes,
T1,
balik.
I think they're going to make the call to abandon this team fight. Over on the other side of the river, Thompson is going to perish there before he can complete the pulverize onto DM. What is going on back over here? Anna is attempted to get caught, but is going to be able to pounce out in time.
Ya kalah
And
anjing
he
4
bought
Rosan
back on Zephyr
bangsat.
here.
Doom kedua masih ada cok.
Should she just buy a Wraith Pact? Screw this Aeon Disc. It's too far.
He's just camping in the mid-wave right now.
He already had Refresher on Doom, huh? Okay.
And now Ramsey, by the way, does have full BKB, as well as Ag. Scepter's got a Manta to dispel that, and he actually finds himself outside of the Shroud to make the jump to terrorize. Cuckoo
Zephyr
is
dive
dead,
back.
and next up is Zephyr. That's a dieback GPK with both of those kills. VP, for the first time in what feels like out of the laning stage,
Gak ngerti gua tuh
finally
barusan call
took the
apa,
net
anjing.
worth lead here. They lead by 2K.
Oh, I didn't see that that coming. That TP in by. I guess they thought they were somewhere else. That was quite strange.
I'm not sure, yeah. It's always easier for us to see, right, with having true sight on both sides, but you know, as to what Cuckoo was seeing there, we'll
Just
have to check
kukuting,
the
iya,
replay to be
anjing.
sure. As they do scout Anna, moving on through, so he's going to be zoned away from the pit. And by the looks of things, especially with Tombstone committed, VP are going to be able to get their hands on this second Aegis.
No. So now, we might finally, for the first time in the game, see VP be the ones trying to kill people, smoking after.
That seems to be very likely. I mean, GPK has had an absolute monster of a
The
game, hasn't he? Look
fuck,
how
bro?
farmed he is. Gleipnir already the refresher. He's holding on to the gem. That's not theirs, by the way. That's owned by Whitemon.
Oh, I feel bad for him still.
Jing DD
Imagine
lagi
buying the gem
bangsat.
at 13 minutes and you lose it in 20 seconds. You have the grandiose plans. You're gonna
Right.
devour the entire map for minutes on end.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
going
an
to
entire
camp
game.
on the any side of the map. If they once their support tries to go and plant a ward, you kill them and start a fight. You know,
Yeah.
always keep chain killing them. But unfortunately, that's not the way this game was meant to be here for T1. As they find themselves now, finally we see Thompson hitting his own jungle camps. I think it's the first time he's even seen him this time. This game.
Udah ngeret.
Yeah,
You have
Sprout
kuku man.
Lucius.
Gak apa-apa dah. Force GPK
Everyone kinda
balik-balik
has
mulu.
what they want right now. So, I mean, obviously Disruptor would probably like to have Ags.
Fucking this
but,
NP so useless. What the
if you buy
fuck?
Disruptor, you can't.
Can't be. You can be hopeful. but
Yeah, exactly.
You usually don't get to be rich, unfortunately, on that hero.
Right, DD Morphling here. Yeah, he might just hit high ground. We'll see.
It's not a very long-lasting.
But Anna is hitting
there.
back, and they have Furion.
Ember has 2 Sleight of Fist
Like
charges
atas.
here, by the way, as he's going to go back and get the BOTs online. That's a lot more damage he's able to output in these fights.
He's just going for Zephyr in the base.
Yep, and he's just going to kill Zephyr beyond God, like 17, 3 and 6 now, as he's
Ooh,
going to
glimpse, though.
refresh and be glimpsed back,
Oh,
but
so
perfect timing there on the Remnant. I believe if he's trapped there, he's going to have to BK. No, even BKB, and I don't think he
Yeah,
can
he
get it out
didn't
with the
have
Sprout
BKB.
Leash. Perfect timing.
Oh, he had BKB. Oh, he has Refresher too. Oh my god,
Yeah.
everyone has Refresher.
Yeah, he is farmed.
Thank
That's what I
you,
mean. It's
Kuku,
been
welcome.
incredible.
Gak
VP,
bisa anjing.
for how
Kuku
difficult
yang
the
punya
early
T1 anjing
game
sekarang
was, they
bangsat.
managed to find what little farm that they had. They've distributed it well, and they farmed it incredibly efficiently. Of course,
Bangsat.
Doom can do that just off of Doom, but as well as this Midas, like I think it was really instrumental to Ramses being able to have a relevant late game here.
No, yeah, like that's hard to say. Like maybe Amanta would have been similar. Like if you didn't go for the Midas, it's hard to like the Doom. Definitely Midas was correct. You can't be sure on the Morph thing, but I mean it's obviously been fine. And I mean they have played this game like what they had to do. Like they basically had to sit in their base and hope like that T1 would take like slightly bad fights where they have a chance to counter initiate, and that's what they've done.
Now,
T1 mainnya gitu anjing kalau udah menang dapat lead gitu ya. Sangean anjing maju-maju ke depan kayak orang tolol.
Top. This VP will smoke behind the Morph lane. That's a tier 2 mid take.
Welcome Womi bangsa juga
Team fighting
anjing.
now it's extremely difficult with Aegis up, 2 refreshers, 25 Ember. It's just it's very difficult to fight.
That Aegis is still online here for Ramses for another 2 minutes. So got a lot of time to play with. And VP, they're going hunting bottom. Smoke's going to break. DM, he's got the Shiva's vision, and they're going to scout Ana. He's got, however, the Lincoln Sphere, and Yamich could not get in time, could not break it with the Lincolns in time, so no chance to get off of Doom. And it's going to BKB and safely escape. Scary moments for T1, though. Again, 20 minutes ago even, they were not the ones running from fights.
This is level
Welcome
26
Miracle,
Embers.
new T1 mid lane,
It's a
Kuroki
big
Escos
problem.
gak mungkin anjing. Mereka gak bakal ke T1, Cok. Secret
Gonna
masih
do
masuk
so
akal.
much.
He's big.
Pokoknya kalau Secret gak lolos TI,
He's got lots of
ini dia.
remnants. He's got the shard as well, so anytime he gets a kill, it means he's refreshing his remnants, and when he uses refresher, he gets all 5 returned to him. Trying to catch him is going to be rather difficult as Ana. His pounce is
Wih,
blocked there.
Ana mengetahui
DM
ini ya,
forces out the
skill
depth
baru
shot.
pakai shard itu ternyata bisa ngedodge Doom, baru tahu.
Is there a way where you see
Akhirnya dipakai
Kuku
dia.
kind of just split pushing a little bit too much for VP to deal with? Could that be a path now for T1 back in?
I mean, yeah, I mean that's what they have to try to do, right? Obviously, it's not. It's quite annoying, right? There's an Ember Spirit with Gem.
What did he just sell there? I just saw it in my inventory, but my short-term memory is awful. Either way, bought a Scythe of Vice. That's brand new, and he's bought out for it.
Yeah. How much on the Aegis? Still 40 seconds.
So it's going to need to be someone else other than Ramses if they
going.
look to jump. And they are going to make the play. Yule Scepter here is going to buy a lot of time, though, for the Willow as he tanks with the Static Storm. And DM now is going to find the Doom and a kill onto Topside. He's going to buy back, though. The Doom is actually onto Cuckoo,
Anjing all
pardon
in loh,
me.
Cok. Yang bener anjing lu all in
The
mid
fight
segini,
is
Cok.
GPK trying to find a target. They go now onto Zephyr, but this fight is completely all over the place now for T1. They do finally get through the DM. But
Ana
now
in the
still
back.
fighting 1v1 is Ana and Ramses, the Basher, doing a little bit of work here as Ramses will wait for him in a second, but he's going to be able to get off and into the river. In the meantime, Thompson is going to end up going down. No, sorry, gets a double kill even onto GPK. It's a lot of money for him. And over in the river, they're going to be able to get through Ramses and T1. They're winning the fight here. Thompson, though, falling quite low. BKB up for GPK on the buyback, trying to get through Ana, but he leaps up to the high ground. The gem lingering there allows GPK to jump right back on and after him as DM, who's bought back, is still cleaning up as well.
Kalau Ana
Ramses
ada
with the
ulti, gas lagi,
buyback,
anjing.
getting the kill onto Thompson. Ana, a little bit too slippery, it seems, right now for GPK to catch him. Even with all those remnants, is going to have to give this one up. But that was a mega fight.
Yeah, no, this is a toss stand game, and I don't know. It's very confusing right now because no one is buyback.
Yeah. That fight was just absolutely all over the place as well.
Ada BKB,
No, I
Ana.
guess-
Kalau ada
I mean,
BKB
no,
bisa
no,
digas.
honestly, let's just be honest. Like T1, that was huge for them. Like if VP don't manage to get any racks here,
Well,
T1 should
Pounce.
be ecstatic.
Balik, balik,
Still has
anjing.
himself the Shadow
Udah,
Dance.
nggak usah sok iya, bangsat.
35 and a pounce away in 1 second. Ramses is going to actually morph up on into him as they're trying
No,
to
we
catch
got
him. He's going to get caught there by the Bramble. The Terrorize, I think, just missed. Leashed up over by the Stolen Pounce. He's going to be killed.
Oh no!
Ramses
Cok,
catches
ngapain,
his mark.
Cok?
Oh, that couldn't happen. Okay, no,
Yeah.
this is huge for VP though. No buyback on Thompson. Ana has buyback, but
What the
they're
fuck is he
definitely
doing, man?
Think at least about hitting high ground. I guess it's scary now too. You don't have buyback on Doom. You don't have buyback on Morphling,
No, you don't.
and
Jeez.
and not on Ember Spirit either. Damn.
Nope.
Sucks that Ana died there for them.
Could have been a big moment, but VP, at least they do strike back.
Gue tahu sih kenapa dia nggak TP. Dia pengen ini, Cok. Dia pengen kan tadi stacknya banyak. Tadi kan stacknya banyak. Mumpung stacknya banyak, main nge-go dia. Aduh, mati dieback.
Doom as well now onto Cuckoo. He's trying to make it into the base, but GPK is going to get right on top of him. Zephyr's going to buy back. The Doom doing good work. The Yule Scepter as Ana's going to buy back now.
Dieback!
The GPK. They punish him. He's dead
Ini,
for
Cok.
2 minutes.
Ini,
No
Cok.
buyback.
Ini, Cok.
Whitemon is eventually going to die here. Yamich likely to lose his life for it though as Ana jumps back on in. Whitemon as well
Good kill.
buying back almost instantly and Yamich is taken down. Cuckoo
Dapat.
as well
Nice.
holding back the rest of VP
Ada
who are
buyback,
hoping
tapi
to make a
supportnya
clean
dua.
getaway. Not the case here as both supports and the Ember are going to take a dive.
Okay,
Gak ada
okay,
buyback
okay.
semua anjing kecuali kuku, Cok.
We
T1.
have buybacks on both supports though, I think, yeah. But so they know Roach can start spawning
Ayo,
in 30
fight yang
seconds.
bener ya. Fight yang bener. Ya
Let's see
Allah,
what
fight yang
they-
bener
let's see
menang
what
ini,
they do
Cok.
here.
We'll have that timed basically down to a T. But a nice back and forth game we've got here. No buyback on GPK. T1, they've only got buyback
No
now
buyback
on
GPK,
Cuckoo.
Cok.
Everyone else
4
has
lawan
already
5.
used it.
Menang nih harusnya, Cok. 4 lawan 5. Gak ada Ember yang
Buyback for
ganggu dari tadi.
Ramses either.
See, like this,
also-
when this Roach spawns is huge. Like if they get an early Roach spawn, that can.
We'll see. T1, of course, they can continue sieging because they've got Treants back in the pit.
Cuckoo
They
is
force out the last buyback that VP had. Only one person with buyback.
Rosan, Rosan! Rosan, Cok! Rosan!
Roche, about 10 seconds.
Kontol, cek Rosan!
Okay, what do you think T1's going to do? Are they going to move and immediately take
Rosan,
Roche?
sumpah Rosan. Ada kuku-kuku,
seem
ada
like very
teriannya
eager to
Rosan, Rosan,
protect
Rosan.
him. I don't know.
Demi
I
Allah,
think
Rosan,
Roche
Cok,
will go.
Rosan.
Okay. They know Roche is up now. They're going to see him with the Treants.
Udah main
Push
aman
continues
anjing,
for
main
now.
aman.
VP standing very far behind, back behind their
Allah
two
Akbar, main aman,
towers.
Cok.
They've had basically 14 minutes of top
Rosan,
just straight
nice,
up
satu barak
onslaughting
Rosan,
them.
nice.
Yeah, they go
They
for
know
Roach.
very
Itu
well
dia
that
yang
he's
dicari,
gonna
Cok.
do it again
Butuh anjing,
before he
Agis.
uses- And out the calls for Roche.
No, because VP they were just waiting for that double doom. They go when they go.
Double Doom, double Scythe as well now. DM's found that much farm in this
Nice,
game.
nice, nice,
but
nice, nice, nice.
even if he has 2 of them, they're going to have 2 lives here, likely for Ana, I imagine.
Okay, so there's an Axe on the Roach. Will Thompson get
Distrup,
that?
distrup anjing, sumpah.
Okay,
Distrup
maybe
kasih agak
this
nih, nice.
Typhon, Okay.
Whitemon. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Now this is interesting because especially during nighttime here with the Slark Night Vision, and you have this Disruptor they might just be able to kill one of these Refresher guys. Like if you can kill a hero with Refresher BKB before he gets to use anything, that's huge.
Absolutely. Yeah, Slark, one of the few heroes in the game with the same day and night vision, full day and night vision. Very strong for him, as you say, in some niche interactions like this. Same thing could be said, right? Zephyr maybe gets a couple Plague Wards in some sneaky spots that aren't scouted by VP. The vision game for them is pretty strong overall.
Nice.
Oh, and they kill a courier. That had only the quarterstaff on it, or Ramses.
Okay. Now still going high ground is it's not that easy. It's not. But okay, so let me see here. Whitemon, does he have his dagger? Yeah. So they know there are no buybacks on the important heroes.
Oh, here they go. What's the condition here? Just get
Coba, static stormnya bagus. Lu dapat static storm bagus, dapat Doom.
Exactly. So if you
Dapat
can
Doom
hex
dan
with
plus
the
one,
Cuckoo and then
menang,
you just
anjing.
blink in and
Please.
drop the static storm, you can even just dive their base.
Looks
Maybe
like that's
that.
something that T1 might want to do. Ramses showing down bottom.
Oh!
There they go with
Yeah.
the blink on in. Kinetic field as well is going to catch him. He did not get off the shift either. He's almost full edge. He
Nice!
goes Thompson, and down goes Ramses.
Lanjut!
The back
Nice, Ever mati!
being doomed now.
Ayo, bisa yuk, bisa yuk.
As well as,
Anak-anak masih ada
Cuckoo's
Aegis,
actually
anjing.
the one that's doomed. But Hakoda being pushed back by Thompson. They get through GPK, and now
Dia
T1
mati, dia
up
mati,
2
dia mati,
cores
dia mati,
here.
udah fix mati, Cok.
DM doing what he can here on these backliners, but he is as well going to
Kuku
be the
mati ya,
third to
Kuku.
fall. And
GG!
is called VP.
Bitch,
They get
gila,
the
judi gua menang
execution.
sewaler.
They catch the Morphling, and
Judi gua menang sewaler.
Very cool game.
Satu,
that's-
dua,
that's a
tiga,
nice
menang
way to
semua.
end
Woi,
getting to
GG
Buat,
emang
I
bangsat
understand.
anjing.
It's a position five.
Cok, jago banget, Cok, anjing ya.
Position 5
Bangsat.
disruptor. Feels good.
Aduh, aduh.
A very
Anjing,
aggressive,
ada yang ngirim
T1
gambar
in the
gambar
early
babi
game was
bangsat,
eventually
tai
pushed
lurat
back to their own
anjing
side of the
anjing.
map there. Where do you think things kind of went wrong for VP? You know, not
Itu
the
dia,
initial
Cok,
kind
itu
of
yang gue
2-1
bilang.
advantage
Game 2
grab
menang
that
anjing
they
ini,
had
gue jamin. Game 2 menang anjing
Yeah,
ini.
we're finally able to
Trigger udah tuh,
succeed
Cok.
of their own.
Udah mati mulu di game 1 Ramses, Cok, bangsat, bangsat.
On their course. They thought they probably
Woo!
like maybe could end the
Gibal.
game there, or at least like
GG, Cok.
two racks and
Menang
set
semua
up
kah?
the Roche.
Gila.
But when you buy back 3 heroes, and
Berapa
then
sih tadi
you
yang menang?
don't really what they got a melee range.
1, 2. Weh, 2 udah menang, Cok. 2
That's
menang,
it.
Cok.
And after that, it
3,
becomes
3. Gua menang
very
3 nih.
stressful.
Satu lagi aman ini udah. Ini satu aman ini udah.
Stress, right?
Gak bakal kalah, Cok.
We see how T1 were kind of forced to cool their jets a bit, right?
Itu dia,
Early
anjing.
game was basically just top
Iya,
team
gitu.
charging in, and the
Bangsat.
fight starting around him. Kuku able to just TP in well
In-game
ahead
masih
of the
menit
rest of
berapa
his
nih?
team out of vision, and then just kick off these
Bangsat, no,
fights.
in-game masih 37 anjing.
You know, how many like was that a win condition for them? Could they just have kept doing that all game and continue to get pickoffs to win, or did they need to change
OTW
things up
Magic
in that
Militer, iya,
initial
anjing.
first phase of the game?
Udah 2-0 ini anjing, 2-0 ini,
T1?
2-0 nih.
For T1,
Tapi
yeah.
feeling gua nextnya VP bakal lebih agresif ini.
Needed to take the fight slightly
Delay
better.
10 sama 15. Iya,
That's,
in-game tolol anjing.
Like
Nggak
it
usah
was
tonton,
almost good,
bangsat.
right? Like
Ngapain
I
Zayak,
kind of
Cok?
like it's kind of fun to see how they play. Like they're very
Kan
very
tadi menang game
aggressive.
1.
And if they can just farm a little more efficiently, maybe, and like when they go for these very deep pickoffs, they have to like do it. A
Kalah
little more
nih, Secret
cleanly.
game
But,
1,
like,
Cok,
overall,
lawak,
I don't
Cok.
think it's bad. Like that Kuka tipping in there, that
Kontol.
can work out.
Secret
like,
kalah
slightly
game 1 sama
different
Navi.
items
Ya nggak ada
in
bedanya
late
sih
fight.
sebenarnya, cuman tetap aja anjing.
Maybe he
Malu,
gets
Cok,
forced
kalah,
out
Cok.
earlier. Maybe he TPs after BKBs. Like
Tempest gimana Tempest?
it's like a
Infamous.
They might have to pop refresher since he got
Woi, Infamous menang. Tak peduli sih gue.
Just because your time walk is not
Polaris.
great against
2-0 ini
damage
Polaris
overtime,
Tempest. Tempest jelek anjing mainnya.
It's easier to use it effectively against high damage bursts and less so against Viper with all
Secret
his
kalah, Cok.
building
Secret
up damage
tolol
over
anjing.
time abilities.
Itu tolol, Cok.
So it would round out their draft nicely, but just because of how they
Bau-bau Liquid lolos di AI.
maybe they would
Enggak.
like something
Enggak.
more long
Kalau dari yang gue lihat ya, kalau dari yang gue lihat yang lolos di AI,
lines of a Drow Ranger even for them.
Liquid oke lah. Mereka bagus gitu 2-0 2-0 2-0 gitu.
What they want to do, it would certainly be easier to.
Lu
play out
lihat
the
anjing
lane
lawannya,
stage. I think
Cok.
It could scale pretty well.
Lu enggak.
With the lineup.
Lu lihat lawannya anjing, gampang-gampang bangsat. Infamous, Wildcard ini tim apa bangsat? T1.
The hero.
Bukan stabil, lawannya gampang grupnya. Grup B itu gampang.
I'm just I'm looking at this draft. I'm trying to figure
Grupnya
out.
gampang.
For
Who's
Tempest.
going
Kalau
where
menurut
and
gua tetap nih, ini
why,
ya oke lah. Secret
I mean,
meskipun
I think
lawak
Tempest
naik turun tapi
either running a
Secret
support
anjing,
Viper
Secret
or
Secret
they're simply
ya
just
ekstrim
waiting
kurang
with
sih mainnya
their
memang.
pos 5 last
Mungkin
pick here,
Secret Liquid
which is-
I
mungkin.
think it's got to be a support.
Tapi
Viper
Liquid
now,
susah anjing.
right?
Misalnya Liquid ini suka ngecok anjing. Kayak bullshit
It
banget cok
doesn't
Liquid
have
gak
to be.
ngecok tuh bullshit
It
cok.
can
Pasti
still
ngecok dia.
Simply be them
Somewhere,
just wanting for some
ngecok
reason
anjing.
to last pick their.
Ini grup
support,
neraka bangsat.
but
Ini Polaris ini
yeah, support Viper
meskipun
has
tier 2
been played
tetap
quite a bit
bangsat
lately.
mainnya cok.
So while it is possible, I'm still kind of leaning to that being their off laner.
It just feels
Extreme
a little
Navi atau
odd to me
Secret?
that you would pick up this.
Ekstrim coba nggak tahu nih ya. Kayaknya ekstrim di playoff lebih bagus daripada ekstrim di group stage. Bagus tapi mainnya ekstrim tuh sebenarnya.
Polaris are
Cuman
on the same
tolol aja
page.
nggak
They're
bisa
banning
kalah sama
out the
T1
older
anjing.
Magi, so they're also thinking that this looks like they're just saving
Polaris
up
nih,
some,
ya
some
gitulah,
form of
Tempest
support
lu ceritanya,
coming in
Tempest
late,
tim lawak.
late here. Usually we don't give that kind of luxury to post.
Apaan nih anjing Tiny EO bangsat.
And Secret could just ban it out.
People are going to call me too Wyvern focused, but ban the Wyvern against an IO.
Siapa, anjing?
Very important. It means that you're
Who the
able to
fuck is this guy?
disrupt any kind of BKB run-in timings as well that the Lashrak might want to have. Sure, you might not kill the IO, but you just waste that timing, and then suddenly Primal Beast, who relies very heavily on magical.
Ayo bro,
damage,
game
is
2
actually
bro.
able to
Gimana
do
game 2, game 2, game 2.
something in team
Anjing.
fights. We're making a lot of assumptions here that it is a Lash, but I think it is something that
Udah
we need
masuk belum nih?
to
Lama banget, Cok.
be looking to consider.
Nge-lag anjing etop bangsat.
Let's just banned out so Secret.
Weh, plus semua ini nggak bisa kalah udah, aman.
Are looking to go for as well.
Haven't
Anjing,
seen
lag
much
banget, Cok,
Morano as
bangsat.
I was expecting. Not to say that Na'Vi are going to do it this game.
Lagi
but
rame cok websitenya bangsat.
I really feel like a lot of players had been spamming it out in their pubs, and we just have barely seen a single time where it's been picked up. Against the Undying
Bro,
Tombstone, it would be
come on,
nice,
man.
but not for how the heroes, excuse me, that they've
Dapat
put
berapa? Dapat dikit-dikit lah. 20.000, 30.000 kan gua betnya dikit-dikit
going
anjing.
to need some person to lean into the Undying. So you could even consider like a Snapfire as well, because it provides you
Profit
a little bit
40.000
of
gua
team
tadi.
fight. Some AoE damage is always nice because the IO
It'd
doesn't
be 3
particularly
strength
have-
Man.
heroes though, and a primal just runs.
Bisa buat
the
beli
team,
tahu tag
so
4 biji.
I'm not as big of a fan of the Snapfire this game.
Kaisang jadi dapat cloningan baru dapat bro. Dapat teman-temannya. Kaisang
You just
dapat
gotta disrupt
teman
Primal
2 naga siren.
somehow. Early on, you know, it's good enough to have some stuns, but
Tapi kan belum gue cairin jadi tuh belum profit cok.
That's why
Selama belum dicairin belum profit gue.
Things like you know, Bloodseeker kind of does.
Dapat 2 naga siren bro.
With that one being banned out,
Real
it's clear
shit.
that they wanted the Lashrak. But now what do they reposition into? What else is there that's going to go through that? Beastmaster feels kind of okay. But it's more single target, and it doesn't really feel like an IO unless it's a position 1 tiny, which we haven't seen in a long time, is going to provide that benefit. Are they just doing this? Are they going like all in onto just making this tiny enormous?
Yeah, if it's a tiny or whatever carry it's going to be, they're looking to just make him have as much damage as possible and buff him up. So this is where Secret now need to consider about going for.
Nah, sekarang gue gak yakin di game 2 game 2-nya gimana. Tapi kalau dari analisis gue, VP kalau udah kalah 1 game, apalagi kayak tadi gamenya, harusnya udahan anjing.
I'm considering Terrorblade here. I think they might be setting up to Luna as well, which I think would be pretty significant. And if you could just discourage that, then it goes a long way towards winning the game, slowing down the timings a little bit. I think that'd be a pretty significant one. And again, if you're just made huge, Shadow Fiend's not bad either. You can use the Requiem as a lot of that repositioning as well. Solid team fight too, not all into the one area. If your timing is on point, which again,
kalau Primalnya di first phase ban, oke lah bisa menang lah. But I'm not sure VP is that dumb.
Can be seen as a bit slow though, and not able to deal with push incredibly well.
Can they? Is there anything stopping them from even going a draw again? Because you can probably level like a early punning.
Well,
nonton ini dulu Cok, yang baru mulai.
A better or worse placement in the upper bracket. If they win this 2-0 and then proceed to win their
Entot, ini draft apaan anjing?
as well, which I
Ini
think
draft apa Cok? Lu ada Void Spirit, ada SF.
Then they could get like the
carry-nya
upper
SF,
placement in
midnya
the
Void
upper
Spirit,
bracket, right?
offline-nya
So you
Mars.
have seeding still.
Hyper support gitu.
So
Draft
expecting them to
apa
still
anjing?
get, hungry
Criminal
for
jam
2-0
berapa?
here
Malam-malam
and,
kalau nggak dipakai mobilnya.
And same thing in their next matchup.
Hyper sama Mars gimana tuh anjing? Apa
Apa
pos 5?
They have the Kakamora.
Gue nggak ngerti anjing. Siapa yang pos 5 bangsat?
I like them better than the vegetable ones.
They got a tiny little spear. Look at them. Got a little leaf, shields here, everything. So they're gonna go for the invasion over here on the side. Looks like they should be able to get themselves a screw, no problem. And they'll do a little bit of harassment, but Tempest, they feel a little scared. So Polaris gonna be able to get, I believe, all 4 runes, which does not bode well for the side of Tempest.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't get a single rune when they have heroes like Viper. I mean, Viper is
Rune-nya
quite
4.
strong for the first
Polaris dapat 4 rune.
contesting, and
Lu
even
bayangin
Shadow Fiend is
sesampah
quite
apa
strong,
tim ini anjing sampai
heroes
kalah
as
4 rune.
at the
Apa
start.
tim tier 2
So that is a
dengan
massive
punya
lead
stun
already,
punya
like a
stun
1,000
Earthshaker,
gold
punya
lead
Viper yang
just
bisa
getting
nge-zoom
all
out,
those
tapi lu masih kalah rune.
And they have opted to do a lane shift here. They put Draken down the bottom lane instead of Kotaro. Kotaro's
Ya
top,
tadi
but they
nonton
also adjust
tier
the
2
equipment,
anjing
but
nih,
now you see
last
Sumi
chance qualifier buat tim tier 2 ya, begini Cok
so
bentukannya Cok.
an interesting choice, to be sure. What's your read on this, Waga?
I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the offlane SF here. He's gonna get possibly a kill, maybe. Shaker diving in.
Yeah, he's definitely going for this dive. They want this kill, and there it is. That'll be
Ogres dapat
first
first blood.
On the back of that Shadow Fiend. And bottom, also looking for a first blood, but it's too late for a first blood now.
Might be able to get themselves a retaliation kill, yeah.
Menurut lu kalau TI tambahin open qualifier seru nggak?
You don't get the XP,
Dari dulu open qualifier anjing. Dari TI 11 doang yang nggak ada open qualifier. TI 10 lo ada open qualifier.
Honestly, it might be a better thing they didn't get the experience, because now that was solo experience to Mars, so he's
Hyper 5 agak aneh, iya
already,
emang agak aneh anjing.
getting an easier lane because of it. TI 9 terakhir open qualifier berarti. Ya, TI 9. Nih, tim apa anjing Mineski? Nih, ada EVOS. TI 9 ini. TI 9 South Asia ada open qualifier 1. Nih. Tuh. Yeah, so
yang masuk EVOS, Gines Bruce sama Adroid.
Clockwork and Sprouts.
Nih, 496 Amplify Resurgent tuh.
It's a good
Evos, anjing.
idea, I think, to be Crossbox here. It's great against Mars.
In your dream,
very nice
Vesager,
against
Affile,
Earth as
Flycho,
well.
Whitemon tuh.
So, I can
Evos
understand
anjing.
the decision.
Tuh ada Bumaidi tuh. Rimocel, Mikoto, FBZ, Jokem, kayak cute gila.
Earlier with the amount of lockdown they have, but
Ya, tapi
bring up some good
lolos.
points, definitely still,
Lolos playoff-nya kagak anjing, Evos bangsat.
I think Crossbox
Ada
can
open
almost
qualifier
be
dulu.
more.
Semenjak di
It's
PC
more
udah nggak
active,
ada
right?
open
You're gonna make
qualifier.
the
Jadi
rotation.
anggapannya
You're not gonna throw in
Valve
just
nganggep
you're gonna
open
move
qualifier
there
dia ada
with
di
your
PC
hero,
jadinya.
with Urn of Shadows and look for more stuff to happen. So it's a
Sabar,
more active
Cok.
approach, I think.
Guys,
in the end. Oh, that fish.
Gua percaya
Fish is
dalam
not-
T1 2-0 ya. Gua percaya T1 2-0 ler. Harus bro, harus kopium bro. Gua percaya T1 2-0, kecil aja betnya, jangan terlalu gede biar nggak rugi. Boom masih king mall, yoi.
Not by much.
Boom masih
obviously,
rajanya
but I
mall.
feel like we had more kills at the 3-minute mark than what we have currently.
Boleh lah 10 kill lagi lah.
Yeah,
T1
it was-
agresif
it
sih.
was-
T1 kalau nggak agresif nggak main T1.
Extraordinarily hectic game one for sure, but still this is looking.
Percaya tapi nggak all in, nggak gitu anjing. Percaya tuh yang logika cok, biar nggak terlalu rugi cok. Seandainya kalah cuma -1 gitu, nggak apa-apa lah. Seandainya kalah langsung bubar tuh, nggak anjing.
AU
Can he get
making
the
his
body?
way. Making his way over here to this mid lane. They'll use the cold snap, put some pressure over onto Sebas, get a decay off, soul rip. Just some pressure as AU wanders through.
Deload.
Comes in and throws 2 damage spells and then runs away again. Like that's it. I didn't kill you, but I ganked you. I did the damage.
Berarti yang masuk divisi terakhir masuknya hoki.
I feel like
Ya,
if you're a
lumayan.
mid laner, you're just like, what the heck was that?
Ya nggak juga sih.
People do that sometimes. Very spiteful moves. You're like, you didn't even kill me. What was this good for?
Ini
you know?
offline Tuskar,
You
oh
gotta be
pokcam
like
banget. Oke ini tier 2, ini ngomongin draft ya, ini tier 2 draft ya. Dari kanan kiri draftnya sama-sama aneh.
That means that Sebas is gonna just have this empty bottle.
Sama-sama anti mainstream. Nggak pakai hero-hero standar offlane gitu, nggak pakai hero-hero standar support gitu kan. Kayak, fuck bro. Fuck standar bro, ini tier 2 Dota anjing. Tier 2 Dota sama dengan
He's not dead. Oh, the outplay. No, he's got a fairy fire Lelouch. Oh, the back
Oh.
off turns around goes up. Oh, very nicely done with this invoke.
tier 2 Dota sama dengan pub
Tip
match
comes
anjing.
out even.
Archon LCQ, bener, Archon
That's
LCQ,
fine.
real
Kill
shit
Sebas
cok.
in the other lane, but that Sumi
Oh,
will collect
lu bayangin
himself.
ada carry 3 lawan 1 di lane dapat kill.
Not gonna be able to grab.
Cuman terjadi di tier 2 Dota ya, cuman terjadi di sini cok.
One
Sumpah.
tower hit would have landed
Di
on
tempat
the
lain nggak
ground,
terjadi
but
cok.
He evades it and then goes out from the ghost walk too.
Mars sama Andai kagak standar.
Void Spirit as well. Nice little outplay there.
That's when you hit him with the.
Lu
the
coba liat
OD
draftnya,
pixel.
anjing.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah, there's plenty of voice lines.
NP
now to,
NP
to
carry
spam
ya
use
lumayan
for
lah,
different
standar lah
scenarios. I
NP
feel like we
carry.
have voice lines for every single possible scenario in Dota.
Tapi lu lihat pos 3-nya Tuskar
And they're
anjing.
permanent. I like the permanent thing.
Udah kayak di pub match beneran anjing pos
Yeah,
3
that is
Tuskar.
nice.
Sumpah pos 3 Tuskar tuh hanya ada di pub match dan
Yeah.
tim-tim
Like,
yang sangat-sangat percaya diri.
permanent lines before.
Sama tim tier 2.
The snowball, the chase is on, and Slade, he does TP down, but he's just too late. They do have the tombstone up, so needs to be careful that he doesn't get too close to this.
Top lane, the SF getting a little bit too close to Clockwork again, but Furin, can he get there in time with the Sprouts?
No,
doesn't
he
even
had
need
the
it.
Wrath of Nature. Yep. Trying to get the kill on Katara. There it is. Gets the Sprout, turns back around over onto Katyu. Trying to
Oh,
body
Viper.
block here.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's what feels bad. They're trying to surround him. Get him, little warriors, cries Datsumi.
Itu gampang sih kalau lu ngira nge-body block kayak gitu susah, enggak itu gampang
Natsume.
anjing. Lu tinggal auto attack hero lu terus lu mainin
To be fair, I mean, Viper's
mainin itunya doang.
275 movements,
Kecil
and
apa
he's like
anak-anaknya
the
doang.
slowest person ever. He can't get around these little treants. When they want to body block him, they have 340 movement speed each. Those little bastards.
Oh,
There are two supports over here. AU does spot Sebas, but they have themselves. Oh, they do. They brought the detection.
Body blocknya 4 anakan
These
ya,
are
kalau
good
1 tuh baru
supports.
anjing
They
respect
want
gua.
this kill.
Sentry,
They don't
sentry.
have dust, so
Itu
it's
ketahuan,
gonna make it
goblok.
a little bit more difficult. Although
Lah,
Sebas does
kocak,
reveal
kocak.
himself clicking off
Kocak,
somebody
anjing.
on the
Eh,
side.
kocak
So
banget,
he's
Cok.
making his way over. He's only
Eh,
level
anjing.
3 though,
Eh.
so he's gonna get cogged up by Xavius on the back
Eh.
end, and it seems like they're
kontol.
happy to go for this.
Lu ngeliat ada 3 hero di mid ya, semua nge-dive tower. Enggak, lu ada 3 hero di mid, semuanya nge-dive tower. Lu lagi invis, lu muncul anjing mau pukul creep.
To be able to hard commit as Kachi does join in, get some of those.
Ini apa? Ini game apa anjing?
Got himself a couple wand charges over on Lelouch, so should be fine, but they will back off.
so
Cocok.
many poison attacks, but he just can't kill him. 3 points in quas already.
Wah, gak ngerti
Just
gue anjing
poor
sumpah nih
Viper.
game.
Viper supports.
Udah gitu
It's
ESA
not meant
maju,
to
nyaman
be
temennya aman, Cok.
Strong and owning in laning stage, which he wasn't really allowed
Definisi
to do in this
Arton,
game. He
bangsat.
struggled to have
bentar,
the
liatin
impact
dulu
that I
sebelah.
think a support Viper usually is expected to have.
Kiri 2 Dota anjing sama dengan pub match
Most
asli, Cok.
likely. I mean, I think it will be banned a lot though. It will be almost 100% pick/ban.
Coba kita lihat.
Most likely. You never know for sure though, but
Wow.
that's what I expect.
VP tidak
Yeah,
merespek
there's always a couple of
primal
hidden gems in the
beast-nya
meta
top
that teams tend to
Popson,
discover as the
ya.
event goes
Papason,
on. Right?
Papson.
And, well, for T1, that
See?
hidden gem is not so hidden because they first picked it basically
Tambah
every
kali
single
ya, tambah
draft
kali ya,
in which
tambah
it's
kali.
not
Tambah
banned
nggak,
against
guys?
them, and
Tambah
that'll
nggak,
be
guys?
the primal
Lu masang
beast.
game winner berapa?
Man,
Satu
I
ya?
wish-
Satu, tambah lah.
That looks nice though to lay down on the floor like that.
Tambah. Kita main UPI kah?
Okay, yeah,
Siapa
primal
nih?
beast.
Ini kenapa tiduran anjing?
Getting ready.
No, I was just thinking back to when I was a TI. If I could lay down on the floor sometimes, that would be really
Focus
nice.
anjing, Tiny, Lina.
Anyway, yeah, Primal Beast expected. They give him the Lina treatment, but
Bagus
as
gak
you said
Tiny
right
Lina-nya?
that the Zephyr also sometimes plays this Primal.
Bener.
Yep.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
we'll see. Like maybe Thompson doesn't want to play this matchup. I'm not sure though. Like maybe he can. Maybe it's fine.
Yeah, he really, squeezed every single bit of aggression out of that hero in the first 15 to 20 minutes of that last game. I think maybe he's willing to go at it a second time. Lina, potentially the matchup in the mid lane. We should mention, though, that this hero is starting to get picked up a lot more and played as a position 1, and I guess more importantly, laning as a position 1, right? That's a little bit
Ya
more
peduli gue
relevance
anjing,
there.
kalau kalah ya sudah ya lah.
Still some
Kalau
flexibility.
kalah ya
here
berarti
in the
emang
VP
T1
draft.
kontol ya.
I believe I also saw some core Tiny earlier today, so we're seeing that still in the mid lane. I think it was
Ramses.
even Thompson when they were playing their previous series versus Extreme.
Baby Rage anjing.
So of course, I don't know if that one's within VP's wheelhouse.
Oh!
Ooh, okay. The mid lane invoker.
Siapa di sini
likely, of course, for
ingin
Thompson.
menonton Papason Invoker?
Are you upset with this matchup if you're leaning here? Are VP going to be looking to maybe punish this? Or
Kelas.
are they going to go ahead and run that?
Kelas,
lead in?
gila,
Okay.
gila.
I think they'll let a few more picks play out. 'Cause I
Cypher
think
Primal
Lina is
bisa,
fine
Puku Primal
versus-
juga bisa.
It is annoying though. Like if this is a position
Gila.
for Primal Beast.
Thompson
and you're playing
Invoker,
versus Invoker mid with
trusted
Lina,
cuy,
like, you
trusted
could
cuy.
get
Enggak apa-apa,
absolutely rotated
gua
around.
rela gamenya kalah, yang penting gua
So
nonton
it could
nonton
be rough,
Invoker
but
Thompson,
I
ini
still
enggak
think
apa-apa.
it's playable for Lina.
Yeah.
Enggak sih kalau bisa menang sih.
For now, here you can see Thompson with the Dutch angle getting ready to
GG.
go. He's probably locked in his hero, and I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of YouTube highlights of this guy as well on the hero, so I'm sure it's going to be a banger of a series no matter what. That does call into question, of course, where this Primal is going to end up laning. Like we said already, Cuckoo and Zephyr have not shied away from the hero, so T1 still very flexible with at least that Primal pick.
Udah lama tidak melihat Thompson Invoker. Iya
I
anjing.
mean, I expect it to be position 4, but
Poggers ini, Poggers.
if he gets a good matchup as offlane, maybe just play it like that.
Something else that I think is a little bit interesting was when I was looking at what teams tend to ban against Virtus Pro, it's generally been the Beastmaster. DM has been quick to pick it up if it's available, and for, I believe, half of the drafts that VP have participated in, the Beastmaster has been banned against them, sometimes even in first phase. But they actually turned to ban it themselves. So I wonder if what that means. Also taking, of course, out the Lone Druid, which they also used to ban against Liquid.
Yeah, no, it makes sense when you think about it, right? Like Slark and Faceless Void being the most popular carries for like the past 2 months, 3 months. Beastmaster does really well against those two, I believe. So like prioritizing that pick. But yeah, it is interesting that VP banned it out. So I'm wondering. Instead,
Ini
do they
kamera
want
apa, Cok?
Slark? Like, what do they want?
Kamera ini kak, True Sight
Doom
LCQ.
ban. All of a sudden, the
Anjay.
hero going from not contested in day one and the first opening games of the TI Last Chance qualifiers to being contested twice, this time even banned. So they don't want DM to have a recovery mechanism built in, at least one as simple as Doom's.
Yeah.
Like you said, whenever you've seen them play, it was with refreshers, BKBs, sheep sticks, and well, now you're not going to be able to farm that up with Devour.
Apa ya yang
right?
bagus ya?
Yeah, no, it was probably quite frustrating last game, where you know, like you've locked them out of the map almost completely, but
Project Rahasia Valve.
there's still this Doom is camping. He's just sitting in this tier 2 tower, farming at 500 GPM. So just get rid of him.
Pressing 2 buttons a minute.
Yeah.
And still getting equal
Kata
farms.
siapa anjing terus
quite
aku dan?
cuckoo, but definitely getting more than he deserves out of the map.
Yeah, for
being
sure.
extra efficient with that. So that
Yakin lu terus
probably
udahan.
means
Bahkan
that
kemarin
T1
bagus
are
loh.
gonna maybe look to play the tempo
Banyak
game.
meme-meme
You know,
yang keluar
if
dari
you're getting
Trusek,
rid of these
Cok.
heroes with recovery mechanisms or scarier
Yang
late
cuci
games,
muka lah,
maybe you
ya kan?
want to beat him quicker.
Yang kalau mereka
Cuckoo's
pick
LCs
Magnus
gonna
kita
get
akan
banned out.
kita
Definitely
bakal
one of
nge-pick
the more
Rubik tapi
snowbally
akhir-akhirnya nge-pick
offlaners.
Likan. Itu ada juga tuh.
No, I'm really curious.
False
what
X
players
Brazer
can
itu mah bokep anjing.
place their carry
Bokepnya
here
ini ya,
on VP.
Sven ngewe sama CM gitu. Nah,
with
itu
that,
bokep
'cause,
tuh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ide-ide bokep Dota
I mean,
tuh.
obviously Cuckoo can play Beastmaster. I'm pretty sure he can play most heroes. But that's not what I would expect him to end up on here. Okay, Silencer.
I like the silencer early. He usually puts a big stop to any early aggression. It's a hero that is heavily countered by literally almost every single item that you can build. And a lot of neutral items as well. Some tier 2s, some tier 3s and 4s having dispels built in with Flicker, Witchbane, and I forgot the name of the mini Cyclone one. So with time, he does feel a little bit weaker, but global early with nothing to dispel it and an arcane
Invoker
curse
BDSM
against
Lina
an
di
Invoker,
beat
that
pakai
sounds
Tornado
pretty
sama
good.
Meteor.
Yeah,
Real
it is
shit,
annoying
bro.
for sure, but at the same time, it's
Ah,
not the
MP
strongest
lagi,
hero,
MP
especially in
lagi.
lane.
Sumpah Kuku
Okay,
ya,
they just hit him
Kuku
with
one
the
hero
Fury
pool.
again,
Kayak Kuku nih ya, kalau nggak
So
main
now-
Primal Beast, NP.
Because Silencer
Dua
doesn't
anjing
really
hero
do
pool lah,
anything.
Cok.
Let's say it's Fury and Primal Beast here. It's quite easy to just die also to this Primal Beast. When he hits level 3, you're just walking meat, walking gold.
Yeah, and even Lena might be kind of appearing there, especially as with the Nature's Prophet pick, unless we're going to see like a carry NP or a support NP. Probably for Cuckoo, we'll get more information here. Okay, now I'm not so sure, right? Because Talbson did play mid-ench, I think yesterday. I saw a flurry of comments on that. But with the Invoker in the lineup, that's almost certainly his, right?
Yeah, no, it's mid Invoker and then the white one on Edge and Zephyr playing the Primal. I'm 99% sure. Now they're just gonna pick Anas here.
Terus kalau gak Kuku minta last pick dan antara Veno kalau nggak Viper. Iya anjing. Dogshit anjing, last picknya Kuku tuh dogshit anjing. Makanya sekarang last picknya dikasih ke Ana, Cok.
They're laughing a little too much.
Charles, they're definitely very comfortable after what was, like you say, a pretty frustrating game when you've got to be concerned with refreshers and buybacks and double BKBs, double hexes, double dooms. But the way that they ended last game ended up basically perfect according to plan. Now they're in good spirits here.
Yeah.
Don't want to eliminate from groups, but both of these teams, of course, vying to get maximum points to make sure they can start in that upper bracket for.
Agak susah anjing kalau lu main carry.
Yeah, we'll see the matchups coming up soon.
Bentar ya. Gak bisa, lu pengen gini, lu pengen NP-nya ini aktif di map, Cok. Lu gak pengen NP-nya farming doang. Kalau lu pengen NP-nya aktif di map, lu harus taruh di offlane anjing. Kalau misalnya lu taruh di carry, dia farming doang, kagak ada setup buat yang lain. Kalau lu kan Primal Beast bisa nabrak nih, meskipun oke lah ke counter sama Silencer. Kalau misalnya Primal Beast-nya doang yang maju, nggak ada NP, kurang anjing.
And he can also like stop the Primal.
Plot twist Kuku last pick BH, pala bapak kau anjing, nggak mungkin menang
Right,
anjing.
yeah, that's super important, right? Just having a casual stun. I think that's why Morph lanes have tended to be picked quite a bit into Primal.
Oh,
Sven.
kalau lu udah ngeliat ini bandnya Viper, oke ini Ana last pick, udah kelihatan anjing. Kalau udah bandnya Viper gitu kayak hero-hero pos 3 yang Ana pasti nggak mau ketemu. Ana pasti ini, nggak mungkin Kuku, Cok.
Like the lanes on the like by themselves look good, but they also have these nice like Primal has easy rotations mid. You don't feel too bad, and then like eventually Prophet can also TP mid. Like they can just bring Ench rotating mid. They can just bring 3-4 heroes to the mid lane in like 20 seconds.
TB4 lagi meta enggak anjing. Lu lihat terakhir yang ya ada tadi ada tim pakai TB4 namanya Infamous bubar anjing.
I don't know how he responds to anything. Like just Enchantress picking up a big neutral creep, right? Like he can't even win that fight. Can't even beat the creep.
And that's the interaction I was bringing up, right? You spoke about 20 heroes coming mid. I'm thinking about 20 creeps coming mid, right? Whereas last game, the T1 supports were great for the kill potential. They didn't really bring a whole lot of push on themselves, and Cuckoo was off kind of farming and getting gold and, you know, farming their own side of the map. This time around, though, with Ench, like you say, grabbing a big creep and Cuckoo joining with a Primal Beast support that can frontline and just onslaught in without having to be too concerned for his well-being because he's support, the push is way faster from T1. They've got some serious objective taking this time around.
Yeah. No, for sure. So we'll see the carry too.
Sama enaknya NP 3 ya. Lu habis dapet tower atas nih, lu menit 5 dapet tower atas, lu bisa rotate mid anjing. Atau lu nggak usah dapet tower atas, lu rotate mid. Apa main sama apa itu? Main sama gerobak.
I mean, so
dapet tower anjing.
Honestly, don't have that many.
Tapi itu gameplaynya ini sih, gameplaynya Nikma sih kayak gitu sih. Main kontrol kalau udah pakai NP pasti kayak gitu ya, Cok. Menit 5, menit 7 gitu. Pokoknya selama masih ada apa gerobak di mid, TP mid, ngambil tower mid, terus baru ngambil tower lain. Tapi habis itu kalah biasa game.
Like the Chaos Knight does fine versus Prophet.
Based on real life ya,
when
based
you
on
get
real
more
life
points
biasanya
in
kalah.
lifesteal.
Halo Renaldi,
And
apa
it can
kabar?
also go the other way. You're right, but the tiny
Sorry.
rotating faster and
Nih Tide Hunter ban, iya
killing
anjing
this
udah fix.
invoker.
Ini
So,
Ana
like, they
last
have a
pick.
few things going on. And
Viper
they have a
Tide
cool
Hunter,
last pick
bener-bener
coming
hero
out too.
dajal.
We haven't
Ya kan, sama-sama
yeah.
ijo. Ana nggak suka
I
hero
think
warna
it's
ijo
going to
ya.
need to be something to tie together the draft and the playstyle here for VP.
PL ban,
Because especially
PL
like an
bagus.
early blink this game for Tiny could be a bit of a game changer. You've got three really great, toss-back targets on Invoker, NP, and Ench that I'm seeing.
Naga.
But of course, that all starts from the
Naga.
lane, right? Tiny, he can, as most heroes for sure, but he can feel super bad playing from behind. Basically, just a little AoE stun is all he offers. And of course, with your silencer to fall back on, without a blink, it leaves you with barely any playmaking potential. Out comes the PA.
Okay. It's okay, I guess.
This is a hero that got like consecutive buffs and a couple items that buffed her that really made her popular.
We lost, bro.
And
NP sama Enchant hijau. Enggak, maksudnya lawannya hijau-hijau. Dia nggak demen lawannya hijau-hijau. Lu lihat anjing lawannya merah semua. Ini merah. Ini ungu. Ini putih anjing, putih hijau. Putih sih, lebih ke putih sih. Backgroundnya aja putih gitu. Nggak hijau gitu,
Because he can
aman.
like respond easily with his ultimate, like join up when they dive. Should
Itu-
do well in lane.
Itu definisi Ana anjing. Ada hero
Along
yang
similar lines, would you also like something like a Dawnbreaker? Who can respond as well globally, some heals,
Berani
a
anjing
melee
nge-pick
laner,
PA,
very
Cok.
tanky into the PA.
Yeah, it's interesting. And he also he's a bit of
lawannya
a
Tiny,
Timbersaw player
Tiny
too, right?
Lina, cok lawan berani nge-pick PA bangsat. Lu bayangin dilompatin Tiny
Assume
nih.
it's one of those heroes.
Ya oke lah 20 menitan gitu
Like
Tiny
the
punya
concept of
blink, tapi
mobility.
dilompatin
It is a
Tiny
template.
habis
There
itu.
you go. There you go. Good call
Counter lagi
here.
anjing di lane.
And that's going to be something to, of course, abuse the very weak laning stage that PAs are going to be notable for.
Yeah.
We lost the 10 kill boys.
He has a lot of damage.
We
but
fucking
she has
lost the 10
easy
kill,
skill to
boys.
last it with, so
Fuck
usually she's
lah,
fine, but
Tangina.
it's the same with Timber, right? Like eventually when he gets 2 or 3 points in armor, you just
Coba kita lihat kabar game lain. Oh, Secret 10 kill, bro.
It's nearly dead anyway.
What do we expect in this game, given the heroes that are
Ini masih
involved,
jelas nih
and
draftnya,
who's going
Cok.
to get helped the most?
Nih draft nggak jelas gitu. Kabarnya gimana? Wah, anjing
Looking
kebantai bangsat 2-0 kan.
pretty much like Polaris are in complete control of
Berapa
these
anjing
fights.
Polaris? 0,7
It
iyalah,
felt almost like
tempes lawak.
desperation, right? Because you see a clockwork, but when the clockwork starts walking at you like that, you have to realize something is up.
Really scrappy here, like very quick.
Timber buat apa? Buat ngebantai PA di laning phase, kawan. PA-nya kan nggak punya teman laning phase yang bagus.
yeah.
Supportnya siapa tadi
I
itu?
think DM has
Enchant.
potential there to like have a really cool Timber game. Lots of farm and big impact.
What's going to be like the biggest problem for him? Like
Primal.
what's like the biggest hurdle
Primal
for him to
4
get
anjing
over,
di
other
atas.
than maybe, yeah, of course, getting the experience he needs to get up to level 6. But is he concerned at all for like the control of the
Whitemon tadi
Clockwork's
nge-pick Primal?
Invoker, burning his mana
No,
stuff?
for sure. It's just the entire
The king.
Because if they
Raja,
get all the
Raja.
rotations working out,
King,
the primal goes
King
mid,
Dobson.
they kill this Lina, urn charges come up. Like the Invoker is kind of free
Ah,
farming
bacot
there.
anjing.
He gets the Spirit
Tilt
Vessel,
Jess
then-
anjing.
Like the
Matt.
whole lineup can
Ramses itu
collapse from
Ramses
VP.
M-nya
So,
Matt
yeah.
anjing.
There are things to be scared of, but there's also potential to have a really nice game.
And now the most important question here, Pi. Who's going to be the first player with a triple kill this match?
Who could it be? I'm not sure. Let's say DM, the Timbersaw.
You know, I was also thinking DM myself, but I'll be a little bit of a Thompson fan. I'll select Thompson.
2-0
myself.
apa,
I
tuh,
want to see some
2-0.
Raging Fury Invoker here.
All right.
Source,
Smart
trust me,
smoke
bro.
to Start. Oh my god. What will happen?
Yeah.
Yang sana
Oh
kena.
no, they're
Please.
going all the way around each other. Yeah, seems to be the case. I think VP's their smoke didn't break. I think it just timed out as they smoked earlier out of the fountain.
Judi di mana? Judi di
Allow
Etop.
T1 to pass by unnoticed here. We'll get a really deep ward in.
Kau gak tahu
Yeah,
ide waktu
maybe
gocek-gocek
something,
Timber 1v1 di lane
Good
pakai apa?
idea if there's any stacks
Apa?
operating here.
Pakai kepercayaan diri.
Test.
2-0 ini 2-0.
VP, of course, they're not completely unaware. They definitely know something's up. They didn't see anyone in the enemy triangle, and they got a free ward down as well. But as to where the enemies are actually hiding, well, T1's going to get the first glimpse of the enemy hero.
Yeah, I don't think they knew though. They definitely didn't know there were 5 heroes up there. But
And we'll take a look as VP holding the Radiant high ground. Cuckoo doing a good job here scouting with the Treants.
Yeah, very
That'll
nice
give him
Treants.
enough. Yeah, that'll give them enough of information for them to feel comfortable with the jump. Arcane Curse. Trample actually still comes up by Zephyr. Okay. A little bit of extra damage, but otherwise just some spells tossed, some stick charges gained, and everyone's healthy and off to lane they go.
okay.
Dih, ngambil kuas anjing.
This kind of feels like a lot of what this laning stage is going to be. If Zephyr can just get on top of Hakoda, just a lot of Hakoda getting smacked by the Primal Beast.
Yeah, and I mean they're all.
Primal termasuk hero meta. Di beberapa tim doang sih meta. Kalau secara overall meta gitu nggak begitu sih. Maksudnya early game kalau lu pengen nyari early game bagus ya Primal, Cok.
Making it slightly difficult for Thompson to deal with, but he does very well under tower here. Actually, no, he doesn't get any of the
losses.
No last hits.
At least full experience though.
Bangsat, gak dapet last hit anjing.
Invoker's able to out-sustain a lot of harass heavy enemy mid laners, but the damage for not going for those exhort orbs, is where he tends to struggle.
You can see a funny thing here. Yamich is pulling the lane and Whitebone is pulling the creeps.
Oh, and he got the range creep.
Yeah.
Tossing the avalanche over, good deny.
Anjing ya, sekarang narik lane-nya udah bukan ke belakang tower anjing. Narik ke jungle, Cok.
High-fiving in the meantime, they're having a good time.
Yeah. It's gonna get the lane in a slightly better position, but nothing too much.
So tell me, what's the idea behind a lane pull? You know, you're very high on our rank 150, position 5. What's the idea here, and why is Yamich or Whitemon? Why are they so keen to contest each other?
No, it's a big part is switching where the creeps meet up. Like you want the creeps next to the tower for your Timber Saw. And it's also just not a nice lane at the start here. Level 1 Timber, level 1 Tiny versus the Ange. Not very pleasant. So even though things got crazy, I'm pretty sure this is still pretty good for VP. Like all these creeps pushing in.
It is 2 full waves for Ana though. Yamich was really unable, of course, being a melee slow hero with no armor, so unable to really contest. And Whitemon now doing double duty here as he harasses. But it looks like already in position is Yamich ready to skip another wave. But Ana's going to get 2 full waves, 3 almost under tower.
I mean, it's too many waves to be honest. You're going to take a lot of damage.
We'll see how many of these he can get. There's a flag bearer creep as well pushing on in. Tier 1 tower taking chip damage.
Mati sama creepnya Ana, Cok.
Just a bit. Melee hero though, so he's got that damage block built in. He's taking a lot of. He's only got 3 stick charges here. In the meantime, Whitemon's kind of doing some 1v2 work, especially with the Harpy Stormcraft on his side.
Dikeroyok creep anjing sampai sekarat, Cok.
I'm scared of VP. Just farm it. Farm this. Get level 3 on Timber here.
Langsung recall half. Iya anjing langsung, Cok. Anjir anjing.
That's a healing salve committed there by Ana. Yamich, yeah, he's going to use the avalanche to cancel it and even get a deny off in the midst of this. As Whitemon's got to pull the creeps off the tower. Last hitting beats this far behind. I don't know why. I tend to see this much more on Dire side than I do on Radiant.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, especially before it was easier to pull when you were Radiant. They made it a bit more even now, though.
With the entertaining laning phase, DM getting a bit aggressive here. Max stacks of level 2 reactive armor is now 20. Of course, those numbers slightly adjusted, so not to worry. He's not in a completely unkillable state right now. But bottom lane, no, they refuse to let it settle into normalcy. DM's gonna pull another wave, but let's look at some other lanes.
Stop the fucking pulling lah, putang ina.
Yeah, Ramses Viper is pushing in their top lane. I think it should be free now for. Preferably you want level 3 on Viper, on Primal before you rotate. Okay, Tiny going mid actually.
Oh yeah? This could be big. There's an avalanche. And enough mana for the toss back. Underneath the tower goes Thompson. They're going to fortify the dire wave, and Thompson is going to be killed off. Good Ghost Walk invoked, but not fast enough there. Or even faster, I should say, was Yamich on the Sentry Ward as they also get a kill top lane.
On your tower.
Wow.
Very unfortunate. Like VP, this is a dream start for them right here.
Things looking pretty good for VP, like you say. The only one to start suffering slightly is DM with all these wave shenanigans. As far as levels, he's a whole lot behind Ana, thanks to Whitemon kind of leaving the lane. But
not looking good,
he's about to get some creeps under his tower now that there's double ranged, so he'll get a little bit more experience for himself.
Yeah. No, it's getting real awkward, because right now, VP in their safe lane with Sakoda and Ramses, they can just go on this Prophet, I think. Okay, Zephyr at least hit level 3, so now his trample deals some damage.
Pretty significant. Having the Arcane Curse as a move speed slows is real nice to have in this specific interaction, as well as, of course, the casual stun from CK, right? So, I just feel like Zephyr might struggle a little bit to get some action up here in the top lane, but so long as he protects Cuckoo and is able to you know, get him some creeps.
Yeah.
He'd be happy.
I mean,
6-minute rune time.
Yeah, I get this Timbersaw pick more and more now too, because it definitely frees up the Tiny. Like the Tiny is just camping mid. Like maybe they'll get him again here.
Oh, yeah, the toss back successful. Laguna Blade, not enough damage actually there. As Thompson so far alive. The onslaught also condemn Yamich, and the cold snap will do just that.
Ya dapat Thompson
And
anjing.
the kill there. Look at that on the GPK. As Whitemon and Zephyr both rotate on through.
But he
They
threw
will
the
lose
Dragon
Invoker.
Slave and got Thompson.
He did. Did he get XP for it?
Yeah.
He did, right? Yeah, because he died after.
Fuck anjing.
And neither mid laner alive to claim the 6-minute power rune is going to leave, of course, probably the rotations a little bit more static. But Thompson not too displeased by that. They did really. They've been nerfing Urn a little bit consistently. The most recent nerf was a cast range nerf.
Oh my god, GPK is getting the haste runner. Wow, that's...
Wow.
Zephyr should definitely pick that up.
Yeah, I guess instead he's planted this deep ward here. Behind the tower, so maybe they're going to be looking to make some aggressive moves with that vision. Cuckoo top lane though in some trouble as the Chaos Bolt's going to connect.
Apaan itu senjata dari Kuku mati.
The last
Itu
word.
senjata dari Kuku tuh mati.
His second kill there in the laning phase.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Okay, going on Tiny mid there, but there's a Lina with haste behind you.
Whitemon going to struggle. Good toss back actually as Laguna Blade off cooldown already. He's going to condemn Whitemon. Having to fight the tomato creep instead.
I think we
however,
lost, boys.
Should get Zephyr out of here in time and safely.
We fucking lost, boys.
Very interesting build on the Lina. 2 points in Fire Soul, no points in his stun. Quite cool. Yeah, DM is having a dream game here. Hitting 6. Ana
Yep,
might
we
die,
fucking
or
lost.
he has to get out somehow.
Not enough mana right now for the Timbersaw is the only downside, but of course he can continue to tank tower. He can continue to just run it out.
Buruk, memang buruk,
for
bro.
as long as he pleases here, essentially with Vanguard already online. And he's gonna do just that. Timber Chain at the ready. Oh, there's also a Chakram good to go. What is the DM going to choose to do here? In all, though, it's annoying for Ana, isn't it? As he's not really getting too much free CS under here, at least as much as he'd like. And the entire time, Tower taking chip damage as DM tanks for the wagon. It still has vision of him as well. He's pulled the creep on over. Tower's not going to kill the wagon. It needed that third shot in. And DM Peck still to maxed reactive armor stacks.
Yeah, Ana is managing to get as much as possible here, though. So.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, honestly. But I think this tower's going to go here with the first wagon, the looks of things.
No, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Mid lane, though, is where T1 have focused their attention. They're going to leave Ana to fend for himself. And maybe look for more kills here. I don't think Lina, yeah, she's already moving into the jungle, but T1 have her underneath the ward, so they know that Yamich is quite isolated.
Kalau orang bodoh pasti di-dagger timbernya iya anjing.
And they won't, as
Jelas.
there's still no skill point in it. In goes Thompson looking for his first 2 earn charges.
Oh!
TP
but
mid
the
on
onslaught
GPK.
going in actually onto GPK, who lives. Wand charges and the
ngefit,
infused raindrop. The
anjing,
toss
anjing.
actually puts Kuku under the tower. GPK can't do much, though, is of course without a stun and with no mana. He doesn't want to be here. Hakoda TP's in, but he's actually going to die.
I think
But
we lost,
Thompson,
boys.
At the end of the day, gets his earn charges. Still
36
does
nggak
lose
mungkin
his primal
comeback anjing
beast,
udah
but
kalah
might look to
kalau
pick up a tower in the
36
meantime.
networknya
you
masih
see
imbang
Ana
bisa sih menang sih
picking up
tapi ini
space here,
36
showing
networknya
up to the mid lane.
samping cok ya tower lah nggak
This is
apa-apa.
good though. The good though that they're picking up this tower because the game is spiraling a little bit out of control there. They definitely needed this.
Primal. Top lane with the onslaught. Tower mid's going to fall, but Ramses, is he going to go with it? Looking for the TP out. And
Ya,
without
nggak
the
critical.
pulverize, he's off and away. No crits out from Ana. And now we finally do have the point in LSA here for GPK at level 8. He's lost his mid-tier 1 tower with essentially 1 siege. That's how powerful the push is really threatening from T1. But DM, part of me, is completely free. I think he's possibly gotten the best start he could have hoped for, to be honest.
Yeah, he's extremely farmed. And I don't see how you stop him. Like, and he's gonna go for the tier 2 tower. He was tipping down at Cuckoo. I don't know. Can you stop? Can you stop this, or are you just gonna feed?
They're at least going to get 1 tool in their belt, as unfortunately, who would have thought? Timbersaw cuts down trees. Cuckoo, not a big fan of this. Yep, he's going to at least clear a wave and then get out safely. He does take down that wagon, and that was crucial. The top
Ya,
lane,
udah 8 ini 38 kalah.
trouble as Ramsey's got the Phantasm Illusions. There's a pretty good Wrath of Nature, but Ana, he needs more support, and there's simply none of it in time. Zephyr maybe in range with an onslaught, but wouldn't have really changed the outcome of that.
Yep, no, VP playing really well. This mid tower going down, it's very hard to stop when.
Tapi
T1
bener
comes
anjing
from
kalau udah
the
tim
field,
50-50
so
gini
Kanye
pasti
has to deal
gantian
with
cok yang main agresif
But
cok.
everything else they should be extremely happy with.
Soalnya mereka draftnya nyesuaiin kayak sama game
If
satunya
DM's
gitu.
gonna try and get another wagon onto that tower bottom as one's marching down in the lane. Gonna let this tower die or let this tower creep. I'm just always thinking about tower pushes for DM. Top lane though, Hakoda is gonna die. Free kill for Ana.
Bye Kaisang, bye.
This Invoker.
Tapi menang masih bisa, Cok. Menang masih bisa. PA soalnya. Cuman kalau 10 kill udah no hope.
But that'll be maybe a tool in their tool belt to actually deal with this Timber Saw, or at least push him away from the tower that he's been constantly shoving in.
Yeah, give them some potential to kill him.
Smoke though from T1. Looks like they're gonna make a play onto the Lina. Ice wall. Oh, that looks like they tried to push him into it with the onslaught, but they actually didn't get off the trample. The toss back to the creep wave, but not out of range there for the pulverize. Thompson is gonna get the kill, but not before the Laguna Blade at least comes out in his dying breath. GPK turns and will zap the Primal Beast. Arcane Curse, not enough damage from it to secure the kill.
Jeleknya MP kalau nggak well farm, iya anjing.
2 more charges in the urn then for the Invoker.
Yeah, DM is doing his thing in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he is. Needs to start tanking for it. I don't know, can you tank a tier 2 tower with Vanguard and level 2 reactive?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you can, but you'll take damage.
Yeah, and now he's gonna regen up and let the creeps do the work for him. A scan on scan action here as T1.
Agak ada kopium. Ini Cypher di geng, mati terus dia lari ke mid, dapat Thompson, udah kelar bangsat. Sumpah, susah anjing mau comeback dari 3 berapa tadi? 38 tuh susah, Cok. Meskipun tadi dapat 1 kill, 2 kill gitu tuh susah, Cok. Hampir impossible anjing. What's up?
Kuku not having that dream game. I'm pretty sure he's been very farmed every other Furion game he's played. This game, there's not really any space for him.
Gua jujur gue nggak berharap 10 kill, gue cuma berharap game winner aja.
Strange.
At least nggak banyak minusnya lah.
A stat efficient item, right, for the money, and in hopes that it'll keep him alive a bit longer to do some fighting.
Yeah, I guess.
I generally don't see that one either. I was looking through some of the Cuckoo games. It's been a hero that he's been spamming quite a bit in pubs on his Dota 2 Pro tracker, but let's see if I can pull up what his builds have been. Sometimes an early BKB, sometimes Maelstrom, but
Navi pakai Io carry. Oh ya kalah pasti udah tuh.
Different setting.
Good luck menang ya. Kalah udah pasti itu. 1-1 Navi secret.
You see a Nature's Prophet core at the bottom of the tables.
Finding the tiny.
And that's the reveal of the vessel. Cuckoo as well getting involved in the kill. And look how T1 are playing, right? Complete opposite side of the map as Ana. So they're buying him a lot of time. And his laning stage wasn't that bad. He did a real commendable job, I have to say. And this Battle Fury is going to be very well timed.
10-8 pala bapak lu 10-8.
Having Ana up here in the net worth.
Gak mungkin anjing, soalnya lu lawannya Timber, Cok. Kalau lu lawannya Timber, itu pasti waktu nge-fight gitu, nge-gank itu pasti minimal dapat 1 dia, dapat 1 return. Gak usah Timber anjing, ini aja udah dapat 1 tuh. 6-9 udah gak mungkin anjing.
Making sure he gets the kill, committing for the Laguna Blade on the Primal who had about 10 HP at the time. And over in the
di bawah dapat lagi tuh, Kuku. Udah gak percaya lu anjing. Gak mungkin, Cok, kalau comeback dari segitu tuh gak mungkin.
The Laguna Blade, sorry, make that the LSA is gonna miss. But GPK doesn't with his auto attacks. 2 kills for him.
Gue cuma berharap game winner ini tadi, Cok.
My biggest question here is like, how do you make yourself useful as a Furion here? So he bought his Falcon Blade and is queuing up a mech.
Kecuali CSGO, kalau CSGO masih bisa, first 5 round tuh masih bisa.
Like maybe instead of the Falcon Blade
4-0 gitu, itu masih bisa jadi 5-4.
Try to get Wraith Packs.
Tapi kalau Dota nggak mungkin anjing, soalnya kill dia bukan ini sistemnya.
Go for a couple of the auras.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe even, hold on. As Yamage, saved by the LSA momentarily, fighting through this one, would have died to the vessel anyway, just trying to do some lasting damage, maybe giving them an opening to turn, but no, such opening exists.
Tower hancur bawah, Cok.
Simply secures the kill, and there's the first point, second to now make it in Exort. So he's starting this transition, and fairly standard Quaswex opening into Hand of Midas into points in Exort, so good stuff there out from Thompson.
Yeah. No, like
his
game is pretty good.
Ayo,
and it would have been even better if
cari kill terus.
Like it's already annoying to play versus Lina, but then you get that tiny rotation once, and it's really annoying. But he should be feeling happy. Like the only one who's struggling is the Furion. Everyone else is kind of getting what they want.
Yep, and of course this entire time, right, Ana did get his about 13 minute or so Battle Fury, so in the background he's going to continue farming. Just keep your eye on his net worth as that continues to climb. Pick pull action down bottom though for Hakoda is not going to save him here. Again, gets off a last word. Arcane Curse. He's going to die here. And kill goes to Thompson. What do you think Thompson's item is going to be here, by the way? I only ask because a lot of the times with this build, you generally see him eventually get into the Ag Scepter.
Oh wait, look at this Cuckoo being...
Yeah, once again, same as before, right?
Oh, he only got 1 camp though. They got the Ancients.
He actually didn't get the hard camp either, unfortunately. Looks like he microed them away.
Alright, not that cool though.
Yeah, well, good effort.
Tosses, I think, yeah, I'm not sure. Midas, and then what does it people do? Do we still go Ags?
Sometimes
Probably
Ags, that's
not.
what I was... Yeah, not in this game, right? That's what I was thinking. The setup is almost non-existent, it seems like.
Yeah, maybe more of like a BKB, Blink, Shivas, or Hex,
Okay.
something like that.
I was thinking along similar lines. We'll see what he decides to queue up, but he's almost got enough money now for that hand to Midas. We haven't spoken much, pardon me, about Ramses here either. He just got his Echo Saber delivered, and maybe Thompson's here to deliver him some death, but a global from Hakoda to turn this. Yamech, he's still 1k away from the Blink Dagger, so the follow-up is a bit lacking, but they'll at least be able to follow up now onto Zephyr. That's a Blink Dagger for GPK, by the way. As he blinks in to be in range for the LSA, they'll take down Whitemon and Zephyr, and that'll send us
terlalu dalam anjing. Tadi harusnya kalau dapat di depan tuh bisa tuh. Tapi terlalu dalam anjing.
It's a spellcaster Lina then, is it?
Yeah, it is. He's I mean, I don't know. I've tried to do this twice in pubs now, the spellcasting Lina. And yeah, I don't think I've quite done the correct build, so I'm interested to see like a real Lina player do it.
Linanya nggak main hit anjing. Ya mati nih kuku.
Yeah, and we'll see how that one turns out for him. I like how you say a real Lina player.
Well, I can play position 5 Lina, but you don't get to get that many items. I have one game, you know, I get Ags and stuff, but he's going early Blink. Going early Ag shot, and then he has queued up a Glimmer Cape, so
Gak bisa anjing, tapi tetap PA-nya farming cok. Ini PA BKB, Deso, I don't know, Deso BKB.
Used to be a much better thing back when she had that cast range on LSA, but then all those got removed, and we basically said goodbye to Lina for a while. Returning now, of course, as one of the predominant mid laners at the moment. Hakoda, top lane. That's another item we don't see a ton of. This casual Medallion of Courage for the Ench, as Zephyr's going to go ahead and onslaught in for the kill.
Yeah, I mean, VP are kind of AFK right now. Everyone's just trying to get items.
AFK farming, and lots of vision as well in this bottom lane. Like, they've got wards set up to make moves, but not really on that side of the map. And now over on their side of the map is where we're going to politely see just
good kill.
That's an early jump in there from Ana as well, who gets involved. Kill goes to Zephyr.
Yeah. No, it's because every core on VP it's just been farming, right? And it can be fun, but like, you'll get a later dagger on the Tiny for sure, because he's also been trying a bit to farm to get a stagger. And then like, wow, is the silencer supposed to like make moves? I don't know.
He's been making space at least, come on. I guess giving intel whenever enemy heroes charge into
Cosplay
him. And that's about space enough for DM to get his item online. It's a Lotus Orb. He actually did a cool little trick where you disassemble the Vanguard.
Kalau Yuka,
kalau Yuka mainnya bisa assassin aja, bukan Silencer at some stage of the game. But for now, of course, he's going to be
Silencer lah, lu nggak punya duit, nggak punya item, lu tinggal pencet R berguna anjing.
No dagger,
tinggal pencet R berguna. Nix assassin gua
We're
nggak
so
ngerti.
close to this dagger. Instead, it's just Blink and Angel ends on Lina, but that's a catch. Oh, tops and lifts you all. Yamech is down a bit sooner, but likely won't change the course of this one. They are going to be swiftly rebuked. Kuku TP's on almost no HP. Nearly dead. The mech doesn't get off, and GPK blinks away in time. The global silence to cover his retreat, and at least it's something here for VP.
Oh, the Lotus.
Yeah, but this Phantom Assassin is becoming quite scary. Top net worth, and like I don't see how you stop her. Like she's gonna get exactly whatever she wants.
So looking good right now for T1. I think
goblok banget anjing, maju pakai nyawa segitu bangsat.
Deso, and then soon this Ag Shard applying the break and a percentage-based damage online shortly. That is going to start tearing through some of these very, very tanky heroes.
Yeah.
But Yamech, we'll see what can change for him. He's hoping to get a bounty. Oh, he gets a bounty. That's almost enough money now for his Blink Dagger, but he still needs a couple more creeps. I was expecting the smoke on the Blink. I'm glad you corrected me there.
No, I mean, you expect that smoke to come with the Blink, but they only smoked 3 heroes, and yeah, I don't know, that was a very optimistic smoke. PA already had BKB, like, I think they should be happy that
kalau
they
lu pengen
ran
main
into Thompson
aktif,
and not
Sharp. Kalau lu pengen agak chill sebentar dulu, Deso.
Now it's T1 who decides to make a smoke play. They're going to catch a glimpse here of DM, but he's actually going to Timber Chain away, because of course now you can hear the onslaught noise from Fog. One of the biggest nerfs, I think, to Primal, but I think a fair one. Ward from Whitemon. VP looking to defend. There's a Tiny with Blink Dagger on his courier coming his way, but it's not going to be here for this fight, at least the start of it. As Whitemon is going to be killed off. Kill goes towards Hakoda. Zephyr is camping a pretty interesting spot here. Looking to turn now, especially with Ana. He's going to have Alacrity and BKB. The damage not nearly enough, but as soon as he comes out of Phantasm, he is nukes down. Ana looking for a second. Doesn't have a bash. He's able to escape with Timber Chain for the time being. But now, Yamech, Blink's still on courier for this fight. So frustrating for VP. What could have been?
No, for sure. And very good by T1 to back off there and not go for more. I feel like their style would be to kind of overplay their hand there and maybe feed, but they play disciplined. BKB runs out and they back off.
Kalau dia sebenarnya gini, kalau dia merasa udah cukup dengan BKB, share tidak apa-apa.
Topsing has put
Cuman kalau misalnya
and she's gonna have her death so soon. Yeah, like people like you see that Chaos Knight, right? It's a string carry. Oh,
Zephyr.
Yeah.
Chase. Just a kill on a support if they can muster it, and Arcane Curse will get the job done.
Yeah, looks good.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of wondering, like, they need some way to dispel this Ana hero, right? If he's got this bonus attack speed from Phantom Strike on top of Alacrity, like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be fighting him.
Yeah.
But then he's got BKB. Like, what do you do?
No, because it's getting to that point. Like usually, when you're Timber or Chaos Knight, right, you can play a little more in the front. But I don't think Ana cares who he goes on. He'll go on anyone and they'll die. And that's it's very hard to play versus a PA when the game is in that stage.
They've even, Cuckoo has stepped in, especially compared to last game, right? He's stepped into a much more support-focused role. Is now going for that Vlad's offering, but wanted the mech up first, so he can always TP in and provide some immediate burst heals. And early on, that mechanism can really do a lot to turn the fight.
Yeah. No, I think this is what you have to do. There's not enough farm on the map for him to also get stuff. So yeah, you just do this. Just have a mech, and yeah, you're looking kind of like a position 5 Furion, but I think it's fine.
Lina kan nggak main hitter ya, berarti nggak bisa Rosan mereka, Cok. Jadi kalau misalnya lu ngambil Deso, lu bisa
Thompson becomes a bit greedy on the exo
dapat 1-2 kill terus Rosan.
Okay, look at the smoke here now. Blink Dagger, can they get him? No, he gets the BKB
in time. And now what? That's the blink reveal as well from Yamich. That's gone poorly. They're actually going to leave him to Whitemon to kill him. There's going to be global silence as GPK jumped over by Ana and finished off Thompson with the kill as well onto Yamich, using an early point in Sunstrike to get the job done there. And that's just gone disastrously.
Now you go Rose, man. Now you go fucking Rose.
Yeah. They tried. Like sometimes that Avalanche doesn't let you get BKB off quite that fast, but it's quite random. I've had times where I can't BKB at all, and sometimes the BKB goes off immediately, so he probably had to toss. Yeah. They had to try to blow him up.
Guarantee the lockdown.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not what he did there, and now with a Deso online for PA, into the pit she goes. No need for a little bit of alacrity there to get the job done, but now bolstered by an Aegis. Ana is a real moving threat here on the map. Ramses and GPK and even DM have done well to keep, good farm. It's really just Cuckoo the one to suffer. It's merely, in air quotes here, Pi, it's merely a 1k net worth lead for T1, but the game doesn't really feel like that, does it?
It feels very difficult.
Mati itu.
They go. Oh, here's Ana. Okay, in they go and down he goes. Cuckoo even looking for a +1 onto Hakoda, who's out of mana, so he's been bullied out of the fight. Thompson, though, focused and killed off by Ramses and GPK, but Ana is going to strike back and get some vengeance there for his fallen teammate. Now, though, Ramses going to get actually some damage in onto Ana. That becomes the question. The onslaught, though, from Zephyr is going to interrupt things, so Ramses, the BKB, is going to go ahead and fight on up. DM on top of the PA, gets the first life, and also cuts through Zephyr in one swift stroke.
He has BKB up now, though.
Yeah. And he's going to use it, fighting into Ramses now. He's already cleared the Phantasm illusions. DM trapped inside the trees. He's going to go ahead and a swift whirling death to get out of trouble.
Iya, nilai magic tuh
sampah.
Hold,
I want to say from VP. I think that's a big move. They are going to lose Lina towards the start of that fight, but they also equalize on the Aegis.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good. They quickly picked off Thompson, and then he still had like a 10-second cooldown on his BKB on PA, so
Aganim, yeah.
Couldn't get anything done.
Aganim maybe. Aganim. Harusnya Aganim sih. Aganim dispel.
No, it's going to be VP who are unable to punish and get the second life, but we'll still be happy with that as we'll take another look at how that one kicked off.
Young Steven.
There's that alacrity we talked about. Unfortunately, the alacrity not put to best use. You can see by the time he jumps and gets the kill, it's still useful for the kill on the GPK, so yeah. I retract that statement.
And I'm curious there, because he comes in there with Primal, and I think either doesn't press BKB or the BKB isn't courier. It's like he has BKB there. The fight is probably quite different.
Yeah, good scout. Zephyr now carrying the BKB in his active inventory, ready to be used. But T1, again, they're going to be sent back to their side of the map and looking for some farm. VP, though, definitely still acknowledging the team that they're playing against. GPK nor Hakoda showing on this wave. You can see how far GPK is farming from the trees with the Dragon Slave. Yeah. T1 now making some moves towards the top side of the map. VP, though, they've got some good ward coverage in this area. So they'll do well to stay out of the way.
Menurut gue Besar cukup
game ini soalnya hero range yang really done anything, hero range yang PP ini tipis-tipis semuanya, bukan hero range tebel gitu.
fact,
Beser,
he's gonna fight into this one. Thompson is
Udah
going
mati
to
aja.
reveal himself
Ya.
onto the Tiny. Keep
Itu
that
juga
Blink
tuh.
Dagger on cooldown with Ana swiftly cutting him down here. It's going to be a buyback. So VP, they like the looks of this fight. Global as well is going to cancel Zephyr through his BKB,
DM
but broken
sakit banget,
and
cowok.
being scattered is DM. He gets the Lotus off and to disply the
Lu lihat
break.
tuh barusan
but
anjing,
Ana
ada
is
yang
broken through the
pecah,
back lines. He is just free here. Ramsey's looking for a stun onto him, stacking the stuns very nicely, but it's not going to stop Ana. He's
Ana
still going to
mati.
make that jump in. DM needs a little bit more damage, and with the Whirling Death, gets the kill. Maybe Zephyr could be next, but the Sunstrike finds damage, and the healing
Very
cells
nice.
not enough. A big play there, but it's DM who's going to chop through a second now, and he's out for blood. He wants Thompson, who initiated the fight with Ghostwalk, doesn't even have it invoked. Quite confident in fighting versus this DM Timber, and for good reason. He's got Whiteman to back him up. Hakoda's got a TP away. And I think DM's going to do that as well to disengage from this fight. A 3 for 2, but a slightly better fight there for T1.
Jelek sih menurut gua. Bagus sih.
You just see a little problem there for the PA when she
lu
runs out
dapat
of beacon.
core-nya.
They're quite
mati sama
lucky that
offlane.
they always
Like,
manage
Timber,
to really
that's
fast
fine.
at catching GPK.
Timber bisa
But
apa
I'm
sih
a little
gitu,
worried
kayak-
if GPK gets to live
Not bad
in
lah.
these fights for like 30 more seconds, it could get quite difficult. So they gotta keep this up at killing him immediately when it shows.
Yeah. I mean, and credit to Ana as well, right? Like you're saying, they're just always being on the prowl, always ready. He's jumping in on the first person that's getting
Lina,
disabled, usually by
Tano.
Thompson, and then he's just kind of lingering in the area under Blur, daring Lina to show herself. And then
Yeah.
you've got the onslaught. I mean, it's some really good coordination here from T1. They're definitely on the same pages in these fights, but like you're saying, VP, they've got pretty good equal farm on all the cores. Cuckoo,
Ada
you know,
judi
for
gak?
all the
Ada nih,
ores
gua
that
lagi
he's
judi,
bringing around,
bangsat.
a little bit of burst heal,
Udah
just
kalah
simply isn't
satu hari
doing
ini.
as much as he would have done.
Cuman
with his
kesempatan
last
menang
time.
2 lagi bisa.
Yeah, no, for sure. So it'll be interesting. It's gonna come down to Roche is still far away, so we'll see what the teams cook up here in the meanwhile.
Ana as well going for, I think it was slightly more favored Phantom Strike Cast Range challenge here at 15.
Ya,
They did make that adjustment
si anjing
to reduce
ngejar
the blur
loto
base
apa
talent
ini,
that used
Cok?
to be on the 20
Kadi,
talent
Cok,
for the
babi.
PA. And that allowed her to fight really easily, especially if you didn't have any sort of mechanism at hitting her. The reason I bring this up is because Ramses is getting ready to adjust for this. He's got Mage Slayer, which builds into the Bloodthorn, and that'll allow him
Itu
to get
DM
true
beli
strike
Vitality.
onto this Phantom Assassin.
Mau jadi
If,
pajangan dong
you know,
kali
he's
dia.
gonna end up going
Oh, they have this Tinker
Itu
Ward. The
pecahan bukan
CGPK.
beli,
I
itu
wonder
pecahan
if they
dari
can cash in.
pecahan dari apa? Pecahan dari
Thompson's already making heads
Vanguard,
towards that
pecahan dari
area.
Vanguard, bukan beli itu.
He's
Ini kan dia bikin Vanguard, terus
cool
dipecah sama
snap,
dia.
EMP, and
Iya,
and there's the
keciduk.
jump. Cuckoo
Iya,
as well from
ayo lo,
behind and
ayo lo,
gets more
ayo lo,
reinforcements.
ayo lo, keciduk lo.
Lina is going to activate that
Oh,
flame
lo.
cloak. Pretty tanky, you know,
Ngapain,
from all the
Mas,
magic
eh?
damage, you should say. That does give
Tip
you
sih,
some more
menurut gua harus
resist, but
ditip sih, kayak gitu tuh
surrounded
harus
by
ditip,
three,
anjing.
it was going to be dead 10 out of 10.
Emang kenapa pon PA beli sekali? Ya nggak apa-apa, cuman
It's actually a little sloppy.
nggak apa-apa.
You should be thinking about that word, but I mean it's not totally expected. I
Ramses?
guess.
He's getting torn apart by
Oh
Ana
my
right now.
God.
There's going to be a stun. Cuckoo as well joining this fight. There's the global. Does allow Ramses to blink away with a good armlet toggle.
Ana ngapain BKB
I think
anjing?
Zephyr, he might look for more. He's smoked up, and the rest of T1 not too far behind him. As Yamech is going to be on the clip here, breaking smokes. Counter initiation is good, but Zephyr still goes off the BKB. He's pulverizing here now around Yamech for the kill. Sunstrike was searching, I think, for Ramses. I'm not sure, but it wasn't on the mark. Okay, Thompson's already hit a great one this game. We still have one for the highlights.
Yep. Yeah, really good for them. I mean, that's just a very fortunate kill you get there on the Lina, sitting under a ward for 1 minute.
Just trying to push out those waves.
Yeah.
T1, yeah. If not for the Tinker, I mean, the Tinker Ward just shows that they're aware of this play that Lina has to make, right?
Yeah.
They're just a step ahead. They know where she wants to be
Iwan main
playing
lagi
around
nggak?
the map,
Main
and
kayaknya.
if it wasn't for the Tinker Ward, it seems like
Gua juga
T1
nggak hafal.
definitely would have made a play there.
Main
at some
non
stage to
WG.
just camp a wave and, you know,
Lawan
get ready
ini,
to jump
Weird
her
Genius.
fog. But
No,
she
it's
kind of-
very difficult to catch her though. Her flying around with her flame cloak and with Blink Dagger. So I mean that was just a very nice kill to get.
Gak tau ya,
So to
kalau
speak.
T1 lawan VP menang 2-0 terus kalah sama WG satu game, gua nggak ngerti anjing hidupnya T1 gimana otaknya ngentot.
Especially in the first banning phase.
Ada Arab
but even
dong.
the Linas that have snuck through, it's been mostly physical. So I'm really excited to
Gila.
see this you know, heavy magic commitment, especially so
Oh,
early.
catching Zephyr.
Yeah, it doesn't have BKB, and there's an Acceptor for DM, so the double chakram here tearing right through him allows him to pick up that kill with ease. Cuckoo split pushing the top wave with a big wave as well here, actually supported even by the Forge Spirits, picks up a tier 2 tower.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little curious about this. He's going Skadi on PA. Can't be that bad. Like he wants
Minus
to,
berapa ya
like
gua
he wants
kalau
the Lina
misalnya
not to
3 tadi
be able
menangnya
to just run away when he's hitting her.
2,7 kayaknya.
Also reducing
Berapa sih?
lifesteal and like regen on Timber. It's decent. I was thinking more maybe you would want to go Satanic here, but let's see.
1,1
Maybe it's
minus
good.
0,4 ya lumayan lah guys. Nggak begitu banyak minusnya, boleh lah. Harusnya kalau menang lawan VP menang lawan WG juga kan harusnya kan. Cuma kan you never know bro, this is Dota bro, you never know. Bisa aja mereka merasa kayak wah VP doang, lawan VP gue menang apalagi WG doang kecil. Bisa aja begitu coy, terus kalah ternyata, bisa aja.
But even with the Blink Dagger, even with Flame Cloak and now Ag Scepter and Aether Lens, you know, Lina sometimes still getting found and jumped is I have a feeling not really the way that they expected this matchup to be going.
Menang kalah mulu.
Yeah, no, I mean, GPK has to be careful. Because I feel like if he can get to live through the BKB of PA, he can clean up like almost the entire fight.
Oh, Yamich, he's going to catch a glimpse of enemy heroes there on the cliff ward to the left. T1 are promptly going to know that it's smoked up. This smoke here timed with Roche. The VP know that they've got to fight into this one. Whitemon as well is going to make the jump, or he's going to be the one jumped, and with the Gluna Blade, he is killed off. Ramsey's dispelled. Ana here. Oh, but the mech heal. Global Silence here prevents him from actually casting any spells. Really good cast there by Hakoda, and that's going to force T1 back. DM, he's got the double chocolate right on top of Ana, who has no BKB. They need a little bit more damage, and Ramses does not miss. Gets the kill. Down to Cuckoo next from the high ground as well. It's GPK who claims it, stands his ground. That time, VP with a great cast there on the Global Silence are going to absolutely clean up. That's a boulder hurled out from Zephyr, but it's not going to change his fate. He is killed off. Roche isn't up, but Pi, GPK lives through a fight, and look at the difference it made.
Yeah, I mean, it is also they were walking up the death ramp. Like when they remade this map, right? And you saw like this new dire ramp. It's definitely the scariest part of the map to walk up on. And yeah, they kind of just got stuck down there, silenced. Like a bunch of sheep.
Oh, okay, what a stun though. I mean, Thompson's invis, and GPK is just going to simply fly away. But good prediction there, at least putting the fear of God into Thompson.
Yeah. No, this global is quite a problem. Like if the silencer gets to chill and just watch this PA, globaling after he BKBs is pretty huge.
Yeah, he's caught Zephyr with it once as well, right? Which actually instantly interrupted a pulverize. Oh, this could be big. There's a DD in the river, and Roche is up in 20.
Yeah, oh, it's huge.
We're taking a look at that last fight, but you can see them just scattering away, trying to survive. Not even the ice wall is going to be able to save the PA there. But yeah, I mean, this ramp is super scary, right? Especially with the ward that VP had.
Harus kelihatan vision belakangnya anjing, kalau nggak menang, Cok. Kalau mereka all in ke satu hero yang paling depan tuh kalah, Cok.
Up the creek without
kayak T1 ini harus inisiasi, nggak bisa diinisiasi.
So basically PA has to go before the global, before she BKBs. So she has to use Phantom Strike before she BKBs, basically. Which could be, it's not that easy. Especially since Whitemon, this is no puppy Ench, you know? Like, this Ench is level 11, 32 minutes in. He has okay items, but, like, it would be nice if he had at least level 2 untouchable.
Yeah.
So he could live a little more. Because he...
Or treads for some more damage. Oh, he's going to be absolutely, I mean, goodbye, deleted.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. And, well, he scouts the DD rune, which just expires there on Ramses. The Swift D-ward as well makes this area a bit harder to breach here for T1. They've got buyback on the hero. But yeah, you're right. It's not a hero that's going to scale. Speaking of heroes that scale on supports, Silencer as well, much to the same regards, also went for the Arcane Boots. You know, not the Dragonlance style we used to see days ago. Very much a spellcaster, right? In fact, he's got the Refresher Orb in his quick buy. So that lets us know what he thinks about him going to right-clicker this game.
Yeah, but his spells at least do stuff, you know? Enchantress spells, they don't really do anything. Unless you can at least live through the first burst. Like, you want to bait spells and stuff. That's what you want to do, but when your game is looking like this, you can't really do it. And he doesn't even have full points in impetus, right? So... Yep. Okay, just manning up on the Roche. Interesting.
Yeah, BKB, Scotty, and Deso with 10 stacks of damage on it. There's a Wraith Pact ready to be used by Cuckoo. And it tops in with just a Blink Dagger as his new item. Has queued up the Scythe of Ice, however. Yep. Brutally interrupting this Roche attempt, as there's going to be a big rune. Thompson eager to snatch that one up immediately into the inventory and activated there the Arcane Rune. Smoking around the side as DM's played plenty of Ags Lab. You're not going to catch him with that, Brock. So GPK leading the team, trying to maybe sneak across the river here.
Okay,
he's just completely alone. There's going to be the Global Silence, but Ana this time, he's going to be able to dispel it. No targets to immediately jump on as Ramses is actually tearing through Cuckoo. The Tornado is going to lift up onto only one. Ramses still alive, and from beyond the Roche, GPK with range nukes down Ana. No damage remaining for T1 in the fight. Now they're sent scattering here as DM on the chase with a double chakram doing so much damage. Zephyr slowed to a crawl. The toss there is going to be able to locate Whitemon. GPK blinking forward. Sustains the fight with enough mana. Thompson doing what he can here with a nice knockback there on the blast of the meatballs, but DM's
Bapak
got an
Thompson
idea
ya.
where he's at.
Coba
Keeping him
1
with the
lawan
tiny
5
two.
nggak bisa lah
Chase,
goblok.
and underneath the sentry ward, he will be the last to fall here, Pi. It's a full team wipe in exchange for Ramses, and Roche half HP.
Yeah. No, I think he even blows his BKB there to kill the Timber Saw. But DM knows what's up. He saved buyback, buys back instantly, and even though like the VP don't get to initiate on the best target, like they kind of go on Furion. Like they just have too much damage, and with no BKB on PA, she just melts.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll look
see
at it
her.
here, right? Like here, you see Global come out, but then BK beat up immediately. That time they didn't mess up the combo. They didn't interrupt
Ramses
Pulverize.
nggak mati anjing.
They're just on
Eh,
to
Ramses mati
Cuckoo.
ding.
Anna jumps in, and Lina from beyond the pit.
Telat anjing
Easy
mati ya,
kill.
Cok.
Yeah. Her BKB runs out there, and if
Timber
Lina's
agak
not
orang
dead,
enggak
she dies
ngentot.
immediately.
Itu jelas anjing kalau dia nggak bikin agak malah aneh anjing. Soalnya lu dari tadi lu nge-fight tanpa BKB, lu survive.
With how
Berarti lu butuh apa?
impactful Global
Damage
was
anjing,
in the
udah
fight
nggak butuh item
previous to
survival
what
lagi
we just
dong.
saw when they tried to run up the
Orang pasti
the
mikirnya
ramp that
Halberd
would
EOL
lead
Hex.
to that,
Enggak anjing.
ramp of death.
Lu tuh anjing, kalau gue ngeliat harusnya tadi pas dia nge-fight di atas dan dia selamat, itu udah otomatis lu nggak butuh BKB, lu nggak butuh EOL, lu nggak butuh Halberd, lu tinggal damage aja. Satu-satunya item damage-nya Timber apa? Aghanim
Like if someone
anjing.
is slightly out of position, you just kill him, and then you reset the fight.
Kecuali lu tadi kecuali
Unfortunately,
dia ya
really
nge-fight di
fast.
atas.
Like that's why Ramses just wanted
yang
right
Ana
away.
mati
Like he
pertama
didn't
itu,
want to get away. So
dia
he
ikut
just went
mati.
on whatever
Nah itu
targets
dia pasti
he could,
nyari
so he wanted
item
to Fury.
defensif kayak Halberd, EOL gitu atau Hex pasti gitu. Tapi dia tadi selamat, nggak butuh itu.
Buyback hero.
Dia nambah damage dong.
You have to kite the fight away. So I don't think that their approach is that bad. Obviously, if you can kill the Lina, you do it. But if you get a free burst on a hero, I think you should do that too.
It's avoiding coverage here for VP. Makes this a difficult approach now for T1, especially as they've lost the tier 1 tower, but they're holding some good cliffs themselves. And, you know, this Ench, you said her spells are a bit weak. She's doing what she can. She's a great smoke breaker, even at this phase of the game. Going for DM now, who did buy back. Lotus reflecting a couple of spells back towards Anna. Sunstrike as well into the Pulverize. Is going to secure the kill, but that's only his first life. He was holding the Aegis. Ramses as well hasn't really found the jump he's looking for. Stunned and now lifted by the Tornado of Thompson. VP are going to be sent retreating here. The siege at the tier 2 tower is going to not be too effective.
Yeah.
A good hold and really good patience by Anna. But the ward mission here by Yamich might end up drawing them into a fight. Of course, DM unobstructed by those trees.
Yeah. I mean, at least Cuckoo is gonna hit level 20. I don't know, maybe... Okay, it doesn't really do that much this game, the Sprout Leash, so... Yeah, never mind.
Likely not. Likely not. GPK, by the way, hold it onto a gem. Going again for Refresher. Man, you weren't joking when you said that late game VP. They just like to get a bunch of green on the screen with those Refresher orbs. So that'll be the second one currently queued up for VP.
Yeah. And even
Anjing,
Refresher with
itu kalau Lina udah refresher,
Lina,
PA nggak main, Cok.
Is there enough mana for this? Like, he's always exiting these fights with very little to low mana, which is why I posed the question.
I mean, if he has full mana, I think he can make these... Because if he just throws double Laguna on PA, I think she dies. So I guess that's what he's thinking about.
Good point, it's plenty of damage. Yeah, let's Spell Imp as well. And eventually, I mean, almost level 25 already, by the way, so Pure and Pierce's BKB is likely to be the talent choice here for GPK. That's a pretty big point. You're right, actually, with the refresh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I don't know how you live, actually.
I used to know the old damage numbers back when that used to be the Ags with Kaya build, but now with the 30% in there, I'm not going to go ahead and venture that live on stream.
I mean, I would imagine it's between like 2.8 to 3.2k pure damage.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right to me. I think the old numbers used to be like 2400 with like the fairly standard build-up you would go for, but yeah, it's got to be way more now with that 30% when you have the active on Flame Cloak. And not to mention, you know, yeah, sure, we're looking for double Laguna Blade, obviously, but you also can refresh and cast another Flame Cloak, which gives you so much mobility. Makes it a lot easier to kite around Thompson and Ana in these fights.
Okay, T1 hitting the high ground a little bit, just with the creeps though.
Yeah, but GPK wants level 25.
Anjing, Cok. Tutorial ngeret tanpa ngeret, anjing.
His wards. Not close.
Ya, Cok, terus kelihatan sakit banget, Cok.
Stupid troll.
Finally, they'll clear the creeps off. Oops, that's not the right consumable Yamich. That's okay. Maybe he thought it was a smoke. I'm not too sure. But they
udah
have
naik, Cok.
swapped the
Silencer-nya
jet.
udah naik, Cok.
They passed
Udah
it
nggak paling
with a
bawah.
little hot
Udah
potato
nggak
here.
cosplay Yuka.
GPK has bought
Aman.
out for Refresher, just shy here on 25. Oh, he's sitting in Fountain. He's going to buy the Tome, and that might give him 25. It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's ready.
I'm sure you and I, as position 5 players, have our thoughts on Corey
Sumpah nih
needing to
PA
fully
nggak main
get a Tome,
anjing.
but
Lu lihat ya, PA
we'll
ntar
be willing to
baru
give them
lompat
pass
langsung
this time
jeder-jeder.
around.
That one's
Mati
okay.
anjing.
It's the first
Kalau
one
belum
was-
Titanic,
the one was
PA-nya nggak main.
One's unforgivable.
Belum
Bia
ngapa-ngapain
tees
udah
up
jeder-jeder,
down
udah
Lena, so
bubar
she
aja.
can safely push out these lanes and join the team as needed. And top lane seems to be the move for her now, moving around the map quite sneakily with
Ooh, there we
She's
go.
actually going to go for the kill onto Anna. Deleted and a blink out, gone like a whisper in the night is GPK, an easy kill for him.
Itu yang gue maksud.
Dude, this is actually his style because he loves playing Shadow Fiend with Refresher, Arcane Blink. He just wants to do like play 1-on-1. That's what he wants to do.
By the way, this Swedish maths, very pog. You are right on the money.
Langsung
2800
disertai dengan
damage,
contoh.
1417
Real
being
shit
done
kan?
by each instance of Laguna
Real
Blade
shit anjing.
is 4,000
Ya
damage done
Allah.
from the trees onto Anna in less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's a lot.
3,000 damage in less than 2 seconds, pardon me. That's a lot of damage.
No, you're definitely a style.
That's a lot of
So,
damage.
yeah, the game is
Bangsat.
it's way more difficult to play now, especially for Anna. Like the second he shows, he knows that just gonna blink in Laguna.
And BKB is just not going to save him here, you know? Do we have reality with Pierce spell immunity? We do, right? So, like, he's not even the safest from this, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
It's,
No, he
it's difficult.
needs. What does he need? He needs like Satanic and Lincolns, right? So like he can eat maybe one Laguna, then lifesteal up a bit, but it's still difficult.
Seru sih, tapi jujur aja main Lina caster tuh seru anjing daripada main Lina hitter. Soalnya lu nge-cast spell, kayak lu harus gerak-gerak nyari posisi nge-cast spell doang, gak usah mukul. Tapi kalau lu main Lina hitter ya, lu cuma nge-cast spell nih. Lu diem anjing mukul. Itu doang anjing, bosen Cok.
At the very least, the good news, right, for Ana especially, is that even though you did have to sit there for 90
Kalau
seconds,
PA-nya auto malding, enggak malding anjing, gue paling
quite
kayak
do
ngentot.
that so quickly, right? This cooldown
Gitu doang paling.
on Refresher has been pretty continuously nerfed, up to 90 seconds. He has
That's
to keep it in his
the
inventory,
thing that
stuff
make me
like
mock,
that,
bro.
Gonna at least reduce the
Gak anjing, gue
downtime
kalau
of
kayak
this,
gitu kayak
but
bangsat nih
given the
Lina
fact that they're
anjing.
gonna be fighting for
Begitu
next
doang paling.
Roche, might not really
bakal sampai
affect
marah-marah
GPK
kayak
all that
mukul
much. You
meja
can see
tuh
he's
nggak
right back to
bakal.
business.
Gue udah gak tau anjing berapa kali gue mukul meja Cok, bangsat.
He's on the hunt yet again in this top lane.
No, so like Anna definitely cannot carry this game alone anymore. He needs someone to. Maybe if Thompson can land some nice spells, perhaps get a Hex before they BKB.
Yep. That could be the difference maker here. We'll have to see. There's a smoke plate from VP. It's 30 seconds before the Roshan respawn window.
Kuku
VP is
nge-rap
currently
bagus game
shoving
ini.
in bottom.
Just saying,
You
bro.
see him as well on a Tinker Ward here, and VP having demolished a tier 2 tower. They're taking a sneaky route around here, Pi. They might be able to get in, and onto the back lines. Onto Zephyr they go. The BKB toss as Ramsey is going to tear right
Get
through this
fucking
Enchantress.
out.
Zephyr lasting a bit longer here, as is the Sench actually, as well as with this Wraith Pact and the mech. They're trying to fight. Ramsey's, he's completely
never
stuck
mind.
inside of the
Oh, no.
Sprout. BKB already used. There's going to be the Pulverize, interrupted by the Global. GPK
mati
trying
sih.
to run, but Cold Snap
Nice.
is absolutely destroying him. Thompson blinking forward, gets the kill,
Thompson
but
is dead.
Ramsey's looking to avenge his comrade. Is going to get the job done. They cut through Ana as well.
Yeah, Anna died early in the fight. He got found in Laguna immediately. Otherwise,
buyback
Gue mukul
either.
meja kalau Arar,
Oh,
ya
but,
benar.
but Kuku
Oh,
needs a right there.
Red
Yeah.
Doto is the best Doto, motherfucker!
There's going to be some Power Rangers.
Let's
TPs.
go, let's go, let's go! Red
Bit
Doto,
too
best
early,
Doto! Red
unfortunately.
Doto,
It's
best
not
Doto!
to be able to
Red
try and save his
Doto,
ally.
best Doto! Udah gak apa-apa,
Force
mati, yang
will
penting dapat
fall.
barak anjing satu set.
Couple
Red
buybacks
Doto,
as well.
best Doto!
Back,
Red
we couldn't
Doto,
afford to
best
do much
Doto!
more there.
Ini
We
Cok,
did.
ini Dota yang membuat
risky
ya
play.
Alliance menang TI 3 banget. Ini Cok,
No, you're
ini.
right. So White
Ini
Bomb took
anjing.
longer than they expected.
Ini Cok, yang
And,
membuat Alliance
but
menang
Dia
TI
was
3
smart.
nih.
Like, he
Ayo,
found
bisa yuk.
Anna, he broke his smoke. What is it called? That third skill, blur. He broke his blur and then.
Tenang bro, lu nge-fight
You know,
aja, lu
Laguna
gak ada
refresher
ember
comes in.
game ini ya.
Just
Sadar
cleans
diri
him up.
anjing, gak ada ember game ini. Bebas anjing, gak perlu nge-fight anjing ya. Nge-fight aja berlima maju ya kan, tiba-tiba hancur aja tuh Ancient
He
bangsat.
hasn't had enough space. Well, he hasn't had enough time, let alone the space, importantly, right, to be able to get through
Ini
there.
Cok, Red
DM doing
Doto,
a lot
best
of work
Doto
as well
anjing,
in this
tiba-tiba
death
udah
zone.
hancur
Yes,
ya bawah.
the one Laguna
Ngobang
Blade obviously nuking
bangsat.
him down to about half
Kaget.
HP, but that's just as much damage done by DM in that
Ya
same
tapi Rosan
second.
anjing tai.
Really good work there, prioritizing and getting on top of the hard carry. And that's going to leave TM, of course, short-handed for this Roche fight. Thompson can do what he can, but he can't afford to be that risky. He doesn't have buyback. Even if he snatches Aegis here, they kill him, and it's a win condition for VP.
Yeah. No, you just have to.
Tenang bro,
turn
Rado
back
Tobes
now.
Doto
You're
bro.
15k gold down.
Oh, udah
You do
Admiral
have a
Mas
Phantom
tentang.
Assassin,
Real shit bro.
one of the
Real
better
shit.
heroes to get Divine Rapier on, so perhaps you can think about that. Otherwise, even without Divine Rapier, if you
Oh,
get the
Lina
lucky
TP.
crits, you
Go,
can kill
perkosa,
anyone in
perkosa.
a second. So
Oh, never mind.
Wow, you're just so fast. Max move speed now from Lina. With the and of course unobstructed pathing with Flame Cloak means that she's genuinely very hard to catch.
Thompson though.
Okay, doesn't seem to be quite able to catch her. Not carrying dust, of course, at this stage of the game. Could have been an opportunity.
Yeah, it was close.
Jangan di
Nicely
bawah,
avoided
jangan
by
mati, jangan mati.
GPK.
Allah Akbar, please jangan mati. Jangan kasih.
Now, Whitemon
Kasih,
is
coy.
onto a
Si
Lotus as
bangsat
well.
yang tryhard
It's
banget,
instrumental, having a
ngentot,
little
ngentot.
longer sheep stick. They're opening up the fight. Ramsey's up to level 25. He's right on top of Cuckoo, and DM's even lived through this. As
I think you
GPK
can fight, bro.
looking to kick off this fight, trying to burst through at least Zephyr, but hasn't been able to do it. He refreshed as well for that. Cuckoo looks like he's going to be the first to drop, but in goes Ana. He's going to be able to break up Ramsey's, but he's BKB'd, and now he silences the global, perfectly executed, but he's still going to be able to fight through Ramsey's all the same. Another sheep stick here onto DM as Ana looks to Phantom Strike away. Zephyr now counter-engaging alongside Whitemon as VP stuck crawling through
Mati
the
itu
ice wall.
Thompson,
They
anjing,
manage to get on
dieback
top
shit.
of Thompson, and Ramsey's tears him apart before he blinks on over to the trees. Ana's the only one left alive, but he's completely alone here as VP. They persist and they clean up 4.
Yeah. Now you can.
Padahal
see
lagunya
how
udah
Ana
dipakai
plays these
ke
fights,
ini
like
loh, ke
he's so
Sapper loh.
scared. So he's waiting a long time, and then eventually goes in. Has to use the BKB. They get the Aegis, but then the second the BKB runs out, he's out of there. He does not dare to fight.
Yeah. And look for Lina in this fight. Lina's even, committing her spells there
Yeah.
onto
Zephyr
Zephyr.
nggak sempat
Wow,
ini, anjing.
so tanky. You can see how big of a
Gitu.
difference that makes depending on who you target. I thought maybe because they had used double Laguna, maybe Ana would be a little bit more eager to join this fight, but I agree with you, it's just a risk he can't take.
Yeah, I mean, he was honestly waiting for GPK to mess up there and show himself. But GPK was just standing in the back, and then he didn't find the target he wanted to go for. He probably had to go in earlier, like maybe hope he crits a bit on DM there, or maybe kill the silencer, but
Oke, nge-trade
it's
barat.
not easy. It's not easy to fight.
I think we lost, boys.
And then Nullifier is going to feel like a priority right now. Whoa, GPK. Oh, they're just right on in. Ana, he's already backing up. Laguna Blade from the trees. Down goes Whitemon. And GPK, he's out just like that, man.
Yeah.
Some surgical
Sumpah, Ana
strike
nggak pernah
from
punya
this
buyback
magic
anjing hari-hari yang
Arena.
ngentot.
He has a Octarine now, so like
Red Dot
everything
nggak ada Red
happens
Dot.
more and more.
Creepnya masuk semua ke base, nggak bisa
All
nge-red.
Blade shoving in as well.
Oh, shit.
Ramses, he makes the jump onto the eliminating with Sabo. Ana actually going right back on in. The damage, the break, not good enough. Ramses even gets saved here by the E-Blade of Tiny, and that causes Zephyr to kind of get kited out. He's going to go for the pulverize, instantly interrupted as Ana getting force-staffed away from all these enemies. 2 heroes dead already, but they both got buyback. Thompson's back in 20, but Cuckoo dead for 50. It's going to be left on the sidelines here. Ramsey's on just about no HP. He's playing just with what Armlet can give him. He's going to make the jump back onto Whitemon, finds a stun, and that's going to set up, not quite for the kill, but the Avatos onto 2. Look at the setup. It's a thing of beauty.
Oh,
the double
wow.
Laguna as well. GPK
it's
cleaning up
GG,
after
boys.
a beautiful jump in from Yamich. He eventually will fall to the towers, but his job done. He can certainly rest in peace as Ana's now dead for 90. Ramsey still living through the initiation of Thompson. Finds himself on the retreat. His
GG,
defense
boys.
against perfectly timed by GPK.
GG.
Another kill there. And that's going to be Whitemon to fall to boot. All 5 dead. T1 will
Minus
strike
4,
the
bro.
covers as VP and
Minus
their
4.
group stage here on a
Shit.
draw. Well
Plus
done to
4,
them.
minus 4. Kagak kemana-mana anjing duit gua bangsat.
Learn a lot. The DM Timbersaw and
What the
GPK
fuck?
Lina, definitely very well practiced heroes. Like they've done, they've played these heroes before. You can see that, and they're quite quite cool with it.
Ente.
Yeah, I agree. I
Ente.
think
Nonton
especially
tim tier 2 dulu, Cok. Oh, udah bubar tim tier 2. Nih, tier 2 lagi. Udah bubar juga anjing, udah pada bubar bangsat. Ya sudah lah ya. What can you do, brother? Next apa nih, next? Nggak, gue nggak mau ngebet CS. Nggak peduli gue cuma CS. Aneh anjing, iya udah dapet barak masih main di bawah. Udah dapet barak main atas mid gitu, geser-geser. Stupid aja kuku call bro, kuku call. Vici, Polaris sama T1 wildcard. Jangan bilang wildcard kalah 2-0 sama wildcard, kalau kalah 2-0 sama Infamous gue malu sih. Oh enggak, 1-1. Wildcard 1-1. Wildcard siapa sih pemainnya? Uh, uh, uh. Apa anjing itu, Cok? Ini gantian nih, bangsat. Wah, anjing 1,8, Cok. Gila. Oke, T1 oke lah ya. Anjing 6 sama Tempest 1-1. Hah? 1-1? Oh, announce nih bukan nih Polaris. Polaris 2-0 kan? Oh, 2-0 anjing. Masa iya Polaris kalah sama announce? Enggak mungkin anjing. Oh ya 2-0 Polaris, bangsat. Lu nonton podcast Luna Maya sama Wendy udah kemarin di stream Tukul. Ini apa, Cok? The Zoomers. Podcast sama siapa? Nitya. Tempas saha pemainnya, pedalaman. Adalah pedalaman lah. Oke, bentar. Coba kita cek stand-in dulu, bro. Oke, T1 sama wildcard. Asal T1 nggak 2-0 dia upper bracket, ya kan? Ya, kalau T1 nggak 2-0 dia upper bracket. Ya udah easy banjing. T1 setengah. Shit. 2-0 nggak? Feeling lu gimana, guys? Kalian gimana, guys? T1 2-0 nggak? Nggak mungkin fuck. Gue takutnya nih ya. Ini T1 nih so iya gitu ya. So iya kan? Kan dia cuma butuh menang 1 game. Ya kan? Dia kalau udah menang 1 game, game 2-nya, game terakhirnya eksperimen. Gue takutnya itu. Jujurnya gue takutnya itu, Cok. Kalau dari kertas, wildcard nih nggak ada pemain. Coba kita lihat recent gamenya wildcard wildcard gaming hari ini nih. Cuman 1-1 sama Infamous, 2-0 sama Liquid. Ya Liquid lagi bagus hari ini. 2-0 sama Infamous. Sama VP dapat ini gara-gara VP nge-throw nih. Terus udah itu doang nih. Oh ini sama XG kalah 2-0 dia. Emang lawak timnya. Coba, yang gue takutin tuh bukan apa, Cok. Kalau first 10 kill tergantung T-Rex di ban atau kagak. Iya itu. Kalau itu lihat draft bisa lah. Oh, gue gak nonton Polaris, gak perlu. Apa sih hero-heronya wildcard? Standar hero NA anjing. Iya bangsat, NA hero anjing, lawak bangsat. NA Primal by the way, NA Primal Beast. So fucking noob. Menang sih Pon kalau kata gue. Menang sih. Maksudnya gue ngerinya gini layar nih ya. Yang gue ngeriin tuh ya. Oh wait. No. Wait. Enggak. Kalau T1 menang 2-0, dia nomor 3. Nomor 3 tuh berarti lawan B2. Salah, B3 lawan A2. Hah? Ya, B3 lawan A2. Lawan Polaris anjing. Tag FPT1. Lihat komen-komennya. Di Twitter apa di Facebook? Facebook, nggak punya Facebook gua. Nggak ngeliat di sini apa nih? Apa nih komennya nih? No Veno no win. 2 Norwegia ada Arab bangsat. T1. Mana anjing? T1 League of Legends bangsat, enggak dong. Mana T1 coy? Nggak ada anjing fanpage, nggak tahu lah, capek gue kirim link, males gue. T1 doang, ya bang T1 doang, mau nulis apa lagi? 2-0 nggak ya, 2-0 nggak ya? Bro, nggak. Ingat kata Om Deddy. Kalau kamu tidak berani mengambil kesempatan, kamu tidak akan maju kemana-mana. T1 2-0. Let's go kuku, ya kan? Kalah segame aja gue katain tuh kuku ngentot. Malah bet, ya ngapain lagi anjing? Masih 7 menit anjing, lama banget cok. Gue mandi nih lama-lama nih cok, mandi duluan anjing. NE Dota tuh pasif. Setahu gue nih ya, NE Dota tuh pasif. Coba kita lihat NE Dota. Ya enggak, kecuali lawan SA. NE Dota yang nggak ngelawan SA. Siapa? NE Dota lawan Liquid. Oh, 10-8 anjing, 10-3. Close game juga. Nouns lawan Fiji anjing, Fiji tolol anjing, bisa kalah sama Nouns, sumpah tolol banget. Secret 10 kill ya kan, 10 kill menang mulu anjing. Coba lagi. Polaris. Gila, lawan Polarisnya kalah, cok. 10-10, oke, boleh. Oh. Wildcard tapi ini game satunya anjing, ini tolol, cok. VP tolol anjing. Gak bisa. Shit, gue males anjing ngebet 10 kill jujur aja nih. Kita insya Allah game winner aja ya guys. Insya Allah game winner. T1 insya Allah. T1 game winner insya Allah. Jelek banget cok, oddsnya cok, bangsat. Bodo amat. Polaris mah jago. Gak bisa lu bilang jago. Ini timnya, ini grupnya grup goblok. Kalian kan bisa lihat draft dulu pon. Ya iya sih. Lu pusi apa laki lu? Masih lama anjing, 6 menit, gue mandi dulu deh ya. Ini lu nontonin highlight game tadi dah.
With our shields and our swords, we pave the path to victory. With our shields and our swords, we temper our courage. With our shields and our swords, we're making history. With those who make the game a reality, we're the vanguard. We're with the best. Let's raise our shields.
Welcome back, everyone. We have the final series of the night, potentially. There is, of course, the potential for tiebreakers, but thank you for waiting. I know it has been a bit since our previous match, rather, was over pretty quickly, but now you're here. We've got Wildcard versus T1. This should be a hype match. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that would be excited to see how far Sammy Boy's squad can go, and a lot of people who are here who are excited about what T1 can do, especially with their two newest members. But Waga, we have a great series ahead of us. Can you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited because it feels almost like through this last chance qualifier that Wildcard are, the team that we're following here. They've had kind of a rough run so far. They're looking like they really need to win here, even to just force out a tie. But we watched them play, and there are like so many things that are going right for them. Generally, the early game tends to be really good for them. They dominated lane so many times, but just struggled to translate that into a win in the mid game. So, seeing them go up here against T1, I just really wish that everything sort of
belum
clicks
keluar
for
anjing
Wildcard
draftnya
and that they
babi.
can perform, because it always felt like they were just like a little bit away from making everything work the way it was supposed to.
Fuck, belum
Like,
keluar
minor
anjing.
mistakes made their games difficult. Meanwhile, T1, we get to watch them. I'm excited because obviously I'm a big fan of Thompson and his crazy shenanigans that he likes to do. I'm a big fan of weird picks, so
Gila banget
expecting
anjing
to
oddsnya.
see something unordinary, some unorthodox stuff coming out from them.
All right, well, it is time for Wildcard to, put up their best showing here because they want to force us into tiebreakers, I think. But we do have a little video with the players coming right up.
Enggak. Ke-delay 4 menit. Aman. Jing.
So important to note too, with
Siapa coba? Lu kenal nggak, Jing? Ini
we do
siapa
have
lagi?
a quote-unquote stand-in. Alone played with them during the qualifiers. Unfortunately, S
Siapa,
was
Cok?
not able to continue playing, and now he's going to be playing with the fellas here, the NA squad.
Sammy Boy.
There he is, Sammy Boy, the
Siapa
captain.
anjing?
And
Your fast,
it
your
should
fast,
be
your fast, saha,
pretty
ngentot,
interesting to
ngentot.
see just how well that their synergy works out.
Yeah, hoping that they can mesh well. It's always difficult when you have to bring in someone, but it's also sort of the dream scenario as a stand-in to be able to come in and play in such a high-stakes scenario. You have a chance to prove yourself, and I think Alone has been playing very good on his lane, but for Wildcard, it felt like they sometimes struggled to find each other within the team and execute their
Semi OP
abilities
juga retoran
together
gua bangsat.
to play such
Gak
high
gitu
tempo
anjing.
that we
Gak
saw,
semua
for
semi itu
instance,
sama, bro.
Polaris just now in the
Mungkin
match
sama
against
kalau
them.
sama
Just
gini.
talk about playing together all the time, just clicking together, like playing into chaining their abilities. That's sort of what we need to see more from Wildcard, just them finding each other on the map and coordinating more.
Well, hopefully they're going to be able to do
Maga
it, but their
papa.
opponents
Saingan maga
are
mama.
extremely fierce. I think a lot of people have T1 put up there as one of their favorites to make it out of the last chance qualifiers, and we have a little intro video with them as well.
Nah, kalau orang-orang
I
kenal
have
anjing nih.
T1 in my prediction, mostly because I just really want to see them go through. I think they're pretty big fan favorites because they have players from different regions,
Anjay.
and there's a lot of people to
Apa
love on
son,
this team.
anjay.
So
Jelek banget anjing
cool
Emon
to see what they're
bangsat.
gonna do. I think they have a very
Tunjuknya
unique
nggak pas
style.
anjing Emon babi
They also
emang ya.
play pretty damn good Dole, like they took down Extreme 2-0, and we were hyping up how Extreme were playing really well before that happened, and then they just get 2-0'd by T1, and honestly, it looked kind of easy in that series.
Like to see these guys look very energetic right now. I think I saw Anna cracking a smile, and I think a lot of people are very interested in this particular squad, particularly because you do have Anna and Thompson. For me, honestly, I was telling you earlier, I'm a very big Zephyr and Whitemon fan. Like,
White Man,
I really
anjing, si
enjoy
paling
the
nggak
way
White
that
Man.
these two play together.
He's not even white,
And
the
they
fuck?
almost feel like a little bit of like the heart and soul of this team at this point.
I'm starting to like Zephyr more and more, despite the fact that he plays Venomancer, a hero that I'm
Bacot,
ju-
bacot
just
Jaki ya,
gonna
bacot ya
pick
Bapak
Venomancer.
Panjaitan.
But he makes it work, you know.
Aku tidak
They
gay, Bapak
certainly
Panjaitan.
have a lot of understanding of what timings they want to hit and how they want to play into their heroes' strengths. So I think they have good understanding of what their drafts are supposed to do, which can be the difficult thing
Anak
playing
IKE 2
against them
jam nggak
because,
apa-apa. Salah
they
anjing.
play these weird
Ana tuh
heroes like
sebenarnya ini,
Thompson,
Cok.
and
Nih,
because of even
uh,
the Venomancer from Zephyr, like not many teams are playing Veno. Did we see?
Mana ya?
I don't think we casted any Veno game even.
I don't think so.
Like they're just sort of a hard team to understand.
Mana ya?
and
Gimana cara
grasp.
nyari ini dia anjing?
So let's see how Wildcard are going to approach.
Sumpah
We're already
Ana
getting
anjing.
into a
Mana ya?
draft
Mana
here
mana.
between
Coba cari di
Wildcard and
Robby aja.
T1. Looks like it's going to be Wildcard banning out the
Ini final pon
Primal
grup
Beast
final
immediately.
ini grup.
Hero that Thompson has been playing mid a lot.
2 menit.
Yes, we've seen a lot of primal.
Ini kalau
beasts
T1 harus
in
up.
the draft, so I'm not
Hah?
surprised
Ini kalau
to see
T1
that.
harus
I'm
upper
also
harus menang.
surprised to see
Kalau
Marcy
T1
go
mau
and die.
upper harus menang
Those
satu
are
minimal
other-
satu.
Those two heroes that there he is. There is no dirt.
Peno
in this
Tiny
game.
anjing first picknya,
No
Cok.
undying. It is something that I know that the supports play quite a bit of over on the side of T1, even before he became super popular in the meta. So now there it is, and there's the Marcy. Man, I'm on fire at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, good calls. I mean, these are the heroes that seem to be very highly
I
contested.
trust-
That also means that
I
something
trust
like
this
Chen
Morphling
goes
guy
through
to die
here,
all the time, and this Chen guy too.
T1
Die,
does
just
nothing
die,
about
die,
how they
die.
want to react. We've seen teams react to
Kencang banget, Cok,
Chen
undernya
by
bangsat.
picking something like Elder Titan before, but there are many different ways that you can approach when you see Chen coming out. You can build a strong team fight to stop
Mana
the
dia
towers
nge-replay
from
sama
falling.
Travi anjing waktu itu,
You can
Cok.
also just have a high
Replay dia banyak
gank
anjing,
ability
cari
and
coba.
play to the fact that Chen is not the most mobile hero. He takes a while to waddle over to wherever the fight is.
Mana anjing sama Travi, Cok.
But of course,
Oh,
T1,
baby.
you disgust me.
I feel like someone needs to. I'm not sure.
Kemarin
if
kencang
MLP
banget
is
kan draft,
watching right
anjing.
now, but I believe he gets very triggered whenever he sees the Venomancer get picked up.
I get triggered
Mana,
when I see
mana, Travi.
Venomancer picked up. I agree. But they also
They
picked
really
a
know exactly what they want getting into this draft.
Yeah,
Oh my
this
goodness,
is-
they're drafting fast.
Parah, Cok.
real
Mana
speedy
sama Travi,
drafts by
Cok.
both teams. And yeah, I want to say they pair up with the Venomancer Tiny as well, which is a bit of a flex pick here. They
Ada.
can play them in many different
Kejauhan.
positions. We saw earlier Thompson was playing Tiny mid against a Pango mid. Just a nice matchup where you get more base damage and can easily outlast it. But I don't think this is set to be a certain position right now. Tiny is capable of being played off lane, mid lane.
Insya Allah 10 kill
I
menang
mean,
lah ya
you
guys.
can play top
Udah 50
four.
pon. Belum lah. Gila loh.
I think it's, we've seen
Abis.
Chen picked up. We have seen Sam play this before. And you've said, this needs to be a very active sort of hero. It needs to be making these
Sebelah
moves
gimana
early
kabar?
on. Because it's going to be very important that Eve gets what he needs. Because I'm assuming that's going to be an Eve Morphling coming out from the side of
I think
Wildcard.
so. I would have to bet that this is going to be
E.T.,
Eve
bro.
taking it.
Counter Morphling, bro.
Also,
E.T.,
the
bro.
ban that they throw out on Slark here early makes me almost
Gue bisa
feel like
baca nih
Backriders
ngepick
on
E.T.
their
nih
mind,
T1 nih.
which T1 they also feel like okay.
Karena
if
E.T.
Slark
bagus
is
deh,
banned,
counter Morphling
then we
sama
don't have
ngelawan
that
Chen yang
easy natural
creepnya banyak tuh
counter
bagus tuh
to
E.T. Cok.
put against the Batrider, which we've seen used before. So they're just gonna ban out the Batrider as well then.
Makes sense. A very powerful hero. Has quite a few nice items in his kit that can cause problems. But I like how we're seeing those respect bans against alone. Seeing that Husk.
Ini last game T1. Iya, last game T1.
And the Queen of Pain especially. He does very well on mid heroes that do a lot of mobility and are able to make plays. That seems to be Alone's style. Seems to be a lot of the style for some of these young guns, which makes me feel very old using the phrase young guns, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But they do very well in these like high intensity, high tempo heroes and usually have a pretty good understanding of
Berapa nih total
timing
bet
where
gue
they need to be in one.
minusnya?
These whippersnappers on the mid lane, I tell you what.
No, I know. I feel like a granny.
Yeah, and there is the Elder Titan. Didn't get picked in the first phase, but like I mentioned, against Chen, a very popular hero to go for, and they're gonna go for it.
Parah cok, Twitch chat, Wildcard Gaming, go change your name to mana? Go change your name to Loser Gaming better, parah. Setuju sih tapi gue bangsat.
Throughout this last chance qualifier is
merah. Hijau 3, draw 1, merah 2. Ya. Ini merahnya ngelebihin ini bangsat.
Mid against Tiny for sure now as well as an option.
Rugi
Even though the base
rugi.
damage is low.
T1 jangan kecewakan aku T1 please. Jangan kalah segame T1.
Follow up with extra races, build them up, keep chaining them, and Tiny
Ini
has to back
siapa?
up.
Ini kayak Universe bangsat mukanya cok.
Do pretty well against melee heroes generally when you play SF. So
Mereka tuh T1, tai gak gitu anjing cara kerjanya. Ini timnya Arab, iya WG. Bener, timnya Arab ini WG.
With the uptick on Shadow Fiend that we have been seeing, but
mana? Kalau nggak salah coachnya Eka Gustiwana cok. Kalau nggak salah ya.
I do like the Elder Titan. We talked about how strong it can be against all the Chen creeps. Oh, they actually go for the Pangolier. Okay, that's a hero that we have not seen a lot of.
Arabnya mana? Arab jadi owner. Arab kan owner ler. Arab ownernya.
On any of the other streams, but
he was played. I mean, like I mentioned, the Thompson played Tiny against Pango. We might see a repeat of that here, considering that Wildcard picked it up. But I think Wildcard might use it as well as an offlaner.
Lu tahu? Ini Stepfire, lu kalau mau lihat win rate Stepfire-nya Wildcard ya mana Wildcard? Sabar refresh
it
dulu.
might be an alone Pango. It might be. I'm pretty sure.
Mana ya
So
Wildcard Gaming tadi?
on the Chen. Alex will be playing the Snapfire, and Eve will be playing Morph. So
Stepfire
I
kalah.
feel like you can utilize Divine Llama better than
Stepfire kalah.
To be honest with you, but
Stepfire 2 kali kalah. Nggak pernah menang mereka pakai Stepfire cok.
They'll get some
oh ini menang sekali cok. Menang sekali. Wih gila, lawan Infamous tapi menangnya anjing, lawan tim SA anjing bangsat. Win rate-nya Stepfire 1 anjing, 1 dari berapa tuh nggak tahu cok. Anjing.
This is where T1 have to show their cards a little bit and Wildcard get information. So maybe they're still also preparing that this Pango could go offlane.
35% anjing win rate-nya cok. Iya anjing 35% win rate-nya cok, real shit.
decision here as to
14 game menang 5 kalah 9.
Situation and what are you most worried about?
If I was T1, I would have my eyes towards something like Bloodseeker here. Like when you see Pango picked up, it's always a nice option.
20% anjing dipegang WG. 5 game cuma menang 1 cok. Ya Allah, masih pede lagi sih anjing banget.
Interesting into this. He can be super nice against Morphling. Morphling is one of those super high damage dealers, so even something like a Blade Mill at any point, Morphling can kill himself really quick into it. But we don't have the cleanest stuff to dump into the Axe Call. Normally we're looking to something like Snapfire, Kisses, or some super fast damage.
Tapi mereka kalah mulu sih lawan Silencer tadi ya.
You know, the ET split, but
ya anjing lawan Silencer nggak pernah menang cok. Oh, main bareng Silencer nggak pernah menang.
You've got some nice setup here, definitely with the.
Lawan Enchantress menang mulu, tapi nggak ada Enchantress game ini.
You know, the axe if he gets the call off, then you can drop the splitting because that's one thing that Morphling is just absolutely terrified of is having this Elder Titan.
Kuku Axe nggak bisa ngeluarin, nggak bisa nge-sep tapi sedih. Kuku Axe not as good as Sep Axe. Kan Topson sama Ana kan pernah main sama Sep Axe ya, pasti mereka kecewa ngeliat Kuku Axe.
They are going to play with on the side of Wildcard right now because it feels like a very early size
draft.
Yo
full senyum sayang.
They're definitely going to
aku semangat berjuang.
Not necessarily be super defensive, but like they're going to match whatever tempo is given to them, and sometimes they will out tempo you for sure.
Yeah, it feels like T1 are gonna be very aggressive playing these heroes. I mean, looking at Tiny, ET, and Axe in the same draft, it feels very brawly. It feels like they're gonna look for those fights.
Solid.
Whereas Wildcard,
kagak ada Fury maksud lo?
I honestly prefer their draft.
Emang nggak ada tuh Pango Fury tuh. Kumisnya termasuk Fury nggak?
They have a clear goal in mind, and they are sort of covering all the bases. Pango and Snapfire give great team fight, along with Chen for that bit of defense with his ulti, and Morphling being a very good carry going into the late game here. I like what they're doing. There's a little bit of concern about that natural order. You know, you can see Morphling suddenly disappear in just 2 punches or something if it goes late. But I think Wildcard honestly have gotten themselves into a good spot draft-wise. They ban out the Ursa. Could have been a concerning high-tempo, brawly hero that T1 could.
Ada hero yang meta
really
banget.
Put up the,
ada tuh
Stepfire
Stepfire
if they picked.
I'm trying to figure out what the other You've got a lot of melee boys right now. I feel like something that's
Sapphire tuh
should
meta
be
anjing.
a bit easier to execute coming out from the side.
Gak ada stun setup ya, Cok. Gue bingung anjing Sapphire mau setup sama siapa anjing.
Right there. They don't want to deal with it. So they pick up the Shadow Fiend for themselves. So
Tuh meta satu tuh. Tuh meta tuh. SF tuh meta anjing bangsat. Ini satu-satunya hero meta. Sama Pango. Iya ngerol abis itu enggak kena ultinya anjing.
Pick up on the side of T1 that's going to be able to do the damage and also hopefully play tempo.
Stunnya cuma satu. Stunnya cuma Pango. Kalau rollnya Pango, kalau musuhnya BKB udah nggak ada apa-apa lagi anjing.
Yeah, it's very melee heavy. And it's a bit complicated how you wanna round out the draft and make it work.
Satu lagi pun yang meta apaan anjing? Chen udah enggak.
Morphling
si meta ya.
Carry hero still, something like Luna is available. I still think that they could, even though it's a lot of melee, could still go for that Bloodseeker against Pango. It's a great lane matchup now that you know that the Pango is gonna be on that off lane.
Cow meta nggak? Cow meta, cow meta, cow. Jelas, cow mah, jelas.
But yeah, happy to see him pick the Shadow Fiend here for a wild card. I think it's a smart pick as they play it quite well. And RT1 are gonna run the mid tiny indeed. I believe that's pretty much set in stone.
Ooh!
The Drow Ranger. Okay. They also figure, all right, we have a lot of melee going on here. We've got some very big, beefy, tanky boys up front. Let's put in a damage dealer that can just get back.
Yeah,
how do you feel about this? Do you like
Venom
this?
tetap separ, nggak mungkin udah kuku udah sadar diri anjing, kuku udah dibilangin sama Whiteman sama separ. Kontol ya, lu nggak usah main Veno lagi anjing, Veno lu tolol anjing mesti gituin sama separ sama Whiteman anjing.
But on the other hand, like you said, there are a lot of brawlers, a lot of melee, so she is going to be quite safe, tucked behind all these people. I would say draft-wise, if I didn't know which teams are behind this, I would favor wildcard. But I did have T1 as my prediction team.
Lebih lawak kalau Cyber X, iya juga sih.
So I still think, while the draft is good, you have your work cut out for you in this game.
I'm liking what I'm saying.
Pagi Kram. Dukung wildcard kan? Oh jelas. Wildcard Gaming disingkat WG. WG yang punya siapa? Reza Arab Octavian bro. Gila. Gamer selingkuh idaman. Gila lo. Di SF ada Elder nih Kapten WG. Gila. Lah, lu gak tahu. Itu namanya reverse psychology bro. Ya. Kan mereka mikir, kan harusnya T1 mikir, wah nggak mungkin di pick SF nih, jelek banget SF. Tapi karena mereka mikir gitu, nggak expect ada SF, kaget jadinya kayak. Gitu dong. Abis itu kebantai, biasanya gitu sih. Nggak tahu kebantai apa dibantai nggak tahu.
The NA boys over here.
Yeah. Well, we'll head into the game and see how it's gonna go. T1 versus a wildcard. I'm excited, and I hope that wildcard. I feel like so often I watch them, I just was hoping that one little thing would be different, that they were
mereka bukan main Dota tapi psikologi. Benar. Kan Dota game psikologis coy. Lu bisa nge-tilt lawan lu menang coy. Nah lu bisa ngagetin lawan lu juga menang coy.
The last game of the group stage for these guys, so potentially again if they're able to pull off, I think it's a 2-0. If Wildcard pulls that off, we do go into tiebreaker scenario, which then
T1 mainnya sambil alt tab juga menang.
Lu
jangan gitu anjing. Wildcard Gaming WG, cok. Lu jangan menghina, cok, sumpah ya.
Have lane Eve getting found here by T1. But he's gonna be fine. He was under his tower almost already as they ran into him. So they don't get to put down any wards while being smoked, but they're gonna head into the
Dota ini game nggak jelas ya, nggak masuk akal coy. Soalnya air harusnya nggak bisa dipukul coy, tembus coy.
Oh wow, they got that D ward on the outpost, so they've done their prep work here. That was a good D ward, and then they deny their own observer ward because they realized that they placed it in vision, so they kill off their own observer ward not to feed that gold over. And Bounty Rune's gonna be 2 for 2 here.
Itu pakai haki, pakai haki ya. Real shit.
Even amount of gold.
Terus snap combo sama Sentai Chen, jadi mas. Oh iya benar.
You can see Alex just kind of hanging out here, seeing what he can get for information. If anybody wanders over,
air bisa ada bentuknya nggak? Bisa lah. Bro, air kan ngikutin bentuknya wadah, gitu. Ngikutin bentuknya wadah bro. Itu wadahnya ya itulah.
Whitemon
Morphling
coming
kalau
in,
lewat dari
just
lewat sungai
clearing
jadi
the
gede,
way
harusnya
for
gitu ya.
Anna as he's
Harusnya kalau
running down.
Morphling, ini
Little
kalau
late to the
Dota
lane
game
here.
logis ya,
Tiny
Morphling
amount of
masuk ke
time for
sungai.
Lama
Kalau
to
lu
pull the
mukulin
creep dagger
sungai,
back on
itu
his
lu
range
mukulin
to try
Morphling,
and get
harusnya
this
gitu,
lane
Cok.
to push back into the Dire Tower.
Mas, nice last hit Ana.
Feels like a
Ogres.
potentially strong lane here with the Snapfire and the Pangolier. But of course, Whitemon punches very, very hard, especially if he's able to get all of those extra bodies.
Whitemon jadi orang luar entah sekarang, Cok. Lihat dah. Ini Whitemon kan. Jadi orang luar sekarang. Gue kira Whitemon selama ini orang Indo anjing.
A pretty potent hero.
Jadi bule
You
ternyata,
don't
Cok.
want to trade hits with him when he has the spirits, but the good thing is you know
Kalau
it's just
Morphling
for a
lewat
short
Jakarta
amount of
malah
time,
banjir
but he's that
enggak.
strong.
Enggak,
So right
jangan
now,
gitu
for
loh.
instance, he wasn't allowed
Dimarahin
to
sama
get too many
capres
punches in during the
2024
spirit
lu ntar.
time, and then he goes weak again. Top lane, we've seen quite a bit of trading as well between
Morphling
the
berarti kalau
Venomance
dibakar
and
Ember
Chen,
menguap,
kind of
bener.
battling out on the side while the Axe and Morphling go at each
Morphling
other.
kalau dibakar Ember menguap kan. Terus satu-satunya cara membalikan Morphling supaya menjadi Morphling lagi, itu lu harus punya Winter Wyvern. Karena dia dingin gitu. Kan Winter Wyvern cool banget. Jadi langsung dingin dan kondensasi lagi, coy. Mencair lagi dia. Gitu, Brody.
Yeah, he finally takes the divine.
Kalau gitu Morphling di nerf kalau sungainya diganti sama Vial Afrika, benar. Kalau lu punya Vial yang dry, lu dryin itu sungai, Morphling langsung lemes, coy.
And he goes full agi. So quite nice synergy between the two of them.
Who is the person that we want to be keeping our eyes on the closest during the stage?
I'd keep my eyes on Alone. He's a strong player. But top lane, there is quite a bit of fighting going on. Cuckoo is trying to get a chase onto Chen here.
Get some good spins here.
Oh ya, nice.
And there it is.
Kan nggak ada telinga kok bisa kena besar kolnya. Ini coy, di taunting, dikata-katain dia. Gue dikata-katain apa ya? Digituin cok, ngamuk cok. Kan dia bisa punya mata juga. Ngamuk dia, ngamuk.
Is gonna get a tango from his support, but does have to be very.
Gitu cok, ngamuk cok. Bisa kayak.
Okay, actually they use
Cross lu,
as well.
makanya dipukulin kayak.
Oh, it might get
Gitu
cancelled.
coy. Kayak pergi lah anjing.
Gonna chase after Zephyr here a little bit. Cuckoo and Zephyr both sitting incredibly low, and that hurts, right? Because Zephyr just used the last of his regen. Cuckoo doesn't have any regen left at all.
Yeah, Cuckoo wants to get that ring early. He wants Vanguard. He has the gold for it now pretty much, so he can go... he's gonna buy it on his courier and send it out, but it will take a while for him to get all that HP back. Look how low he went.
And there we go. There's the salve picked up. And he's got himself that ring. So, should be able to come back to the lane, but yeah, no. Let's check in with the mid lane, though. What do we have here? Looks like Alone 18 and 6 in terms of CS, 11 and 2 over on top.
Kita kalah semua anjing.
It's about what we expected.
Yeah, like I said, I think that SF really wins against melees. Oh, Anna in trouble.
Yeah, they're moving real fast here, so that is going to be a kill for Alex. Whitemon trying to just get as much damage back out to Alex as possible. It does have himself that
boys,
one mango, though.
Not looking good, boys.
Top lane, he's going pretty deep. Taking so much damage.
Ya kan handicap sambil alt tab, oh ya benar. Mainnya ini cok, mainnya mini screennya, kecil-kecil. Mainnya ini cok. Main di 1024 kali 768. Gak main 1920 1080, enggak. Mainnya 1024 768, kecil ininya.
Since he doesn't have any real magic damage to add in, unless he finds good creeps. For now, he only has the Wild Wing, so he can't stop the Axe from doing what he's doing right now.
He's gonna send the tornado over. He figures that Cuckoo's gonna try to do something cheeky here, maybe cut the wave. Eve also sitting low. Man, this is the lane of very low hits here. Without HP.
Yeah, I mean, that's also common when you're playing Morphling, though. You want to go all the way down and get as much as possible for last hitting. Your agi stats maxed out as hard as possible. But yeah, mid lane is owning this.
I mean, this is typically when you talk to a mid player, this is one of their favorite heroes to play because it is the original, you know, the 1v1 skill matchup.
It is, yeah.
Yang pakai Venus siapa? Seper.
We see too much of that anymore, but I like the way though this top lane is super aggressive, right? It's making it so Sam has to babysit the entire time. He's not going to be allowed to kind of make these rotations and try to put pressure because it's just a little bit too scary for Eve. They need to make sure that he's getting this farm.
Yeah,
Although they're pinging out, they're like, Axe
Anjing.
is trying to do some shenanigans.
Oh,
Whitemon
SF.
does end up dying to Defy, but there's just a free little pick-off here for Alone.
Yeah,
That feels real good if you're a Shadow Fiend.
We lost the 10 kill, boys.
Zephyr?
Zephyr. Yeah, he is very far forward. He does not have his friend here, the Axe, to keep him safe. Waveform forward from Eve. I'm waiting for Alone to just come here. Yeah, there it is. There's a double kill. Thank you very much.
He's gonna be very
we lost
happy
the 10
with
kill,
that,
boys.
and now going back towards the mid lane, he's now level 6. He's ahead by quite a bit against the Tiny. Top CS and 2 kills.
Alex making his way over, gonna just cancel us, that way he can't get the rune, although the toss up into the air doesn't matter. Thompson's still gonna be able to bottle it, as Whitemon rejoining over here. And they also managed, they TP over Zephyr too. They're very concerned. It's kind of interesting that they put that much importance over here, but they do a warding and a D-ward, or we're looking for any sort of wards.
I think it's smart to try and make some move towards mid, because if SF gets this good of a start, you want to try and shut him down as early as possible before he gets big stats from Power Threads, Dragonlance, you know, once he gets tanky enough. But this early on, if he gets a Gale on him, Tiny could maybe go in and kill the SF here.
He's waiting very patiently. And the tower does end up spotting him. They'll ping it out. You can see Sam making his way over, gonna be able to provide some support to Alone, keep him protected. Thompson just picking up that level 6 now.
Rip anjing, gue kira apaan anjing kok bisa kelihatan? Gak ada ward.
But pretty quiet, honestly, despite the fact that they have that rotation from Zephyr. In fact, it's almost like a little bit of a fake back. He's gonna head back over again.
Yeah, you just see the intention though, trying to put some form of threat towards mid lane. Top lane, we might have not really a solo kill. Very low HP on Axe. Morphling wants to commit for this. Eve might be in trouble.
Needs to be very careful. I think he's alright. He definitely was feeling hungry for it, but Thompson getting spotted underneath the ward that Wildcard placed here is going to make sure that, you know, Wildcard, they play safe behind their tower. They're not going to give him the opportunity to get any sort of a pick off. And we'll go back. Still have another bounty rune there, but
low banget anjing main Axe bangsat.
Yeah, gonna be fine. That was dangerous move that Morphling made under the tier 1 tower top. He didn't have waveform ready, didn't quite have mana as well, so if a TP came in from Tiny, he could have gone punished. Bottom. Tango roll.
Bottom going in for the dive on Ana, and they'll be able to collect themselves a Drow Ranger.
Cok, 10-1 ini, Cok.
Find Zephyr. I guess Zephyr was still hanging out over in that lane. So far, Wildcard looking real strong.
Got the haste rune. Now he goes in and steals the big camp stack as well from the enemy jungle and manages to get 2 item drops from it. So getting neutral items nice and early can be a nice impact as well. Getting the pig pole here on SF. For
we lost, boys. We lost. We fucking lost.
So now it's hard to burst, but they will try.
Mati nih kuku anjing.
Might as well, but yeah, look at this. Thompson's like, yeah, I don't know about this. We don't know who's nearby. So in the top lane though, Axe is getting
First blood doang anjing habis itu. Chain feeding bangsat.
But doesn't appear to be the case. And Ana here now just hiding in the tree line, having some difficulty. But Whitemon is get found out, and that's another kill now for Alone's SF.
You could not be asking for a better start.
Belt.
Yeah, Alone is really popping off here.
Alex, no TP available, but perhaps Divine Llama can provide some support. Nah, they'll end up losing the Snout Fire. It's a nice pick-off. It's going to be Zephyr who gets the final hit. Top lane finding a kill on Axe. Man, this has been a brawl fest. And this is something that we typically see out of Wildcard, right? They do very, very well during the laning stage. We just have to hope that they're able to keep up the momentum and the pressure.
These last chance qualifier games are really testing the observers, but we're staying on top of it. This is very nice. And so much fighting going on. There's now Pango roll happening onto the Elder Titan.
It's a perfect angle here. Like, look at this. Just perfect pinball wizard. There we go. Easy peasy. But the follow-up from Thompson and Ana. They've got their eyes. They've got the silence over onto Divine Llama. Is he going to be... Oh, no. He's still going to get clicked down by Ana. No mischance there.
That was funny. That almost... if he got away there, he would have gone away because the Drow silence stopped the toss from landing. So he silenced when he's on the downswing from the toss. So you actually don't take the damage. It's like a soft landing into the silence. But they did still get him.
And ASM's really had his work cut out for him today with the Hobson.
Mana Gar 10-9 Gar?
We had the earlier
Lu kan bocahnya
series
kopium
of,
banget, Gar.
Tempest versus Polaris. and
Gua mah
that was
realistis anjing kagak
non-stop
kopium.
fighting, non-stop deaths.
That's good.
All
It's the
over
good
the map.
Dota, the active type. It's fun to watch.
Definitely more interesting than just watching everybody.
Gue juga realistis. Kalau udah 39 nggak masuk akal anjing. Nggak, 71 ya tadi udah nggak masuk akal, Cok.
It's the jungling days.
I miss jungle. If they brought back jungle, would you be opposed to it?
Depends in what manner they bring it back. I think it could be an option, but I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, every game we need to have 1 or 2 junglers, you know, like, oh god, not the Iron Talon plus Quelling Blade.
No!
Ooh, those are some kisses.
Why is
coming
my
out from
carry dead?
Alex's
The fuck,
Mortimer.
bro?
Oh,
And just
efficiency
for
too.
value, I know, getting that creep camp feels real good. And he's still smoked up because he's so far away. I think that's such a ridiculous bit about Snapfire is the amount of range that they get for Snapfire kisses. They can literally be off the screen.
Mati sih itu.
This is not looking great for Alone, though. They send over quite a few heroes. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get the save. They go for the cookie, though, hit over onto Thompson, trying to just slow him down, get off the Requiem of Souls. A couple clicks. Are they actually going to get this kill on Thompson? He's got the Fairy Fire. No, the last click from Alex. Can they get the deny over on Alone? No! They do not. Now, Whitemon landing the stomp. Zephyr, the Dream Team. Ana coming in hot now. He says, oh, we're fighting. I would love to get myself a kill. Should be able to finish off on Alex. But Divine Llama is here now, and he's going to use the Rolling Thunder. He's going to be in a nice position to just roll back and forth. And again, we've already seen this happen to Ana. We'll go for the split, but knocks him up over onto the high ground, which perhaps was not what he intended to do. So Ana will survive.
Yeah, you saw
after
Ana
all is
hugging
said
the
and
wall
done.
there to make sure that he would get pushed high ground if he got rolled on. That was actually tactical decision there. Really nice.
Uh-oh. Well, they got the kill over on Zephyr, but
Fight
Divine
terus,
Llama
anjing,
looking
udah,
for- I feel
anjing,
like we've been
udahan.
in this spot for well over a minute. Whitemon's sitting so incredibly low, and they just don't have the vision. They don't have the follow-up to kill him.
Lanjut anjing di atas kuku,
There's so much
bangsat.
to cover on that. I think the one little tidbit that I want to point out is that Alex was trying to deny Alone on the Shadow Fiend on his Snapfire there, and Venomous Gale just timed out, and then the SF died to Poison Sting instead. So when the Venomous Gale timed out, can no longer deny him.
Ya, nyoba.
Oh,
goblok.
failed
It's a
dunk.
great eye on that. I didn't realize that's why they weren't able to get the denial.
Yeah, I think he canceled it himself once because he wasn't sure if he had to. Then he started, and then it timed out, so he couldn't attack anymore.
Unfortunate timing.
Kuku
How
aks
are we doing
lawak
now?
anjing.
Cuckoo. Looks like he's got the Vanguard completed. He's working towards that Blink Dagger. And he's been trying to make some moves over onto Eve a couple times now, but hasn't had just enough damage to finish him.
He
As
shouldn't be
now-
able to solo him. Sam, though.
Sam, though, with a little help from Tops and a little help from Whitemon, they should be able to get this kill. But the response now coming out from Wildcard. They're smoked up. They're going to try to challenge this. They're going to send an Eve to make it look like he's all alone and the smoke's going to come through. They see Thompson, the kiss
ya!
out.
Oh,
That's some
40
major amounts of
anjing.
damage
Thompson
from
nggak ada
Snapfire.
pohon. Kalau Thompson ada
Now,
pohon, mati
attention
tuh
over
anjing.
Whitemon no longer have that Rolling Thunder going just yet. Could attempt an Echo Stomp if he wants. In fact, he's looking for it, but doesn't matter. Eve comes swimming on through. Swimming, I don't know, pouring water, something like that. But he'll be able to finish him
Bangsat
off.
di Maka, Cok.
That's
Network
what
lift
Morphling
13
do.
menit
I don't even
anjing.
know.
Yeah, I feel like he's swimming, but he's water. Can water swim in water?
I suppose he's pouring. Yeah, he's pouring himself over wherever. I like this start for Wildcard, though. They're playing some really good Dota. The way they're combining, this is exactly what I was talking about before the game started. They had the Pango ulti and the Snapfire, both of them just joining together to get kills. They've done it multiple times now.
Kuku
And,
dead
not to
again.
mention, the SF is absolutely balling.
Uh-oh, Cuckoo. I think you bit off a little bit more than you could chew, my friend. They need one more hit.
Go back.
Eve not having that
TP,
much.
TP,
He's
TP.
got himself a stick, but it's more than
Come on.
happy to just continue to hit these creeps. Well, Cuckoo does have to TP out, and they're hunting. They see Zephyr. They needed one more hit alone, not quite having that damage, but he does manage to turn his attention over to Whitemon. They separate off to the side so that way they can get the Echo. Divine Llama cleaning up on Zephyr, and this is
Oh, shit.
looking like a dead Whitemon.
I think we lost, boys.
That was good reaction
Rungkat.
by Zephyr
Rungkat.
immediately there to get the magic stick,
Cok.
but they clean up
Cok,
by
Cok.
Lama.
Belum apa-apa, Cok. Udah rungkat,
On
Cok.
top of things right now.
Baru day one anjing udah rungkat, babi.
I'm impressed, and like I said, I wanted to see them play their own style of Dota, and these are definitely heroes that lend themselves to that.
Oh, I love that Alone is going for the Manta style after Dragonlance here. See a lot of SFs go for like BKB, and I understand it's a comforter, you know, when you're playing as a +1 or +2 hero, getting that BKB is big. But I think Manta Style here is fantastic. He's against Veno, he's against Battle Hunger, Drow Silence. There's so much to dispel. And it's just
Kenapa bener? Kalau Naga Siren ulti kita bisa rek lagu dari Saweria, benar.
So Wildcard feels like they're in the driver's seat right now. They've got 6k, 7k gold lead. They've taken a bunch of towers as Topson just cleans up Sam. And there's a follow-up here from Divine Llama, but it's just him right now, so has to be careful. Topson already TPing away. But what is the way that they keep going, right? Because this is a common thing with Wildcard. They start to lose that momentum. I don't know if it's necessarily because they're farming too much or they're just not playing together. Like, what do they need to do?
I think
ini kenapa Seper main Morpling, mana lawak
anjing. What they need to do is exactly what they are continuously doing here. You see that Pango is moving towards mid as both the ulti of Pango and Snapfire is up. They're again trying to combine these skills, and I think they're understanding that they're on a strong power spike now, so they're even 5-manning a bit. Perhaps could contest mid tower, or even go for a play on Roche.
It's the bling, they go and use the Hand of God.
Gila.
They end up using the Earth Splitter, but doesn't do nearly enough for what they wanted. So I feel like if you're Wildcard, you're happy. They dropped a big ulti and used a smoke, and they didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, at the same time, T1 just trying to farm that Blink Dagger on their Axe. That's going to be their key timing that they're looking to play towards. They have Blink on Tiny, but alone he can't really kill anything. I mean, he can kill off like Chen, but he can't kill the important heroes. So getting Axe, Blink as well, the two of them can work in tandem.
Bangsat Blink juga
that will be what Wildcard need to look out for.
Seeing some moves being played. The call from Cuckoo. He tried to go for the cookie, but the creep ends up dying, and now they're going to try to burst out. Can they do it fast enough? He's going to teleport out those Snapfire kisses. Getting used for what? Feels bad if you're Alex, but gotta be feeling pretty good if you're Cuckoo right now.
It was a cute little attempt going in with a waveform and using the Axe call on himself there, but not quite enough damage to burst him. He has a lot of HP with that Vanguard. I like how Zephyr is playing this on his Venomancer. I hate Venomancer, but, you know, I like what he's doing. He's controlling the area around mid lane. He's revealing everyone's movements just by spamming these Venom wards on high grounds. And even though T1 are quite heavily behind right now, Wildcard are not even getting close.
Gak salah anjing, T1 kalah jadi
bulan
internet fix.
That is crucial.
Fix, gue setuju, gue juga bakal roasting T1 anjing.
That they keep this tower up.
It almost feels very reminiscent of watching Old 11's Broodmother the other day, where he just microed all the spiders. A little bit of a jump in here from Topson. Not quite enough damage to burst alone, as they do have that Rolling Thunder. So Topson just gets absolutely melted, as now Divine Llama, he's found himself Zephyr over here on the side, gets a Swashbuckle, they'll get the Scatter Blast. And now they are down 2. A nice call here coming out from Cuckoo, man, just to lock down Alex, followed up with that Earth Splitter, and they get the dunk off on Alex.
Bro, what the fuck is that?
Now the hunt is on alone. Starts thinking about making the move. Sam has a little bit of an army over here, so they should be able to put the pressure finally down over onto this mid-tier one. But they have to be careful. Again, Cuckoo jumping forward, sees himself alone, but they jump onto the back lines. They've made themselves a little bit of a bait and switch. A good stomp, though, coming into play now. Cuckoo trying to run out, and he's not going to be able to. Just way too much damage coming out from alone. A lovely cheeky play there coming out from Wildcard, having them put Alone up very front and forward, saying, come on, hit me. Well, Divine Llama and Sam jump over onto
masih
the
jauh
back
anjing, makanya kagak ngeblink.
It was
these other heroes to separate.
It was an ambitious attempt there by Cuckoo going in for the call on the SF. I think if they did land the multi-shot from Drow Ranger, they could maybe have killed him with a dunk. But there was a creep wave in between. So Anna, he tried to multi-shot, but none of it connected onto the SF. So SF stayed alive and healthy, gets to channel out his ulti, and suddenly they're just getting everything they want for free here, right? They're getting the tower, getting kills, and T1 are not at all looking as dominant as we expected going into this matchup. Wildcard definitely looks like they found what was missing in their play.
Ayo lo.
Run into Whitemon. This is very advantageous, honestly, for T1, because you saw they were beelining for Ana. Much rather lose that Elder Titan than lose your position 1. So they do make their way over to the Roche pit. They get
Kenceng lah rasanya
rewarded.
anjing, ada Pango, ada SF.
But I don't feel like, with the Elder Titan dead, I don't think you want to go near this.
It's such a fast Roche too. They kill it very, very quickly. And it's difficult to go near it because both the tier 1 top and mid tower was removed. So you don't have easy teleport points. By the time they start going for that Roshan, even if tops and TPs, he would have to TP to a tier 2 tower. It would be too far to run. And like you said, Elder Titan, he's sort of the most important hero to contest Roche.
That's definitely one of the benefits of picking up an Elder Titan among some of the other very notable reasons. But they do manage to get themselves a tower over in the bottom lane, so a little bit of a oh, I can never remember this word.
Consolation?
A consolation prize. That's what I'm thinking of.
There we go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
It's a little bit of a Gale and Vandal ulti there.
Yes,
Dispels the
indeed.
Gale.
This is these illusions just chasing down Zephyr. In comes Divine Llama, lands a swashbuckle, cookie up forward over onto the illusion, but nope. He's absolutely fine, this little Hydralisk.
Yeah, and the tier 2 tower removed in no time at all. So now expecting Wildcard to want to make a move, even though they could hold this area and keep the triangle, I expect them to want to make a big move down into the Radiant jungle. So they smoke up, probably going to go in here because the goal is to take the outpost eventually. And of course, put your sights on the other tier 2 towers. So Whitemon, he's kind of gang tanking again here. Probably doesn't want to die, so he stands behind a tree.
They know. They need to
Ogres?
cancel out
Nice.
that TP, and they just don't have it in time.
That was a good read by Whitemon. He knew this.
Jangan
was
berharap
coming.
paksa kuku, ya kagak berharap memaksa kuku sih.
Like
At least
I
time
said,
limit
he's,
lah.
you want that guy tanking the gank, not your position 1 or 2 if all possible, so.
Yeah, but T1, they are definitely struggling because now, after taking over the outpost, both Eve and Alone are just slapping into his tower with the SF aura, minus armor for the buildings as well. They take buildings so fast, and they're in position. They have Chen setting up for mid as well.
Jig, ini
along with the
kenceng ngebusnya,
Sapphire.
Cok.
I mean, this SF is just massive. Like, he's level 16, he's got an Aegis, he's got the most net worth on the board. It's gonna be quite the, okay, alright, you know, Cuckoo again trying to drag them a little bit further in because they have the tree volley. Thompson jumping in with the Avatos, but not gonna be able to land it correctly.
That's fine. Gak komit ulti.
Big stomp there from ET, but doesn't really have anything to follow it anymore. They're gonna back out. I think they got what they wanted. Some damage on the tower, and just retreat.
I think these Plague Wards are still an issue, right? The fact that he's starting to be able to set them up, it makes it difficult to breach that high ground.
Siapa? Gue kan T1 Pride player. Gue gak percaya Arab player.
Yeah, totally agree that Venomancer is a very defensive hero, like defending areas, defending high grounds. He
WG
can be
bikin lagu aja anjing
very
udah
obnoxious to
harusnya.
deal with. Oh, Alone is sticking around in the enemy triangle here. He does have Aegis, so probably feeling confident because of it.
One of his lines is, "So what if I swagger?" Here comes Divine Llama. There's no one left over here, just rolling around, having a good time. Bit of a victory, though, for the side of T1. Now they don't have to worry about that Rolling Thunder for a little bit.
I honestly just realized why Wildcard are doing so well in this game. They drafted Morphling, and they didn't drop a shovel, right? The shovel dropped on T1, so they don't have to worry about neutrals killing your carry. That is why this game is going so well for them.
You've cracked the code, Waga.
I have. So R&D, neutral items, just lucky.
Oh, all right, there's a nice little find here. They'll get themselves
Buck,
down. The
buck,
Sapphire
buck.
Kisses, though, doing quite a
Buck,
bit.
buck, buck,
Almost
buck,
managing
buck.
to nuke down Cuckoo enough as
Buck.
Divine Llama does indeed jump forward with that
Buck,
blink.
anjing,
Is
buck, buck,
silenced,
babi.
though. As it feels like the rest of the team splitting up a little bit. Zephyr sitting a bit low. Divine
Oh.
Llama is very far from
Nice.
the team, though, so he is going to end up dying to Cuckoo.
It's okay,
As
it's
in
okay.
comes Eve, he waveforms forward, gets the kill over on Zephyr.
Buck, buck, buck,
And
buck,
that's
buck,
going to
buck.
be the Aegis that gets popped now for Alone. But he's coming back up again, and they don't have their full team, so they'll just land a cheeky stomp. And they're going to back off, not able to go for that mountain
Bukan Wildcard
dodge.
yang doing well, babang analis, tapi emang T1-nya badut.
Also
Gak
really good
salah
fight
lo,
though
gak
for
salah.
T1, and they also get the dunks over on the axe.
Masalahnya
so
analis gak boleh ngata-ngatain satu tim anjing. Jadi lu daripada lu ngatain satu tim, lu harus muji tim lainnya anjing. Gak boleh Cok ngatain satu tim, Cok.
Axe is supposed to be this tanky frontliner,
Kalau
but
kalau
I'm not sure he can be
kalau
as
kayak
tanky
gue
as
yang
your team
nge-cash itu
wants
kan
it to
bebas
be
anjing.
against Morphling and SF in this game.
Kalau ini mah emang jelas
Bit of
anjing emang
armor,
T1 yang tolol bukan
from
buat
that
kata yang
ulti
bagus,
dunk
Cok.
Probably feels very welcome for him.
Well, at this point, T1 does feel a little bit like they're pinned in their closer areas of this map. Wildcard right now, though, they are pretty spread out.
Jangan
I
balik,
would
view-nya
like to
masih
see them
banyak,
play
emang
a
masih
little bit
banyak,
more
anjing.
aggressively, considering the fact that they do have this lead. Whitemon, though, here on the top lane, I'm not sure if they're going to quite spot him.
No TP, White
He's
Mon, what the
hiding.
fuck?
He's trying to be sneaky here. I don't think they have any idea that he's in the area, so he can just sit tight. But at the end of the day, Wildcard are doing exactly what you were calling for. They're trying to move into enemy territory. They're using the Chen creeps and the Morphling illusions to send them first up on the high grounds. Not taking
Kalau
any
udah
big
pernah
risks,
terkenal,
but still
apalagi di
claiming the
komunitas
area
Dota
that
tuh
they
kecil,
feel
Ler. Kalau udah
they
pernah
deserve.
terkenal, mau lu vakum berapa lama tetap terkenal,
I
anjing.
feel like they're so strong right now that it's a mistake to be playing too far back. It feels like a little bit of over caution in a sense.
They're waiting for timings right now. They have Morphling Aghanim's coming right around the corner here. They have 300 gold to go. And then Aghanim's is complete on Morph. He's going to be very, very strong. They also have the full Blink Diffusal on Pango already now. So he's ready to fight, along with a Shard. That's a lot of value for him against Tiny as well. You could potentially dodge the Avatos if you immediately roll up when he blinks in.
Cuckoo. A little bit of a surprise there. Yeah, and like you said with the shards, we also see that Alex has picked up the Fire Snap cookie, which gives them a little bit more damage, which is pretty nice, and the increased jump range.
Yeah,
And a
I
full
want to
silver
talk about
edge over on
this.
Shadow.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. It's just great, great damage item, huge stats, and it can also potentially cancel some counter
Gue
healing
nggak ngerti anjing cara T1 comeback, bangsat.
I want to talk about this tiny Aghanim's, by the way. It's something that a lot of people play on the mid tiny lately, but in this game, physical damage against something like Morphling just struggles. You don't really do that much damage to him.
Nunggu late game
so
gak ada fungsinya,
even though
anjing.
you're going to be able to deal with the Chen army, I suppose, and perhaps get some kills on Snapfire or Pango, you're not really threatening the big carry Morphling or even SF that much, since he has 24 armor.
What would you prefer to see Thompson do instead of the Ags then?
I mean, it might still be the best choice. It's just that for a mid-tiny, there are not too many great options here to go for. You can't really commit into a full magic caster
Kuku fire
build,
main
but
call,
maybe
iya,
you could go
Kuku
for
fire main
something
call,
like Shadow Blade
Tovel
to
lempar
look for
pohon, terus
Morphling on
pohonnya udah mau
high
habis
agi,
di avalanche
try
ya kan
and be
5
more
man, chain
sneaky.
stun, habis
I
itu masuk
talked
juga Earth
about it
Splitter gitu
before,
ya.
I always like having some source of invis on your team. They currently
Berharap
don't have
lu kayak
anything
gitu
that
anjing, gak
forces,
bakal dapet. Lu katanya apaan Arton,
forces
nggak ada anjing.
Wildcard to throw down more detection.
That is true. You mentioned that, you know, if you can keep the supports poor, that gives you a nice little additional advantage if they're always trying to buy these things. But that's a little bit of a loot pinata found by Alone. Get the Cloak of Flames and the Psychic Headband.
Yeah, nice drops for
They're
him.
swapped up. Here on the side of T1, do you have the Harpy just kind of wandering through? They'll drop some vision, and it's gonna be Sam who ends up tanking the gank. So you end up losing that position 5. Could have gone much worse. They go forward over onto Cuckoo. It's a lot of damage. They even go and they pop the BKB. So throwing down that Poison Nova, a good avalanche. The cookie though forward alone does have the double damage, and Cuckoo almost managing to go and get that call off, but not quite. So those long range Sapphire Kisses coming through. The toss over on Thompson says, get out of there. But now, he's stuck over in the river. So a couple clicks from this Ballista coming off from the Drow will be able to scare him away a bit, but he does have the roll.
Oh, no.
Caught in the corner. Oh, disaster. Nice. And the follow-up from Ana
momennya?
with the blink, making sure they can get the final hits off.
Oh, that was not the direction he wanted to get cookied right there. Trying to get out of that little situation on Pango, but I think still decent for T1 considering how far behind they are. They didn't lose anything valuable in that fight, and they got some kill for Axe again. But Wildcard, again, they have this SF and the Morphling. They have not been solved. They
Jarang
are
lihat Kuku hidup abis selesai war.
extremely
Iyalah.
farmed right now.
Bocahnya tuh ya, Kuku tuh ya, nggak mau nyelamatin
Alone
diri
with
kalau
a
nggak mati.
single death to his name.
Pretty impressive for a Shadow Fiend.
If I die, I die.
This
Udah.
well, and
Nggak ada
not
anjing.
have
Fight or flight nggak ada.
too many
I
deaths.
think what
Fight
they need is
fight
blade
to the
mail
death,
over on
anjing.
the
Literally
axe
fight
and
to
be
the
able
death.
to catch the SF or Morphling in a call. That's pretty much what I'm looking
I don't
for.
die, I don't go
T1 to
back. Nah,
find
intinya
here.
gitu dah.
Alone?
I will say, everyone's thinking about it. Oh, they dropped the sentry and they ping. They're like, oh, boy, that was close. One thing that I do like, though, is the fact Zephyr has picked up an early gem, and we talked about this and how it can be very undervalued in a lot of games. But when you are using this hero as a primary source of just getting information and also, you know, getting that vision, I think a gem is excellent. But they do end up handing it over to Axe. He is their main initiator. He's got to be able to see the Shadow Fiend. It seems like Alone is the public enemy #1 in this game currently, as they smoke him on the side of Wildcard.
Yeah, you saw just how close it was to a big SF call. Ooh, they're wrapping in here, looking for any initiation from Smoke. Morph is scouting them.
They know that they've dropped down these wards here.
Roche is falling during this.
SF
Hope
bro,
is taking
Rosan
Roche.
bro.
They get over there in time, though. It feels like they want to do something, but not seeing the Elder Titan really. Yeah, it's too late. It's way too late, as they do use the roll over here on Divine Llama. There's the BKB from Cuckoo. He does not want to get blown up by these Snapfire Kisses. Not again. And just like that, Wildcard secures themselves the second Roche.
Yeah, they get the Roche, they back out safely. They're gonna regroup now and try and reset a little bit. Meanwhile, T1...
How do you win the fight? I don't know.
It's not like they're missing something. The only thing would be trying to farm up that blade mail that I was talking about, but it still feels like they can't get a grip on Wildcard at all. And a lot of it comes down to the positioning that I want to say Sam has had and Alex. Both of them have effectively shielded their cores in a good way.
You see how low Zephyr was brought there?
Yeah, he is not very tanky.
I mean, he does look fairly squishy just in general, but...
Coba nih harapannya adalah SF di call, terus dilemparin pohon mati. Nah, terus lu udah dah.
Not really your front
Udah,
liner.
nggak tau dah. Udah gitu doang, gue cuma bisa ngeliat gitu doang. Kayak dapat 1 atau 2 orang call gitu kan, 1 or 2 man call, mati, terus baru nge-fight. Kalau misalnya lagi nge-call tiba-tiba di fight, bubar anjing, kalah.
Right now we saw a Lincoln Sphere purchased by Anna, so this is because he wants to counter out the Morphling. There are not many things to block with Lincolns in this game, right? If you look on Team Dire, there are not many things at all that are single target. But there's one very important thing, and that is this Aghanim's Morphling. It steals so much of your stats. And that's the worst nightmare for a Drow Ranger. She wants to keep that Agi. So the Lincoln is a smart choice to buy here. But that means he's playing without BKB. So a big risk for him.
Butuh Skadi, enggak anjing. Shardnya draw kan Skadi. Di dispel sekali masih ada lagi, pukul-pukul lagi.
They have an Aegis, they have themselves the Aghanim Shard and Scepter on Morphling. So T1 right now kind of pinned into the base, but they have a Venomancer, which will make it more difficult for the side of Wildcard to crack into the area. And Thompson's getting bigger and bigger as we go on. Does have himself the completed Daedalus.
Yeah, now he could honestly do really good damage, even something like Shadow Fiend, which is probably why we're seeing Shadow Fiend also his itemization. He's heading into more armor now. He wants to Assault Cuirass, going for Plate Mail, tanking up really hard. So he's got 40 armor now due to the ice armor as well from Chen. Smart decision to keep the Ogre Magi in this game.
Fight breaking out as Cuckoo running into Divine Llama. Again, this time it's just going to use that BKB. Goes for the call play over onto Divine, but he's already rolling on through. He's just going to get some angle, move out.
Lurus anjing.
Silence, but
baru tahu gue kalau di call gitu.
Not quite in the position to make things happen just yet over on the side of T1.
Pango kalau di call gitu
I love the
anjing
interaction
lagi
between calling Pango because it's like you break his steering. He cannot turn the wheels anymore. He's just going straight ahead, and that's all he can do. It looks so funny.
Remnya blong
he gets
anjing.
back safely as well. So nothing too big was lost there.
All right. So how does
Lagi parkir ngantuk gitu.
We talked about having the Axe possibly pick up Blade Mail, and instead he's opted for the BKB because he was having a lot of issues, right? He would initiate and then half the time just get blown up by Snapfire Kisses, but it doesn't look like he's planning on the Blade Mail. Do you agree with this choice?
No, the BKB was completely fine. He already had that. It's just the... yeah, he's thinking about Force Staff now, which does help him get the initiation a little bit easier. He can sit farther back, Force Staff blink and catch, or use the Force Staff defensively. I think it's a good call as well. If he's relying on Tiny and Drow to do all the damage, which puts more pressure on them to be the ones to bring down the Morphling and the SF. I think having a Blade Mail could help, but we've also seen how fast the Axe has been shredded in some of these fights, so maybe he feels, oh, if I buy a Blade Mail, I'm still just gonna die too fast. I can't tank enough to make use of it.
That's entirely fair.
Agis 30 bro.
He has had some very nice calls, but it's so difficult for the rest of the team to extricate him if things start to go a little bit hairy.
Yeah. Speaking more about tankiness, by the way, looking over to Wildcard, even Pango now buying this casual plate mill. He's gonna go plate mill and then Basher, and then his plan is to go Shivas after that. So they're adding a lot of bonus armor, which is great against Drow, because she can pierce your base armor. And just the tiny Daedalus Aghanim's combo, of course. Getting tankier against it, probably a good idea.
Somewhere Kevin is very, very excited that they picked up the plate mail.
Oh yeah, Kevin likes that?
Oh yeah. Purge is a huge plate mail. But they'll find an opening here, and there it is. There's that ag coming into play. They're going to just try to blow up Thompson as fast as possible, and they are able to do it. No problem. Thunder coming
Don't die, motherfucker. What the fuck?
May be available over onto Kuku as it's going to timeout, so he's going to be the next one to fall. Whitemon stuck over on the side. 3 dead on the side of T1 in the blink of an eye.
We lost, boys.
And they're in a good position to push high ground as well. Morphling wasting no time, going up immediately.
Again, he's still has the rest of the team. There's going to be multiple buybacks, though. They do not want to let them crack the space right now.
Yeah, they were hoping to catch the Morphling there because he Manta off the Venomous Gale, but he had latent toxicity on him. So he got stunned immediately when he used Manta. Maybe Axe and Tiny could catch him, but Snapfire is there. They have the Fire Snap Cookie and Force Staff. So, of course, they get out of there safely.
Yeah, Thompson no BKB
aja.
BKB for
really
pussy
big blow
anjing.
to T1's economy. Using
Tapi
these
nggak salah sih, dia nggak
buybacks,
maju
using
juga
some
harusnya.
heroes.
Di belakang.
Just in an even worse shape than before.
I feel bad for Kuku because I feel like he's trying to do everything he possibly can, but it's just not proving to be enough right now.
Yeah, he had a good start to the game as well, but looking at him now, he's less farmed than the Chen. That's a big blow when Sam running around with Wraith Pact and Mech and 2.3k gold.
Divine Llama spotting out Whitemon, a big click coming out from Alone. Now the Rolling Thunder, Thompson nearby.
Oh no, he doesn't have buy.
More of these. Uh-oh, there it is. The Yule's follow-up. Kuku, though, getting into a nice position, but there's going to be the Fiend coming out now from the Shadow Fiend. The Requiem Missiles doing a decent amount of damage, pushing everyone back. They're running for their lives.
Mati Thompson GG.
There's a way from forward. Eve cleans up Thompson. He fought back in that last fight. He is not going to be able to help defend these racks. And you can see Zephyr, he's trying to put down all these little Hydralisk little wards, but it's just too difficult with what they have being thrown into their base. Fortification, Kuku, he wants to do something. It's going to be really tough. Anna, though, got the Shadow Blade, is going to just try to clean up some of these creeps. They do have the damage if they're able to get the call, but I'm not sure if they have the HP to keep this Axe alive if he gets it. And indeed, that's what's ending up happening. A nice Echo Stomp, though, coming out from Whitemon will slow them down just enough. Eve making that shift. It's just going to go waveform, join up with the rest of the team. Does end up getting stunned like we talked about with that latent toxicity. But the damage is done here. They just need a little bit more damage over the other racks. But they do manage to find a lot of cooking out forward. They're coming out from Alex.
Nice.
Trying to go for the nudge and can't
Kuku don't die, Kuku don't die.
Come the kisses.
Kuku! No!
Spying back earlier. They can't
Kuku!
quite reach him,
Okay,
though.
My god, so close. Every single kiss is just barely out of range there from the Axe. He gets Force-staffed and even uses the Ogre Seal Totem to slide away from them. But they bring down the SF. They did not manage to save the melee racks, though, so they only have a very, very injured range racks on bottom and a range racks on mid now. Wildcard gonna buy that immediately and just go to Roche here.
That was a fast Roche respawn, wasn't it?
It was a fast one, but you know, because of him
Last
being
city,
up
last,
already,
last.
they buy back the SF and moving him over.
They're
Call
coming over.
ya nggak sempat.
See, it's just too fast though. We have Refresher and Cheese over on the Morphling. I believe Alone has picked up the Aegis. And there's an Arcane Rune. Wildcard are doing it.
T1. Yeah, T1 are trying to sit here instead of trap, but the Morphling Illusions coming in, scouting. Gonna get revealed.
Ini ajaib sih jujurnya nih ya, kalau T1 menang ajaib anjing.
Than the one that we saw yesterday. Yesterday it was so much nerves. We talked about how they looked like they were definitely getting in their own head, and now it just looks like they're making very, very calm and confident plays. And they're definitely playing together much more than we saw them play before. So let's just see if they can close out this game as well. They're 21,000 gold ahead. They have the Refresher, the Aegis, the Cheese. Now it's just about finding the one move. They're drawing on the map to make a smoke move and go through bottom. There is no tier 3 tower. So the Captain Sam, he's saying, go here, go up on high ground, see who we can find.
They did hand off the Refresher Shard to the Pangolier. I think that's a very good choice. It's the primary source of team fight besides Snapfire. They're waiting patiently though. They're trying to get the information from the creeps. Where are they? How are they positioned? Creeps walking in. There's no one over in this bottom area. They're focused on other parts. In fact, the top part of the map where they're still clamoring together, apparently expecting that, you know, they're going to show up there, but
yeah, they're covering while Anna goes and farms the Ancients. Actually gets 2 drops there. I guess Ninja Gear, a very good drop for Drow Ranger as well. So it's quite important for him that he does this. He shows top. We should see Wildcard move over there.
And
not allow him to be on the map.
Anna's sitting nearby over on the low ground. They don't have the vision available right now from the side of Wildcard. They don't have the gem.
T1 wanna fight.
Oh, we lost boys. Nge-fight di luar HG lu tau lah apa yang terjadi kalau nge-fight di luar HG biasanya.
Illusions again pushing them
Sam.
back.
Oh god, Sam, what are you doing? I feel like you don't want to be the frontliner here. You're very important as this 10. You need to get the Hand of God off. You need to get the Wraith Pack off. All right, there it is. There's the Blade Mail over onto Cuckoo, and it is doing a decent amount of damage and just barely manages to go for the Manta Pack, but end up losing Cuckoo. Gonna keep rolling on through.
Aegisnya nggak dapat tuh barusan anjing.
That was very close here on Alone. I thought for sure that Aegis was gonna get used right there and then.
Aegisnya nggak dapat, Cok.
Yeah, that was a nice attempt, but again, he's so squishy on the axe, can't really stand against all the damage that they have on the side of Wildcard. And even if they got that kill, it would still only have been Aegis, and axe would likely have died. I appreciate the aggression, though. I mean, T1, if you play safe in the situation they're in, you're just gonna safely lose. You might as well go out swinging, you know, try your best to find a way back into the game here. But now 40 seconds, no axe.
Gak bisa inisiasi anjing.
All the things coming out now as they'll make the play over onto Eva immediately. Anna doing a decent amount of damage here, but not quite enough as Alone is get left behind. He's gonna back off. Got those golems around too. And force Anna away. Continue to clean up these creeps. They don't want to let them into their base, and it is proving a bit more difficult this time. Feels like T1, now that they've got this damage over here on Anna, being able to just kind of multi-shot out. It's a lot
Anna
scarier.
udah ngejer sih, nggak
ketinggalan. High ground against multi-shot, against the Aghanim's Tiny, against Venomancer putting down the wards, and then now with Axe respawning as well, there's the threat of the call. So maybe Wildcard do the right thing here and just being patient. We'll see if they have the discipline. I think they saw the courier flying out. They're looking for it.
I mean, yeah, it's got the.
Kuku nggak usah diomongin lah, Kuku stupid aja.
Yeah, not gonna get that.
No, he's not. It was a little ambitious, I think, trying to send the courier out there.
Oh,
Cuckoo forward, but there's a Rolling Thunder coming out from Divine Llama, landing over onto multiples, and the BKB is out here from Cuckoo. This is not looking great for him as he's hiding into the tree line. They're pushing back the rest of T1 as they do manage to use that for another 52, and they'll use that refresher.
What a
Shard
manta dodge by
out.
Alone.
There's Alone just trying to see what he can find over here. Thompson over into the corner. He jumps in with the Vi Llama. Alone will get yet another kill. And there's going to be the buyback now on Tiny as they rip through this top racks.
Yeah. Only mid racks remaining. It's 200 HP range racks. They could definitely just send in like Morphling with Waveform and then BKB TP out possibly. Axe is dead. There's nothing that can really stop him.
Deny aja, ya sih deny aja anjing.
Oh boy, alright, he's feeling very, very powerful. Even pops the BKB. Thought he saw an opening, but they just finish up and they get themselves mega creeps.
Nggak jadi beli, nggak jadi ini ya, nggak jadi profit gue guys.
I like that they're
Nggak jadi
keeping up
profit.
the pressure.
It's what we've seen when we were watching them. There was always
Minus
this
berapa nih?
potential in them, but
Minus 4
it felt
lebih
like
anjing.
They couldn't really connect it. But this
2,
game, they've been
6,
playing
minus
really good
6.
start to
Real
finish
shit
here,
bro,
and
minus
very
6.
methodical
Sisa berapa
in
nih?
how they executed. That was
Sisa
a
2.
high ground to crack.
Comeback
They
dari
finally pushed
2.
high ground and Alone with a very clutch Manta dodge
Comeback
against the
dari
Axe
2.
call. Cuckoo tried to catch him, but Manta dodge from SF, and suddenly that fight was just disastrous.
IRL jadi lah anjing.
Sam hitting the dust here, I think by accident, but is picked himself up. I believe he got an ethereal blade that's coming out to him. Yeah, there it is. So Ana was going in.
Gila, Chen aja punya ethereal
But
anjing.
the follow up here from Alone, he does so much damage. Has to be careful though if Tiny is here. They'll clean up a couple of these creeps. Ana is gonna be able to teleport out. They just barely missed Thompson, and now they're gonna find themselves Cuckoo again. And he'll go for the call play, dragging back the Vi Llama. Alex, though, waiting patiently. Do have a cookie, so they're going to be able to leap around Cuckoo. And it's just so much damage that he just cannot absorb enough of it.
Yeah, this is
Cuckoo nggak guna anjing. Fungsi Cuckoo
He
adalah
has the swift blink as well. He still
hidup,
has the cheese for
nge-spawn,
safety,
lompat, mati.
even though he doesn't have Aegis now. And Eve is ready as well. BKB just
Lihat,
came
lihat.
off cooldown for the Morphling.
Alone,
So he's
feeling
ready to
very
push.
powerful. Still has the cheese
Ya, Cuckoo
online.
support roll ya gitulah.
Gonna start hitting over on the towers. I like how they just kind of ignore Eve here, as Eve just clicking back over onto Ana, but the follow-up from Thompson. Oh my goodness! All right, they get the kill on Eve. Maybe the cookie hop forward over onto Alone, landing the splitter.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think you want to back off with your Morphling down, though.
That was a fantastic catch by them there, and he just wasn't ready on the Morphling. Didn't think that you could die that quickly, but you still have to respect the damage output that T1 have just based on Drow Ranger and the Tiny. Between the two of them alone, they can do so much, and of course, respect Elder Titan's natural order. This is what I was talking about during the draft, that playing Morphling into ET, it can work good overall, but you might just see him disappear. Yeah, that's what we just saw there. That's the Morphling disappear magic trick. An Elder Titan special.
Sam losing a couple of these creeps to Thompson, although the Arcane Moon gets picked up by Alone. Looks like he considers trying to maybe cross the river, but we'll think better of it as they go for another smoke play over on the side of T1. They do need to clean up
kontol, mic-nya siapa
all
jatuh?
of these creeps, though, as they make their way forward.
Yeah, they pushed out bottom lane, and Thompson is going to be the one who is not smoked, so he's going to
Anjing,
go for
mic-nya warga,
pushing
anjing,
down mid
jatuh, Cok.
one more wave. His teammates are in the smoke and able to look for something. This is very desperate. You have mega creeps against you, so you don't have much time to look for anything. So you can't reach as far into the dire jungle looking for a kill. So not really going to commit. They're just going to try and farm up some creeps, look if anyone is far out in this area. But Wildcard, they're playing safe and methodical here. During Morphling being dead, everybody played as far back as possible, not to bleed more kills.
Rosan lagi, Rosan mulu asu.
They really want this win.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I just realized that Tiny has a Wind Waker.
And Roshan gets bullied once again, goes down. This is going to be Aghanims now over for the SF. And of course, they still get the refresher, the cheese, the Aegis.
War apa ini, Cok?
Initiation, Eve jumps
Kuku
forward,
nggak kena
finds
call,
himself,
anjing.
flicks off, turns his attention over to Thompson, and he
DJ,
does
call.
toss with the hand of God, plus these hits. But again, that Wind Waker coming into play. Is it going to be enough to keep Thompson alive? No, he is going to fall, and he does not have buyback. Chase is on now. Ana's on a killing spree. Does manage to get another kill as we'll turn their attention over onto Zephyr. All the buybacks are coming out.
Oh, anjing, Ana nggak ada buyback.
T1. They
Yeah,
know that they
Drow Ranger went
have
down
to
too.
defend.
Yeah, this is already Too late. They lost the Drow, they lost the Tiny. Axe and Elder Titan alone to defend against the entire team with Aegis.
It's too difficult. They'll buy back on Zephyr too. They're not willing to give up just yet, but it's going to be so incredibly difficult. As Cuckoo does manage to get the jump over T, but the follow-up and the comes through the heals.
Kan kita udah gak ada duit buat judi ya guys. Mending kita IRL stream. Bye. Gue mau ngetes dulu pakai HP bisa nggak streamingnya anjing ya. Udah nggak usah ditonton anjing itu udah. Ya. Tutorial rungkat dalam sehari. Ya, tutorial rungkat dalam sehari adalah ngebet tim saya. Dah. Meskipun lawannya NA, tetap anjing tim saya kontol anjing. Udah guys. Bye.